Nigga, if I'm Rich Paul, I'm telling him, bro, on the first deal, I guarantee you I get you $4 million, and I'm not even gonna take my cut. Nigga, what the fuck you mean, bro? What's $4 million?
I understand that.
All right, grab the mics.
He's gonna be in Space Jam, so we already know that he gonna get that back. But at the same time, I already gave up $40 million.
But bro, what's $4 million? Well, $4 million ain't nothing. That's peanuts, bro. It's on.
No. It's the I gotta connect it to this. But I think that conversation has already been had, Nick.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying.
I'm only talking about that when it comes to assuming other talent, like when you're trying to get other players to come. Like, because of the buffoonery in your organization, you're not going to be able to get who you really want to get.
But talent is talent. Talent is talent.
Now, Dennis Schroeder, maybe they can get him.
You had to trade for him. He's still under contract.
You was going to have to make moves anyway. You was going to have to play, be flexible with your roster and salary cap anyway.
Look, man.
Make sure all the mics are on.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one on.
What's up?
Let me see the remote. We'll just kind of. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead End Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inch. Joining me, as usual, is BZ430, Nikki Deuce.
He need some Duce. Yeah, he didn't sound like he on Duce.
Mr. Disrespect, a.k.a. Nikki Duce and FIFO 24/7. We're watching this live on YouTube right now. For those of you listening to the audio recording, just kind of watching the draft live and reacted to it in real time. The first 10, 11 picks are already completed, so we'll definitely go back and go through what has transpired and give our reactions to those. In between the picks and during the commercial breaks, but yeah, we're gonna get back to the conversation, the debate about Anthony Davis giving up that $4 million. Yeah, Nick, I just think that conversation.
So it's official. He is giving up that $4 million.
Well, it's not official yet, but I'm pretty sure. Like in my mind, this is how I just kind of look at things. Like these guys, Rich Paul and Rich Paul know what they're doing. So they probably already knew about the $4 million. So I think they've already had the conversation with Anthony Davis about waiving that and how he can make it up on the back end. So, and now it's just up to whether or not he's going to do it or not. So,
I mean, it's his trade kicker. So, and he got traded. I'm like, why not get? If he went anywhere else, he would be taking that $4 million. Right?
Of course.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
but there's a hometown discount.
But like
exactly,
but like you're doing that for whose benefit? Is it the client's benefit or the organization's benefit?
It's both.
It is for both because
it's not for both.
No, it is because with more money means that you can acquire more talent. Correct?
Yep.
Is that not how it works?
Possibly.
No. What you mean possibly?
Because
what do you mean possibly?
Because we honestly don't know if they're gonna get another star or they're just gonna fill out the rest of the
But
roster.
to get the
no,
other
Ken, let me break all this down right here because you've been disrespectful for many weeks now.
I'm not disrespecting. I'm
for
just
many
telling you the
weeks
facts.
now.
I asked
many
you a question,
weeks.
you still ain't answered.
I'm answering it now.
All right, go ahead.
So all I said, money equals talent, right? So it doesn't matter if you get the Kemba, the Kyrie, or one guy. Or you get the J.J. Reddicks of the world. You could possibly get Chris Middletons. You can get other guys and get 2 or 3 of them, right? So at the end of the day, it's still talent, whether it's depth or in one guy. Money equals talent, so that's the reason why you need the money.
But whose fault is that for the reason why I have to give up that money in the first place?
What do you mean whose fault?
It's the Lakers. The Lakers put me they put AD in a position where we're like, bro, come on,
but
we
look,
fucked up. So give me, can you
no,
help us out with this?
But business is business.
Yeah, I don't think it's a we fucked up.
How is it not?
This is what I'm saying. Like you go through every single scenario with your client before this goes into effect. That $4 million, they've already had that discussion. That's why I don't think it's going to be, I'm coming to you after the fact and say, oh, yeah, they fucked up the trade cap. So
that was up front.
I think they went through scenario A, B, C, and D to figure out what's going to happen. And then now they know. So now they just waiting to see what the Lakers going to do. That's how I see it in my head.
I think it's good to say that in hindsight because We didn't expect David Griffin to become the Pelicans GM during the time where they were originally trying to trade AD as far as the Lakers. And now in the last couple months, that's when all this is happening. I think this has been played on the fly, and I think it's just all about Rich Paul this whole time obviously has been trying to get AD to L.A., and they're just doing that by any means.
I just don't see them. I can see Rob Pelinka being
because the Lakers,
that silly.
The Lakers could have just if they.
But
were,
I just don't see Rich Paul making that kind of mistake.
If they wait 24, I'm not saying it's Rich Paul. That's what I'm saying. It's the Lakers organization who's asking for this pay cut. And Rich Paul has to be the one who puts the medicine in the candy and saying this is for your own.
And that's what I think.
This is for
Rich
your
Paul,
benefit.
But that's the job of the agent. That's what I hire you for.
But as the agent is, the job of the agent is to give me the best deal and the most money.
He got him the best deal.
And you also got to understand too, like this is not like AD's first hurrah. AD is now playing to try to win titles. You make that playoff money. You make that championship money. You make that more endorsement money. How in the hell does Kyle Kuzma have as many Instagram followers as AD?
Wow,
that's a problem. That's why you hire Rich Paul. And that's why you go make up that $4 million. And that's why you go to LA.
But it's not just $4 million because
I understand.
He gave up a lot to leave the Pelicans.
I get all
and that's a lot of money that he ain't gonna make up in just one season.
But
he's gonna make it up in LA.
And what does that tell you about AD and where his mindset is at if he's willing to walk away from that money?
That he wants to win.
Yeah.
He
wanted to do it in
LA.
It
sounds like you say it in a nice way. I say desperate. It sounds like he desperate.
See, why?
Because that's what you are.
That's a disrespectful
you
perspective, bro. All week.
You giving up $4 million to move to LA?
You damn right.
I would too.
Look.
I've been in New Orleans for 7 years. Why not? Where am I going to go?
Because you're not just giving
Nick,
it's like $44 million in total,
Nick,
right?
Because I want to win.
What's your dream job?
What's wrong with wanting to win?
Hold on.
Wanting to win.
What's your dream job?
Running my own business and living off of that.
So let's say I don't know how much you make. Let's just put a number up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to get you some chicks. 100 bands. Let's say you make 100 bands. This man make 100 bands at the job, yo. Let's say you ran your own business and you made 20,000 less. Would you be like, I'm gonna go back to this job?
That's not a fair comparison.
But you're doing what you want to do.
Because
you're doing what you want to do. You have a choice.
The scenario
you got 20 extra bands over here.
The scenario is asking because you're.
We're looking at the money. We're looking at the money.
And I'm not looking. I'm looking at the tier of money because you're talking about between 100.
4 million. 4 million out of 30 a year.
We're not talking about just 4 million.
What's that percentage?
What's that
percentage?
How many times do I have to say we're not talking about just 4 million? Because we're talking about we got to include that on top of the money he's leaving on the table, leaving New Orleans, because they were the ones that gave him the most money out of any team in the NBA.
But we've already covered that.
And,
he left.
But I'm saying, that's a lot.
Okay.
But so it's like going from $100,000 to
$30,000. That's not the Lake. That has nothing to do with the Lakers. That's me.
It has everything to do with the Lakers.
What do you mean? I want to be in LA, so I'm willing to forego this money. What does that have to do with the Lakers?
Because I've already forgoed the money to get the trade done. Now you asking for more?
For 4 million? But the 4 million. Look,
it's always easy to count somebody else's pockets when it ain't your money. That's all I'm saying. It's always easy to say.
No. I'm not counting the money. I'm looking at what does he want to do.
He wants to win.
And also,
he wants to win.
And then at the end of the day,
money isn't a factor for him.
Okay, and I understand that, but at the end of the day, is that $4 million gonna make a huge difference for the Lakers?
Yes.
To win this year?
Yes.
I doubt it.
What do you mean?
I doubt it.
Look, Nick.
I doubt it.
Nick,
I'm telling you right now, because they're not getting a third. They're not getting a third top free agent.
But they'll be able to get, even if they can't get a third top free agent.
And
they could, exactly.
And then me and Fivo was just talking about they're gonna get players just to dump salary. That's all they are. They're gonna get the same thing they did last year. They're gonna run it back again this year, except they just got AD now.
If they can't get a third, they get a third match player, they'll dump salary. Okay.
So let's look at all of the players that make $4 million or less, and let's see what that $4 million that AD saves the Lakers can actually get them. $4 million, right? So let's go right here. So we got Stanley Johnson, Buddy Hield. It's a lot of young cats.
Oh yeah. They don't
He about to name a bunch of rookies that haven't been proven yet, and they're gonna be the one that takes them over the top to win a championship. Come on, man.
But you could get Nene, which is solid for them.
Okay.
Zach Al Horford, he'd be that third max guy.
No, Al Horford already taking a pay cut.
He is.
You can get Rodney Hood.
Al Horford left $31 million on the floor. He ain't about to take a $4 million pay.
Oh, who the hell is this? Oh,
Tyler Hero.
Oh. Well,
These
you know,
Kentucky
Miami like
boys.
white boys.
Honestly,
They
I
do.
feel like people just drafting off the college now. They don't know who the hell these people are. They just like, oh, he from Kentucky? Bet.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Is he crying?
That's what I liked about this draft.
Yeah, they were very emotional.
Yeah, man. The ones that ain't crying, I'm wondering about them. When they just get up there and just start smiling and cheesing.
Well, that's because they've expected this moment
like,
since
uh-oh.
they came out of high school.
Yeah, but when I'm
That
talking
fool
about,
coordinating, man. Look, he got the pants.
he
shit. That fool looking like Pops and Boomerang. Got to coordinate. That fool is coordinating.
let's see what they're
okay?
saying. Let's see what they're gonna say.
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
he look like he belonged in the '70s, don't he? He went in the
He
Walt
bang
Fraser's
around.
closet.
He
brothers, for
looked
real.
like
That fool was
he belonged on the
coordinating.
Wayans brothers in the kitchen with Pops.
I hope his belt is the same as his outfit. I hope his belt is just like
He taking
just like
forever
his
to get
jacket.
up
He might
there,
not
though.
have a belt.
Look at the shoes. No,
He ain't got no
socks.
socks. Yeah, you know you bow when you ain't got no socks.
He ready for
He just
Miami.
got the no-show socks. He got socks on.
probably right.
You can't rock them
All
joints
right,
without,
so what
without
are we,
socks.
what are they
dog.
saying about this guy?
Freshman.
6'6".
Yeah, he's bigger than I thought.
Yeah,
too.
he don't look 6'6". Tell you it's the return of the white boys.
Is he a Can he guard?
He don't have to guard. He just need to shoot.
He don't have to guard. Ooh.
Got the little Grayson Allen look.
You see that? You see that form though?
We'll see what he
See
is.
what I tell y'all. Tough,
Uh-huh.
competitor.
Uh-huh.
Cold.
Ken, like that's
Cold
translation for boo boo. That's
That's translation for this draft has been over with after the 10th pick.
Man, I'm just happy. I'm gonna give you my season tickets. Let me look it up now. How much it cost?
Let's see what the bum ass Celtics do. What were you about to say, B?
Not just I can't believe Cam Reddish fell down to 10
Isn't that
to
crazy,
the
bro?
Hawks, dude.
That was you know who picked that was, right?
With the 10th
that was
pick? That was Dallas pick, right?
Yeah,
That
that was
leaked.
Dallas
So
pick.
who won?
Trae
Who won
Young.
the trade?
That-
Who won the trade?
we
The
gotta see
Hawks.
what Cam Reddish. We gotta see what.
I was gonna say that
We gotta
exact
see what they
same thing.
first
Like
year.
y'all saying that now.
This guy was he not saying?
Stop.
Did I-
Was he not saying Cam Reddish was the steal of the
I
draft
said-
and we stole him
No.
and he still don't give him
No,
credit?
I said-
You mad disrespectful
I
for
said-
mad weeks,
You
yo.
was saying that. You was saying that.
No, I said no, I said
But
they
I
stole
do-
this
I do wanna
draft.
see what
Yeah,
Cam Reddish do, though.
they got the best. They've won the draft this year, but to say who won the draft last year, of course Dallas won. They got the rookie of the year. How did they not win the draft?
That's still to be said.
They traded
Because
lower.
Trae Young was right there with him.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
second
but
half-
they traded
second
up
half
to
of
get the
the
rookie
season.
of the year. How many times are you gonna say you lost
But
the
he
draft by trading
averaged
up to get
25 points for over 30 games.
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. The
on the
second half of the
The
season.
second half of the
But
season.
bruh, like,
And,
but
and
that's
Doncic
not
had a
easy.
good first half
Yeah.
of the year.
Exactly.
Okay, but
And he
who-
tailed
Who
off.
ended up being rookie of the year though?
We were talking about
Uh,
co-rookies of the year, though. That shows
Yeah.
that they were on
They were on-
equal
yeah.
footing.
Then we got teams that won the draft. Then
And now
Dallas and
Hell
Dallas
no.
and all.
Dallas did not win the
They
draft.
don't even
They
have a
got one
pick.
guy. They got one guy. We got
Atlanta
three
got-
guys.
And we'll
Three
see.
guys.
We'll see how they pan out. I
was the
think
third
Atlanta.
guy?
I think Atlanta did
Yeah,
really well. this
DeAndre
year.
Hunter.
DeAndre Hunter.
like Cam,
Cam
Reddish.
Reddish.
Yeah.
And Trae Young
Trae
last
from
year.
last year, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cam
I think
Reddish
I got a
could've
good
been-
squad.
That could have been Dallas's pick if they would
Exactly. They could have got Cam Reddish.
All-
Bruh.
like, all
Luka,
these guys-
Cam.
No,
KP?
Again, I think Atlanta did a great job this year. But at the end of the day, the
Would you
Dallas
Back to
Mavericks got
Cincinnati.
No, no, no,
Pull
wait,
back.
wait, hold
Pull
on.
your ass back.
Hold on. We
your
had
ass
it,
back.
like what we didn't know. Remember, knowns and unknowns. What we didn't know is what that pick was going to net the Hawks last year when they traded for it. Now we know that it has turned into Cam Reddish. With all of these players, everybody through 1 through 10, except maybe the first 3, is wait and see. But we know that Cam Reddish, he came in like what, top 5
And-
potential.
Exactly.
I think he played himself out of that.
Exactly, and it was just kind of the role he had to play. But we'll see. I think outside of the top, we know what they are. We know what their potential is. All 3 of those guys have superstar potential. After that, in the top 10, who has the next highest ceiling? Cam Reddish.
Cam Reddish, yeah.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, in this draft, we got the steal, which you dug.
Of this draft.
Of
yes.
this draft.
Yes.
We got arguably the best 3-and-D guy in this draft. Right? Like, who shot better than 40%? You know what I'm saying? In the top 10 from 3.
Nobody.
I don't think so.
Who has a 7'2" wingspan that's 6'7", that can guard 1 through 5 literally?
Who they're comparing to Kawhi Leonard.
Who they're comparing to Kawhi. We won the trade. We won the draft last year. We won the draft this year. Atlanta, I wasn't able to text it, but Atlanta, I'm telling you, they're gonna win a championship with this roster.
Within what?
The
next decade?
Yes.
So basically,
3 to 5.
The Hawks traded their pick last year, Luka Doncic, for Trae Young
and Cam Reddish.
They traded the 3rd overall pick
for
last
Trae Young
year,
and Cam Reddish.
and this year they traded their 8th overall pick to move
But
up.
that was their pick, though.
Exactly, that was their pick.
Yeah, that was
but
the
the 10th pick was Dallas's pick.
Yeah, that was
Dallas
Dallas.
pick,
So we got Trae Young and Cam Reddish.
Out of that one trade.
Exactly.
Trae Young, Cam Reddish, and Hunter.
No. Trae Young and
Oh,
Cam
you said
Reddish.
because outside from Dallas. Okay.
The trade. You say you won the trade. I got Trae Young and Cam Reddish. I think I won the trade. You could keep Luka.
So we know what Trae Young is. We don't know what Cam Reddish is yet. So that remains to be seen. But the ceiling is high. So the rest is up on him.
Think about it. Wait, hold on. Who were the two player compare? Think about everybody that outside of the top 3 who the other player comparisons were. They weren't necessarily superstars, right? But they compared DeAndre Hunter to Kawhi.
Kawhi, yeah.
And who did they compare Cam Reddish to?
Paul George.
KD.
KD, yeah.
No, I saw Paul George.
KD
And
and
Paul
they just
George.
did Paul George
No,
on
they
the
said
TV
they said
today.
KD was his favorite player growing up. Paul George is his player.
His
comparison.
comp was Paul George. That's
Either
what
way.
Chauncey,
Paul George still tight.
Because I remember
Exactly.
I'm about to say if Cam Reddish's potential was KD, he was not going top 10. Like he wasn't going number 10. That would be.
Paul Pierce still good though. That's the
So
Paul
here are my concerns. Let me see who the bosses, and we got to talk about them, man.
Yeah.
So this year they got the 14th, 20th, and 22nd. We know all of these.
They got the worst picks in the draft.
And if the Grizzlies sucks next year,
But
they
it's
won't
top
even
six
get that
protected,
pick.
though.
Right. So if it's a 6th pick, they won't even get it. No, I think it'll roll over to
Yeah, it'll roll to the
2021,
next year.
yeah.
It'll keep rolling until it's unprotected. So they have years of protection.
That's not bad.
It's
That's not bad. I've heard good things about him.
And these boys look so young, man. That's
I
crazy.
know, man. But here's 'cause
18,
I saw
19, bro.
These dudes born in 2000. though.
I
Shit's
saw,
crazy.
Cam Reddish on First Take, and it didn't go well to me. I didn't like.
He ain't got the personality.
Say that one more time.
Yeah.
What
his,
did
his interview on First Take didn't
Who?
go well to me. Cam Reddish.
Okay, what happened?
It just.
He sounds
Yeah,
desperate.
the personality. He was talking real low. The way he was stringing his sentences weren't good. Remember, and it was just like, okay, maybe I kind of understand. He did own up to his faults, like he was eating bad in college. He admitted to not, I think, somewhat being or taking things serious. I think he's learned from those things. At least that's what he's saying. But his personality just didn't. He seemed like a guy that just.
And no wonder he dropped in because GMs they want you to. This is a job interview.
They want you to be alpha.
Yeah, and I think it started in the tournament. Remember, he missed the game, and they said it wasn't fully health. There was some other stuff he was doing different. So.
And then on top of that, he going into like the rumors about him is like he's like aloof. He's not really engaged. Like,
yeah, I
do you want to pick a
up.
lottery pick like that, and especially in a draft where you don't even know outside the top 3 who really is good.
So
I can see why he dropped.
Yeah, in terms of skills and ability, he has all of that. So it's not a question of can he do it. It's a question of mentally will he be able to, utilize it. So that's the thing that concerned me. But at the 10th pick.
And also where
I'll
he's
take
going.
that.
That's a
I'll
you
take
can take
that.
that risk.
And I think it's big on where he landed, right? Because you have a very young nucleus, but you could tell that these aren't a rowdy bunch. These guys are professionals. They're young professionals. You could tell Trae Young is about business.
Mm-hmm.
John Collins is about business. Kevin Huerter, you could tell he's a gym rat. You know what I'm saying? Now you're adding these two guys. Like, even though Cam Reddish may not have that personality or be alpha, I think this is the type of environment that can foster that.
But you know what? It didn't even seem like he was upset at dropping to 10. Like, he was just all cheese, like just smiling and just happy.
Again, that aloofness or just that I'm happy to be here type of personality. Like that's not gonna wow a lot of teams. That's not gonna make you think, oh, his potential is a Paul George or better. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we hope he turns out to be something great.
Of course, but again, I don't know. I just think it had a lot to do about Atlanta, like fit wise.
Well,
It's a great fit. It's a great
As
fit.
long as he don't go to the, I don't know, them strip clubs, Magic City, right around the corner.
Nah,
He ain't gonna get no strippers with his head
Yeah,
held
you
down.
think he gonna be? It's gonna be a distraction, kid.
Man, B, you stay
Strip
here. You
clubs
know what
around
it's
the
like.
corner.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. His girlfriend pretty bad now. She pretty bad.
Shit,
And
will
she
he have
hoop.
that same girlfriend after the season over?
He might.
Dwayne, he way left his.
Hey.
Yeah, but that they knew each other since damn near like middle
Yeah,
school.
She was like kind of crazy from what I
and
heard.
she was. She really was.
But since we started at the bottom 10, let's go to the top number 1 pick.
oh, of course.
Obviously, it was Zion Williamson.
You know what, man? Like, I'm a fan, and I'll tell you why.
It sounds like you about to set up something for you gonna set him up to knock
Now,
him down.
first of all, I just love the way that interview played out. I love seeing the emotions, the tears, not being able to do the interview. I loved how even when it was all said and done, he played to the crowd. He was like, "Let's dance." Like it seemed like he's made peace with going to New Orleans. And I'm here to support him all the way, man. Like to see that raw emotion, to get up there and cry. Like all the first 3 picks got up there and they just bawled, like just cried their ass off. I love seeing that, man. He cares about the game. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm here, man. I'm here for him. I'm rocking
And
with
he
him.
should cry. Let's be honest. This the damn NBA. I'm tired of these, like the announcers and shit, the sports analysts, people talking about maybe some of these kids should pick where they end up going. You know what I'm saying? Like with all this player movement you see in the NBA now, people picking their own destiny and stuff like that. Nah, you're in the NBA draft for a reason. Like you don't get to pick where you want to go. You're just happy to be in the NBA. Like there's not a lot of people in the NBA, so you should be grateful for that opportunity. It's a privilege. It ain't a right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
we've
saying?
seen top 5 picks not cry when they get up there.
And maybe that's why they feel entitled.
No,
No, not necessarily.
I
think it's just a different journey.
exactly, and that's exactly what I was gonna say. Everybody's journey is different. Like Zion, at first, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he talked about it. Like, he didn't have that super duper athleticism his whole life. Like that kind of happened. The way these people be growing, like the dude Jackson Hayes, they say he grew like 11 inches like from junior to senior year. And he ain't start to senior year.
Shit, even LaMelo,
He's
Ball,
6'7" now.
he went
I was
from
gonna
six
say,
feet-
I
from
was
6 feet.
like, God,
He went from
dang.
6 feet to 6'7" in like in a matter of a year.
A
though,
summer.
year and a half.
Anthony
Yeah.
Davis, he said he woke
Him
up
too.
like, what was he, like 6'2"? He
We
woke
got to
up.
talk about LaMelo too. I've been watching highlights. But anyway, go ahead.
Pistons on the clock.
Oh,
We'll
who you think
turn
they
it
gonna
back
take
up.
me?
We got you.
Damn, what the hell was we
You
talking
talking
about?
about Zion and
Zion.
journey being different.
His journey is different, bro. Like he wasn't recruited like that. You know what I'm saying? And he was undersized. And all of a sudden he had that athleticism spurt. And he took advantage. And he also worked hard for it. It wasn't given to him. You know what I'm saying? Single mom. She coached them up to 14, bruh. You know how hard that is for a woman to do?
Yeah,
That's not
crazy.
easy,
That's
dog.
crazy.
So
I
he
didn't know that.
Yeah, so he already knows the sacrifice. She got to go to work, and on top of that, she's coaching me. She's doing everything to make sure. So that connection he has to his mom is completely different. And then we saw John Moran and his dad.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like his dad gave up his hoop dreams to be like, all right, you really want it? Oh, you love it? Let's go. Let's push it. You know, so everybody's journey is different. And then even think about RJ.
Yep.
You know, because obviously like financially they were straight and all of that because his dad is super successful.
Lottery picks.
But at the same time, like there's high expectations. Like, bro, Steve Nash is your goddaddy. You know what I'm saying? So for you to work this hard to be where you are,
Before that,
I think this guy's gonna be all right.
yeah, I think that's at 15. I think that's a nice little steal, man. Here,
Yeah, you
know
got
they're gonna-
Blake, so you don't need him now, so you can
Right,
develop
right.
him.
You know they automatically gonna say Siakam.
Of course.
That's his
no, at
comparison.
15. Dude, he been playing professional ball since he was 13, man. That's crazy. Remember Tony Parker was playing professional ball at a young age in France.
Oh, I like the form on the jumper. Oh yeah, because he don't even have to extend the elbow.
I was gonna say he's
His
a high,
wrist.
and it's a high shot
And
too.
it's a high shot. Ooh, okay.
Chase down block.
Mm.
That's a nice move.
So we also talking about steals of the draft. I think, or like the teams who've done well in this draft already, the Pelicans.
Oh yeah,
David
Jackson
Griffin.
Hayes.
David Griffin is earning every single dollar on that check that they
Put him top 3 right now in the game.
David Griffin.
Yo, you gotta put the
Man.
GOAT. You gotta put the GOAT. What's his name?
Jerry West.
Jerry West.
Where my tweet?
Masai,
Masai
number 2.
and David Griffin.
David Griffin.
Top 3.
I agree.
Top 3 in the game.
I agree.
Put them in whatever order you want to put them, but that's top 3. Well, GOAT first, but the other 2 is top 3 in the game. Danny Ainge's top 5, or he's
Danny Ainge, he still might be top 5. I got to give him that.
Hell no.
Just for the fact that he still has he's as far as drafting wise,
Wait
he still
until
has.
he done.
He got a good coach to develop him.
Mhm.
I like the fact that he got Dwayne Casey.
Yep. Are you gonna sit on this bench real quick? You gonna
Yeah,
get mad? You gonna
yeah.
get frustrated? We're gonna
Yep.
build that big ass
Yep.
chip,
Yep.
and we gonna knock down all of these big
Yep.
ass opportunities that
Yep.
you got as a young player.
Yep.
And when you ready, you're
Yep.
gonna burst on the scene.
Yep.
3 to 5.
All right. So you saying he's top 5? So we got Masai's there.
The order is Jerry West,
Yes,
Jerry
number
Masai.
1.
2, Masai.
David Griffin,
Yep.
Griffin.
Uh,
So Griffin in there now?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
buddy.
Cleveland
Yeah,
won a
buddy.
chip.
number
Made
4.
some
buddy.
Number 4,
moves.
I will put. Who is the Utah Jazz GM?
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
You don't think he's top 5?
Nah.
Gobert, Mitchell. Then you
Yeah,
make the
Mike
Mike
Conley.
Conley trade.
Yeah, Mike
Like
Conley
that's
now.
a great.
Who's the white boy lefty too?
Ingles.
Ingles.
Yep,
Yeah, I was
Joe
gonna say
Ingles.
I've got Ingles. That's a great
Yeah.
GM.
Look, he's done as much as he can in that market, and
I mean,
what
that's
they
a
got.
Fair way to put it.
Donovan Mitchell was a steal in his draft.
He was.
So was Gobert. So was Ingles.
And this was a big move for them to get Mike Conley.
So
They're not
After-
talked about as the Western Conference.
so after
Finals.
him, you're going Danny Ainge.
Yes.
What about your boy Sam Presti? Y'all been ranting and raving about him.
Sam Presti's been a stalemate as of these last couple years because even though he has done a lot, it hasn't.
This is the first year he's been a stalemate. This year.
I think in the last couple years.
I've been talking about Sam Presti for the last 2 or 3 years. So now you finally with me, Nick.
No,
You
I'm
ready
not.
to keep
I'm
up?
not saying he. I mean,
Or
he-
you just with me because you need to
Yep.
put Danny Ainge in that 5.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
I'm just
He
saying.
validated.
I'm saying as far as draft picks, we're talking about the
You
organization.
said GM.
No, I'm
GM,
saying, I'm saying
we're just-
I'm saying GM when I'm talking about, but this is draft day, so I'm talking about
But
GM
what-
as far as what you drafted and what you surrounded with those
But
picks.
also trades. Like we're grading the GM
Yeah,
on
I
their
was
job.
So
talking
what-
about
so
the
how many
job,
years
not
are we going back?
drafting.
within the last 5 years.
That's fine.
Okay, then take Ainge out and put Sam Presti in the 5 slot.
Well, Sam Presti hasn't. Oh wait.
We're talking about, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about overall. Then yeah, Sam Presti's 5. But if we're talking about draft picks and what you surrounded with those picks,
If we're saying the last 5, then what about the GM of Portland?
Oh wait, see Nick got me thinking draft, but I don't think Danny Ainge has drafted well.
I mean, you got Jalen Brown,
Jason
Jason Tatum,
He got Jason
Terry.
Tatum.
Terry Rozier.
He got Jason Tatum.
He's the only All-Star.
Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown is a great pick.
He drafted
He is.
Jalen Brown, but okay, let's expand it beyond the draft, and this is why I think we need to knock some things off with Danny Ainge. He had a chance to get rid of Jalen Brown for Kawhi Leonard, and didn't make the move. Kawhi Leonard for Jalen Brown.
He thought
Yeah.
he didn't need to.
It don't matter.
because
Yeah,
his team went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Was
without
that
Kyrie.
before or after Jason Tatum?
I'm not sure, but I did see that
That was
the
after.
reason why he didn't make that move was because he didn't want to give up Jalen Brown.
I think it was after.
and I think Tatum wasn't on was part of the package.
No. I just wanted to know if Tatum was on the roster.
Oh yeah. Tatum was on the roster.
And they didn't want Tatum. They just wanted Brown.
Nah, they wanted Tatum too. I think it was Brown and Tatum for Kawhi Leonard.
Well, let's
You ain't
look it
giving
up.
up just Jalen Brown for Kawhi Leonard.
Let's look it
is
up
a
because I
horrible-
think it was for draft picks.
Who was the 16 pick?
Oh, that
But let me tell you.
as long as Tatum wasn't part of
I
it,
think we missed the 16 pick.
bye Jalen.
Yeah, I mean, of course you would make that trade anytime, but I think Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown and maybe some picks.
So
on
was
top of that.
wait, hold on, and this is also big. Was this after the Kyrie trade? So
Yes.
Kyrie was on the
Yeah.
roster.
Yeah, Kyrie
Kyrie-
was on the roster
Mhm.
too. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I make that trade because just like I went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year with this team without my two stars.
But
Let's
look,
see what they do this year.
Look. As a GM, you're a real estate agent. You buy and sell, and you trade.
And look at what the Spurs gave up. I mean, look at what the Raptors gave up to get Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, because the Raptors were more desperate than the Celtics were. Of course.
They didn't give up anything to get him.
No, I'm saying
That's what I'm saying.
The Raptors were more desperate than the Celtics. So of course they were going to give up more than the Celtics.
No, I don't. I think giving up DeMar DeRozan for Leonard, I don't think that was that big of a decision. I don't think that was desperate.
That's a huge decision because they had to know the backlash from that.
Because we already knew what DeMar DeRozan
no,
was.
you knew, we knew.
Toronto knew
but
too.
Masai knew.
But
Masai knew.
Nobody ever thought in their right mind that they would trade, especially with that market, with how many.
But that's what makes Masai great.
No, but we're thinking about that 2020 hindsight. Before he did that trade, did y'all think that this is a trade that will either be the best? It will be his best thing or the worst thing.
No. I put it to you like this: I knew it was an improved roster with Kawhi Leonard.
Of course, but that was gonna make or break. But if it didn't work out, then what?
But that is Masai's job. And what if it didn't work out? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the
Then
day,
he looks
it
bad.
wasn't. But it wasn't working out anyway. So here's the thing: are you going to stand put and not do anything and keep knocking your head against the wall, or are you going to do something?
Well, sometimes you just gotta wait things out, right? Jordan had to wait for a while to get his chip, but you don't see back then they was gonna trade Jordan because it just ain't working out. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Wait, hold on. When Jordan wasn't winning chips, was in his 3 to 5 of his NBA progression, right? When he won chips, it was after that.
Yeah, he didn't win until like his 9th year.
Exactly. So.
But he was still with the Bulls at that time. But 9 years, they've waited. I believe it's been 9 years since DeMar DeRozan has been in that time, and they've had some playoff success, but they never been over the top.
But DeMar and Kyle and all of those guys were already in their prime. Jordan wasn't in his prime. Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan are currently in their prime.
So here's what it says. It says, and I can't get all of the details, but it says Danny Ainge was reportedly unwilling to part with Jaylen Brown or Terry Rozier for Leonard services.
Yeah, you let him go because if you trade for Kawhi, that's cool if you give up Terry because you still got Kyrie, and then Marcus Smart is a combo guard, so he can now be your backup.
You don't even need to say anything else. You don't think about it.
So
you
just
make the
Jaylen
trade.
Brown among players off limits in Kawhi Leonard trade.
If you could keep Jason Tatum and give up anybody else besides, obviously you're not giving up Kyrie either.
Because that's tough.
Pull the plug.
Because you got Al Horford, which isn't the greatest but super solid. Like that's the type of veteran on a young team or even a championship. He could play anywhere. Tell me one place Al Horford can't play. He could play on any team in the NBA. You got him. You bring Kawhi Leonard. We already know champion, Finals MVP, LeBron stopper. You got Kyrie, the shot.
Now, it's all hindsight 2020.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
And I want to just acknowledge that. But looking at the results, I mean, this is what history is there. Now we can look back and evaluate, like, with Boston's culture and Brad Stevens supposedly the GOAT coach, and you got a chance to get Kawhi Leonard for Jaylen Brown. DeMar DeRozan's better than Jaylen Brown. Can we say that?
Yeah, he is.
He's done a little bit more. So
Oh, yeah.
More proven.
Yeah, more proven.
Yeah.
Obviously,
More
he had
consistent.
more years, but we're going to factor that in. But right now, player for player,
Yeah, he better.
So
He's in his prime, and Jalen isn't in his prime
yeah.
yet.
So you could have gave that up.
Well, we already know Danny Ainge. He messed up, and this is circling back to a few years ago, before he picked Jason Tatum, when everybody was asking him, "Why do you have all these picks and you're not making no moves?" And then obviously, then the whole Kyrie thing happened, and everybody was like praising Danny Ainge, like, "Oh, now he's the GOAT GM right now." And now we're right back to that because he didn't make any moves. So that conversation has been out there. It's just got covered up a while because you had Kyrie and other picks and other players that panned out. But again, going back to David Griffin, I think he's doing a phenomenal job in New Orleans now.
This is New Orleans.
This
Oh,
New
okay,
Orleans,
so that's
right?
the 17th pick.
Boy haven't got picked yet?
Nah.
Wow.
Boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, they say he was gonna go like in the 20s.
Oh, okay.
So that would have been the Hawks pick. I mean, are you losing?
Nah, you're not losing nothing.
You can have
Wait,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, you
Cam
can have
Reddish and DeAndre Hunter,
You can have it.
bruh.
And what I liked about that, I know we're circling back to the Hawks, was that they didn't just give them a bunch of picks like the Lakers. They also got like, even though it was later but they got their second round back.
They gave up bullshit ass picks. Nobody give a damn about. And the NBA second round don't mean shit.
But they still got a second round in exchange for the one that they gave them. So it was a 37 pick, but they got a 57 pick and then a future second round pick. And these things are still assets. You can still use them for trade.
Yeah, that's
packages.
what I'm saying. They're just like little. They're icing on the cake when you're making a big trade.
Man, and we still got the 30th pick.
But some teams just would do that and just give up the second round pick and don't get one in return. Like, I'll always try to get a draft pick in return because you just never know what you may find or can use it for. That's why but yeah. But back to David Griffin. Where's that tweet Kyle sent?
That nigga that dude is making
crazy.
moves.
He think he in
Top
NBA
three.
2K.
He
Top
is
three.
making
Anthony
moves.
Davis has turned into Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, number 8 pick in 2019, number 17 pick in 2019, number 35 pick in 2019, LA's 21st pick top 8, LA's 22nd pick if not, LA swap number in 23, LA first or either 24 or 25th.
They're gonna be all right.
And got rid of Solomon Hill's contract.
Yep.
And they starting five right now is Lonzo,
Yep.
Zion,
Holiday,
Drew Holiday.
Ingram, Zion, and who?
Or
Hayes.
Josh Hart.
Or
Josh Hart coming off the bench.
Randall's
Josh Hart
not coming
coming
back,
back.
right? Because he
He opted out.
Okay.
Unrestricted free
They got
agent.
him. So now Anthony Davis has turned into
Julius.
Yep.
And they turned into a starting five, pretty
Yep.
much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
You got
They got a young starting five.
Jackson Hayes and this guy. That's his cousin? Okay, Nicholas. Look, and to say this for those listening, just to cover ourselves, we don't know what these guys are going to be. Like, but they didn't get nothing in return for them. So these guys may be good, they may be bad. If they're good, it's great. If not, so be it. But you didn't lose anything, as we saw the Warriors did. Which, speaking of the Warriors, the latest news with them, sign and trade, I think is an interesting move.
With Kevin
With
Durant.
KD.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard when I heard that shit.
Nobody.
It's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
For who?
For the Warriors, because they know they fucked up, and that's why they proposing that bullshit ass sign and
They
trade.
just want to
thing.
take care of
Why
them.
the hell, if I'm the Knicks, if I'm the Nets, if I'm the Clippers, why the hell am I doing a sign and trade when I can sign them straight as a free agent?
Because you want KD, right?
But you're losing a year anyway. So again, you're gonna sign and trade for a guy for a 4-year
He's
deal,
KD.
and you're gonna have to give up things.
You know what his name is?
KD's not signing that. Why the hell would he? He got injured
Because-
rehabbing with the
look,
medical
because-
staff,
because-
so he gonna re-sign to
KD
rehab with the
could
medical
go to them
staff.
and say, I want to go. And didn't this happen before with somebody? I plan on signing with the Nets or the Knicks.
Then go there. Why do I have to go
Because
through
I
all
want
the
my extra
Why
50.
is the Warriors the middleman?
Because this tendon right here called the Achilles thing over here that you made me pop is gonna cost you an extra 50, bro.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go where I want to go.
Okay, again, from a
$50 million.
I do not disagree with you on that. They fucked up. That's why I mentioned they fucked up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But as another organization, because we talk about trades, because it's a sign and trade. It ain't like a sign and it ain't like a
It's
sign
a
and
sign and trade
drive
to get 'em-
like off
get 'em
of these
paid,
Nissan
yeah.
commercials. It's a sign and trade. So that means the other organization would have to give up stuff to get KD.
Mhm.
If I'm the Knicks, the whole point of the whole great bow on this KD thing is the fact that I can get him for free. I ain't got to get him for nothing else.
I understand that.
So why the hell am I paying? He's getting paid both
Because
ways.
at the end of the day, you still want me.
Yeah.
I do, but I'm willing to say fuck them.
And I
You
want
already-
my 50.
And
So
he's-
so if you're not willing to trade for me, you know how many other people are?
Okay.
So peace.
So how do
New
you-
York,
okay.
you chill over there. Hey, Brooklyn, you want a piece? Oh, you don't want a piece? Hey, who want a piece of KD?
That's not
Who-
what the issue is. Because what did you just talk
What do
about?
you mean? That's not
what
what
did
the
you just
issue
talk
is?
about with AD and how he left money in New Orleans and he went to
Mhm.
sign to LA? He can make that money back,
he
right?
Didn't,
He
he
didn't
didn't
care
tear
about-
his
he didn't
Achilles.
care about
I
the
understand
money.
that,
But he also didn't tear his Achilles.
But
Nah.
even then, I would sign KD with a hurt Achilles to a max contract before I would think about signing AD to a max contract, healthy or unhealthy.
You tripping.
You wouldn't sign KD with a max contract, whether hurt
Not
or not
before
hurt.
AD. If AD and KD are both on the open market and KD is hurt, KD, yeah, bro, we gonna roll with your boy AD and whoever
you
else.
fooling. You disrespecting
You
KD.
tripping.
I can wait a year. I can wait a year for
But you
KD.
don't look.
They gonna
gotta-
wait a year for AD
You gotta-
anyway.
You're waiting a year for a guy who's coming off Achilles that you don't know how.
Who's
he's
the
gonna
best player in the
recover.
world when healthy?
No. We understand
And
all
when
that.
healthy, he's
But
better
we
than
still
AD,
don't know.
is he not?
But we still don't
And
know.
aging. Anthony
Older.
Davis is
27.
But what is he
Hey.
proving? At least I know I got a proven guaranteed
Hey,
bona fide
Look,
superstar.
Why-
hold on. You know the three. You know what PER is, right? Player efficiency rating.
Yes,
You know who the highest 3 career PERs are? Do you know?
I think it's LeBron James, AD is somehow in there, and it's somebody else.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Yes. Jordan first, LeBron second, AD third.
Is he-
For their
are tho-
career minimum 300 games. Bro, do you
Yeah.
know how hard of a
Do you
stat
believe that? Do
is?
you honestly believe that?
What do you mean do I
Do you,
believe that? It's a stat.
outside of New Orleans, do you honestly believe that will stay? That will hold up? That he
Yeah.
would be in the top 3 per for
Yeah.
all time.
He might fall playing with LeBron because LeBron's still greater.
Okay, so he's gonna fall off. So that
but he
don't
gonna
mean
be top
shit.
five.
That don't mean
He's
shit
gonna be
then.
top
That
five.
don't mean shit then if he gonna fall off the list.
But
Yeah, he may fall off the list, but that doesn't mean
That's like saying
But
you got
that
the baddest
doesn't-
chick in
but
Utah.
Nick,
You
that
take her to
does-
Atlanta, she ain't
Nick,
shit.
Nick, that doesn't
What are we talking about here?
You mad
doesn't
disrespectful.
Come on,
mean
man.
that the
You mad
PER does
disrespectful.
not exist. It's still there. The player efficiency rating is still there.
But that
It's just
doesn't mean anything when we're talking about the long game. We're all talking about long game. Winning the championship is a long game thing.
So how
it
you,
ain't
talk,
short
how
term.
you
Winning
talking
championship
long
is
game?
3 years
How you
for them.
talking long game and taking a guy that has a torn Achilles
Because the
about
I'm-
about to hit over 30?
I'm talking about the Knicks.
He ain't gonna come back to 32.
All the teams that are trying to get KD are in a long term thing. They're not winning the championship next year.
No, I understand that, and I'm not disagreeing with that point. But all I'm saying is, for the long term, even though AD's had a myriad of injuries, he hasn't had a torn Achilles or ACL or back or foot.
Okay, so we're talking about things. How many playoff games series has he won?
I understand, but he playing with Bron. There's
I'm
an
asking-
no,
you're
wait, hold on.
saying-
No,
Nick,
but listen. There's an education that comes with playing with Bron when you are of the elite tier. Look at what it did for Kyrie. Look at how it even. And I know he's not gonna like me for this. Look at how it boosted Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
Dwayne Wade's best statistical efficient stats throughout his career was with LeBron. What the hell you think is gonna do to the 3rd highest per player?
And those 2 teams you mentioned, the Cavs and the Heat, they both struggled when LeBron was adding a new star to the team. He always struggles first.
What's the
So
struggle?
Struggles means that. What do you mean struggle?
It
500.
got to the finals.
That's what I'm asking.
It's struggling to get to the finals. Sign me the
What's the
fuck
struggle?
up. I'll
What's the
figure it
struggle,
out in
G?
Game 7,
I
bro.
don't know
Did
what
they-
the struggling
did
from that.
Did they win a championship in
It
those first
don't.
years?
We got there though.
Okay, so getting there all that matters?
I want to see that at the
Getting there all
table.
that matters?
No, I
we
want
having
to
it-
try to
are we
win, but
having it-
shit, if
What
I
would
go
you-
Game
like
6,
Cam
What would
Reddish?
you rather? What would you rather do?
Exactly. You rather be home with Bron now, huh? Or you want to be in the finals with Bron? Which
rather-
Bron you want?
I'd rather win or go home. I'd rather win or go home.
Well, how
to be
you gonna
honest.
do that?
I'd rather
Exactly.
win
You
or go
got to
home.
get there first, nigga.
No, but
you got to dance
but
first.
we just obviously acknowledge that they lost in those first years, so they did not win it all.
But
So
they got there.
Y'all over here celebrating.
No,
just
but
being
They
there.
won the 2nd year.
No, here's the
And they
thing.
damn
No,
sure
wait,
ain't
wait,
gonna-
wait, hold on. How do you build expectation, Nick?
You signed the stars.
No. You build expectation by getting wins, by setting goals and accomplishing them, right? Like everybody or the top 10 teams in the NBA at the beginning of the year, their goal is to win the NBA championship. Not everybody makes it to the finals. Along that journey, getting to that point is a goal and an accomplishment. Even if you don't win, what is your expectation for the next year? To win. So all I'm saying is there is no guaranteed championship. But if you have LeBron James and one other guy, because he drug a whole bunch of bums that last year in Cleveland, bums, and now you give him AD, 3rd highest per player ever, bro. What? Come on, Nick. Why you being so disrespectful,
So you
bro?
saying they win they're going to the finals this year?
Yes. I don't know if they win it
But you saying they
because
going.
the East is strong as hell.
You saying the same thing, Ken?
Oh yeah.
They going to the finals.
Y'all
They
are
going to the finals.
bugging.
Lakers.
Y'all are
Yeah.
bugging. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all
So who
bugging.
you picking? You picking Denver? Denver not ready. Denver
I
still
didn't
not
pick
ready.
anybody yet. I don't know who because
Okay.
free agency.
Portland?
Free agency still has to happen. Before I make a pick,
Yeah,
free
I'm
agency still has to
gonna
happen.
wait for free agency.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's too much shuffling that can happen. before I
That's
can say
cool.
Yeah,
I do have Lakers from the West is
and I want to
making.
see what Lakers gonna do with the rest, with their money.
Right. I
first.
do need to see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, go ahead. Nah, don't
I'm
try
good.
to. Nah,
I'm good.
I'm not about to go out saying it ain't the
I
finals. I'm not
understand.
about to say that.
I'm
understand
good.
you. I'm talking
good.
about
It's
him.
two players. I'm not about to
This
say it
is
already.
your partner in
But I'm
crime
gonna
right
wait.
No,
here.
he know I don't need no partners in crime. I do do my
see.
shit by my dad's self. I don't need nobody ratting on
I'm
me.
waiting to see how this free agency
I'm
do
telling
what
you,
Lakers do.
all
with
I'm
their
I'm in the
money.
middle.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
All I'm saying
They
is,
making the finals.
All I'm saying is that
Making
Golden
the
State
finals?
contract with KD is bullshit.
Barring injury, I got him in the finals.
Oh, of course. Of course.
I
We,
gotta-
we,
I
we
gotta
got to
see
put it.
how
We
they
got to
feel.
document it. We got to have it on
Yeah.
record.
Yeah,
just
I
in
gotta
case
see how they
somebody
fill out
says
this
some
roster,
shit.
man. First, I gotta see before.
To
I
me,
make
like I said
prediction.
in our group chat, it don't matter if they sign multiple guys or they sign another superstar guy. They're making the
I got to
finals.
see who.
That's-
If they
that's-
don't get another superstar, I need to see who those
That
other
is
guys
a-
are.
But you
Bold
okay?
statement.
There's a lot of shooters in free agency.
Oh, he was balling the combine, huh? Okay, I see it.
and look, I think the Lakers will be fine. I think the Lakers.
Yeah, I
mean,
think
'cause they
you-
can
you
get
said
some
that last
Rodney
year.
Hoods. They can get.
But
some
LeBron
Jordan.
got
You said
hurt.
last year. You
LeBron got
guaranteed they
hurt.
was going to the playoffs last year. And what happened?
They were on the
with
playoff
LeBron.
pace.
He
With
got hurt.
LeBron.
With
Could
LeBron,
they,
they were on
could
the
they have not
playoff
made it to the
pace.
playoffs with LeBron coming back from injury?
LeBron-
Did they, were they,
LeBron was
were they
coming
out?
back.
Were they mathematically
Lonzo
out,
was out.
of the playoffs?
And Lonzo was out.
Was they mathematically out of the playoffs
Nick,
with
the
LeBron?
reason why those
No, they were not.
14, 20, and 26.
The reason
They
why
needed to
those
win 2 games. They couldn't win 2 games.
The reason why those 17 games were important is because they were working on building chemistry and playing together as a unit. That happened early in the season. So not only did LeBron get hurt, everybody else got hurt. So they didn't have a chance to really start to develop the chemistry.
Did you
and
still
gel
think
the
they
way
wasn't going to
did.
make the playoffs,
And
even
when
if they
LeBron
got
came
hurt?
back, but that's why we're
he's
saying
good.
even now, barring injury, because injuries is something you can't account for.
And you got
it's
two.
some-
You got
and
two
it's a
guys.
factor.
2 guys that have. Well, LeBron now may, as he gets older, he's not getting better, so his injuries will
he
come up
declining?
more. I'm not saying decline. I'm talking about as far as injury, and you already got AD, who for the last 2-3 seasons can barely stay healthy. He's always
Well, I
hurt.
heard he's played in at least 75 games the last 2 years.
Yeah, I'm about to look that up now.
The majority of his career, he's been hurt. At least 20
Yeah,
games.
but
But
He's
that
missed at
was
least
young
20
and
games.
frail.
Yeah.
He's still missing 20 games.
But
No,
but he's
the
but he's in
fact
his
is this.
prime now.
Playing 75
been in
games.
his- he been in his
playing
prime since he
75
came to the
games
league.
is not missing 20 games. What kind of math?
That's
is that?
I'm
healthy.
saying for his career on average.
Yeah, but he was young and frail.
Okay, so Anthony Davis, rookie,
But that's what I heard. So now I'm gonna
rookie
fact
year
check.
he's played 64 games
Okay, that's
out of
bad.
82. His second year 67.
That's
Third
bad.
year 68. Fourth year 61. Fifth year 75. 2017, 2018 75, and then this past season 56.
And we know part
No,
of
but
that was
they were holding him out. They was
Yeah.
holding him out.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Nonetheless,
So the last
But
nonetheless,
he's trending in the right
Exactly.
nonetheless
direction.
he averages what 69 games.
Is he not trending in the right
Out of
direction?
82,
I don't know.
Out of 82, that's not bad though. 69, you only missed.
When,
three.
when,
So
we're,
70
when
games,
we're
we'll
talking
bring it
about
around.
competing in
Yeah.
the West, you damn near got to play like
Now
70
understand
plus.
something.
LeBron got you the other 12 games, bro.
Yeah.
You good.
Now
That's
understand.
if LeBron don't get hurt.
Now before you came on board, that was my thing was about Anthony Davis not staying healthy too, but that was at that time. Now
Oh,
that,
ever since he put the purple and gold on.
no, now that he's played 75 games in the last 2 years, I can't. What you know your old saying, I can't ignore the trend. I'm a numbers guy. I see the trend going up this way and not the other way around. That matters to
That
me.
Lakers medical staff, do you trust that?
I trust LeBron. I trust the man that spends how much money he spends on his body.
Exactly.
Why are we separating the LeBron and AD from the Lakers?
tell-
Everything I'm trying to connect to the Lakers,
Because-
I'm talking about, it's LeBron.
No,
I'm
because
like,
LeBron
it's not
is going-
LeBron James.
Because-
LeBron has his own organization
It's
within
not
the
the Los
organization.
Angeles LeBron.
It should be.
It's LeBron NBA. It don't matter wherever he's at. He brings his whole staff, and especially, come on, man, Rich Paul, you my client, bruh.
Yeah.
I got you.
LeBron's gonna have a
I
conversation.
got the chef.
He
I
gonna-
got this. I got the body guy. You think you good? Oh, we gonna whip you in an even better. Come on, man.
He gonna make
You know how
sure-
LeBron do. LeBron is the same on and off the court. I'm gonna take care of you, bruh. You gonna eat with me. Think about everybody that's around LeBron. Even the people he signed through Clutch Sports. Just think about it.
Who, John Wall?
When did he sign him?
Isn't he on Clutch? I think he on Clutch Sports.
I don't
Is
know.
it? But either
John
way,
Wall-
everybody ain't gonna be perfect. And they also signed Johnny Manziel, and they cut ties early.
Yeah,
quick.
of course. They should have never signed him. He just did it off because it was Cleveland. Yeah.
Of course.
As you can see, LeBron doesn't make the best decisions sometimes. So
That was a money grab.
But in what business bats 1,000%?
I'm not saying he did, but everybody knew Johnny Manziel was a mistake.
Okay,
Hey,
but he
you
did it
gotta
for the
try to make money
hometown.
if you can, and if it
Yeah.
don't, cut your ties.
Oh, so now it's about money, but you asking AD to give up
Yeah,
$4 million.
you see this
Oh,
guy?
I'm just saying,
You see this guy?
it's easy. We
Business opportunity. Hey, you know what? AD, invest in my company. We're gonna make this money grab real quick. I'm gonna make that $4 million.
Business
back.
opportunity.
That's how you do
You
it.
got a chance to go to the LA
Exactly.
Lakers, and you're gonna make all of that up just by being in
LA.
Yeah.
the city.
Come on, man.
And-
Come on, Nick.
That's why it's so important sometimes to be in those big market cities because you'll eat that up quick.
See what
the
they're gonna
Celtics.
do.
And Celtics got 4 first-round picks.
They
huh?
got too many picks in the wrong
And they-
draft.
Too many low picks in this draft. That's the problem. That's why they should have traded them. Won't ever play.
Why are they just loading up on the same positions? Like Al Horford is
They're
gone.
just taking probably the best talent that's available because they and this is like again, Ainge had these picks and he didn't move off of them. He wanted to hold on to them, and now they're due. So he has to take people. He probably tried to trade some of these. Nobody wanted them because they didn't want Thabu. Now I don't know if the guy can play or not, but you know we've seen Ainge make these type of picks before, and how many of them have turned into NBA players?
Not many.
Yeah, he's not the best drafter history-wise.
And can they really develop players? I don't know.
Terry came along nice.
Marcus Smart came along.
Yep, Marcus Smart came along too.
Marcus Smart
Okay,
became
the Naismith Decent Player of the Year.
a specialist
Yabu Sele, whenever he get in there, he look all right. Who the hell was he?
in limited minutes, but
I
let's
feel
see
you.
him
Avery
win a
Bradley.
expanded role.
But that wasn't really
That was
that wasn't Brad Stevens and them.
No,
Avery
but I'm saying
Bradley
as
was
far
the
as
previous
but
regime.
Danny Ainge drafted him.
was Avery Bradley doing
Steals plus and 50 blocks. And wow.
But he was solid though, Ken.
in
I
Boston?
didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's pretty impressive.
that is pretty impressive.
He might be a good, hey. This,
But you know what?
This is he might because what is he small for? So he, what, I
You
don't
saying
know
like a
his
Tony
height.
Allen?
I don't know what his height is.
They
If he
say
like
6'7".
Oh, okay, that's he'd be that guy. That, hey, come in and guard this guy for a few
And
minutes.
you
Come
know
in
what?
and
I'm gonna
guard
walk
this
a
guy.
little bit of it back because I maybe Boston isn't the type of team that needs like a guy like Kyrie. They probably need college-like players. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they got the
That's what
college
Brad
coach.
Stevens
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, guys that's gonna come in and play together as one, and not just be a solo
I
act.
told you. That's why I said like.
You get emotion again, Ken.
Did she pass?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ah, damn.
get through it, brother.
He might be all right. Like I said, he might be a type
Yeah,
player.
motivation.
Give Jason Tatum up some minutes and then just go ahead and play defense on this guy. You playing defense on this guy. You guarding this guy.
Yeah, he may be a team first guy. So you know, so yeah, I think he could work, man.
And let's not
Yeah,
bury
I mean,
the lead.
everybody don't have to be superstars in the
Right,
draft. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Like
You need rotational.
you need
players.
rotational players. He might be a good rotational player.
And
I
if
mean,
Tatum is the guy, so if Tatum becomes
Right,
the Kawhi
right.
Leonard,
and he,
and everybody else become the other Raptors.
yeah, he could be the others. There's nothing wrong.
And
with
let's
that.
not
He
bury
could
the
be
lead.
OG.
Yeah.
Let's not bury the lead. The Knicks got the best player in this draft.
R.J.
R.J.
Barrett?
Barrett. R.J. Barrett is the best player in this draft.
Just
I'm saying
overall
that now,
player?
right now, on the mic.
You just said that
Live.
as a Knicks fan.
I'm
Hey,
just-
man. Hey, why don't you tell the people about your new drink? Mr. Disrespect Juice out here. You've been drinking it all damn week.
That disrespect
All
you
month.
say.
You know-
I'm just saying, R.J. Barrett. It was he only worked out for the Knicks. Literally, he only did a workout. He only met with the Knicks. That's the only team he wanted to sign for because he knew what he could do. And I think as far as his upside, I think his upside is.
First player. in
I
2
think
years.
he could be an all-star.
Wow, that's impressive.
Like a multiple times all-star, franchise player. I think he could do some things.
I like R.J. Barrett. I like that he went to New York. I like that he wanted to go to New York. I like that he's ready to accept the challenge. I love that Zion was rooting for him and cheering for him in the background, man. They were like brothers for real. I know they were roommates. And yeah, I
Oh, he's
won't.
going to the Sixers.
Yeah, they traded him to the Sixers.
Oh
So,
shit. That's
I won't say best player yet. I think.
Wait, hold on. So that dude went to the Sixers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Damn.
won't say best player yet, but he
That wasn't
was,
Boston's pick?
It just
They
showed,
traded him.
to
They
the
picked
Oh, they just
for
traded
them.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But,
like that.
Oh,
I
man.
like that for
But-
Philly.
I know.
I like
I was
that. They need
shit,
that.
Yeah.
That's like
what I
Robert
said.
Covington.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better for Philly than Boston.
That's
I'm
better
like,
for
what
Philly.
the fuck
Yeah,
Boston
damn.
doing?
I just saw that. I'm like, damn, he going to Philly?
Yeah, he gonna get minutes.
Oh yeah, he's
He gonna get minutes. See, and this is the reason why you max out Jimmy and Tobias, because that's why you still need draft picks.
Jimmy, he opt out, but he's still is a chance for him to still sign back.
He's
with-
looking
Yeah,
to go to the
because
Rockets,
Philly
and he's
can
talking
offer him
to
the
a
most
couple of
money.
people.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Jimmy.
But he's gonna
sound
see
like-
what he gonna see.
But
what
real
Jimmy's
quick, let me
doing.
finish my thought
Oh,
about
I'm
RJ.
sorry, Ken.
No, y'all good. They were saying he was the number one player in the draft, but Zion just is like probably right underneath him, but he has a superstar.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
superstar
I think people
attraction, so.
people got caught up in the dunks like everybody else.
Oh my
But
god!
I compare-
Nick, to your point, to piggyback, I always said that even during college, I feel like as a complete player, I thought R.J. Barrett was a better player.
And
than
I
Zion.
had to get
Yeah.
turned around because I was going in with Zion, and then all of a sudden I'm really looking at these games.
No,
and I'm
during
like,
the college season, I always was saying like, yeah, Zion is box office, but the best player, the overall player in that
Yeah.
team is
It-
R.J.
you know what
Barrett.
this
Because
reminds
he's
me
more
of?
ready.
Yeah.
He was more ready.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the draft with RG3 and Andrew Luck. RG3 at the time was explosive, but I feel like a lot of people knew down the line Andrew Luck was going to be the best player between the two. And that's why I feel like between Zion and RJ Barrett.
That's somewhat unfair because RG3 got hurt, and his
That
ego.
impacted him.
Yeah, the knees. It was a knee injury, wasn't it? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
But either way, man, like regardless, I love all three. I think regardless of who's better or not, I love that something finally happened good for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I was so scared. I was sweating on that
I
third
thought they
on
would
the
pick
clock.
Darius Garland.
I was expecting them to pick some bullshit. I was like, bro, I can't do
Because
it.
if the Hawks would have came away with R.J. Barrett,
man,
boy. But you know what's interesting? We've talked about every single person except John Morant.
I think that's because he's the most. I don't worry about him.
Can't do him
Nah.
like that.
No,
But
I'm not saying we. I
But
was
we knew the writing was on the wall when Memphis
Yeah,
they
when he
traded
got
off.
traded.
Yeah,
But
when
we
they traded off
expected
to
them to do
Utah,
that.
It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that mean they going for Morant pretty much. They going to draft him. It was the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, but Ja, I think he. Yeah, man.
And
yeah,
he got
man.
a decent big man in Valanciunas.
Well, we don't know if is he a free agent?
I don't know.
I think he had a couple. I think he had some money.
No,
on
it's
his-
Vucevic. Yeah, he got one more year.
Mhm.
He got one more year. So yeah, no, I like what Memphis is doing, but it's too late. It's about almost 2-3 years too late. But
for
I
the
like,
rebuild.
Yeah, but I like who they got though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know because John Morant is probably the best. Like leaving, it's like it's not. It's a poor man's version of AD leaving
and getting
Zion. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so they got Ja, they got Jay Crowder, they got Kyle Korver, they got Jaren Jackson
Oh, Jay
Jr.
Crowder's not with Utah no more.
Nah, they traded.
Nah,
He was a part of that
remember?
trade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the full trade
Let's
detail.
talk about that real quick. As an aside, do you think they gave up too much to get Conley?
What did Memphis give up? I mean, what did Utah give
They
up
gave up-
again? Crowder.
They gave up Crowder. They gave up Jason. What was it? Allen.
Jay Crowder,
Grayson
Grayson
Allen.
Allen.
Grayson
I forgot
Allen.
about
Grayson
him.
Yeah. They gave up their 23rd pick and they gave up
Picks don't
another
mean shit.
first future first round pick, I believe.
That ain't too much. For Mike Conley,
The future
and then-
first.
That's the one that bothers me.
Yeah. That's
That's where I felt like it was
that's
a lot.
tipping the
That was the
scale.
same reason for me. Like anybody else on that, I'm like, okay, yeah, those
yeah,
are wash players.
Even the first round pick.
Even the first one, like you're
Take
23rd,
that.
it don't matter. But that future first, you don't know
Yeah.
how good.
Or you don't know how injured Mike Conley's gonna be.
That's another thing
And
too.
if he's injured, like how he has been, especially for the playoffs.
if he's playing though,
that, no. And here's the thing:
Man.
for Mike Connolly, he needs mega load
that's a hell of an
management.
upgrade
Yes.
from Ricky Rubio to Mike
It
Conley.
is. It is a guy that can
That's
get
a
buckets
hell of an
and
upgrade.
play make,
And if
and
you-
still
Man.
do it at a high level.
If you
Yes.
convince
And with
Ricky,
Spider Mitchell,
Yes.
if you could convince Ricky
Yes,
to take a
man,
little pay cut
Jesus.
Oh,
and stay
Ricky
on the
leaving.
team,
no, he gone.
Yeah.
He gone.
I mean,
He
yeah,
already came out and said he was leaving and looking at other places.
for what? Ricky ain't shit.
And then Clark
Nah, I
trade to
mean-
Memphis. They
Nah,
got this
that's
guy.
why you.
They got this
that's
guy
why-
now. Memphis got this guy now.
Oh, Brandon Clark.
Yeah, he was nice for Gonzaga. I remember seeing him play a few times.
Yeah, that's why you
Yeah.
let Ricky go.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but
you
I
need
mean,
that.
him, I was thinking like if he came off the bench, that would be a
Mm-mm.
great second unit guard.
I mean, yeah, maybe,
Yeah,
but he can't
he's
shoot.
a physical guy.
So, nah.
Sean Marion.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. He's way better defensively than Sean Marion.
Yeah.
At least from what I saw in Gonzaga, he's way way better defensively than Shawn Marion.
Who went fifth?
It was dude from who went to
Garland.
Cleveland. Darius,
Darius
Darius Garland.
Garland.
Okay, so he went
So that means
to
Sexton. That means Cleveland. Is like,
Cleveland. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, very interesting.
Sexton's
Because-
gone.
No, he's not gone, but I
Not
think
yet.
what Sexton's gonna do is play the 2, and Darius, of course, I was gonna play the
Because
one.
how big is Sexton?
He
We
ain't
looked
that
that up
big.
real
Like
quick.
He ain't that
6'2",
big.
6'3", something like that.
That's generous.
I
for
think they're
6'3".
saying he's like 6'3". That's what he's listed as. But he's not really a point guard. So when I questioned the move, I was like, oh, why would they do that? But he's not really a point guard. And there were reports coming out last year that they were trying to teach him how to play point guard. But with Darius Garland, you don't have to worry about that. So now he can go be like
But that's a very small backcourt.
I was gonna say at
it
at
is.
best case scenario, they're Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum. Worst case
But
scenario,
they're
they're
not even
Kyrie
that.
and Waiters.
They won't be that, but I mean, they may be more Kyrie and waiters than anything. But
That's what I see him at. Like it seems like the Cavs are doing the exact same thing over and over.
But I
again.
think Sexton can focus on what he likes to do, score. And Darius Garland can do a little bit of both.
But Darius is a scorer though. He's like a natural born shooter, shot creator, pick and roll. I'm gonna get my shot before I get other people's shots.
Is he? I mean, we only saw him in 5 games.
That's true. But I guess from the highlights and the things that I seen, obviously it's not a big sample size. But even when if you look at his high school highlights, you know what I'm saying? Attacker to rim. I think he's more Dame than anything, right? And I don't think that Sexton is CJ at all. So I don't see how they complement each other. Like one is a bona fide NBA scorer and the other one is a bona fide, Pat Bev type player. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how you play that. Like
I don't see Pat Bev.
so you don't see
Sexton,
Pat Bev and
Pat
Sexton?
Bev?
Yeah.
No.
I don't see no Pat
He
Bev.
can score, man.
Dame
just-
Lillard
I see-
dissed
I s-
Marvin Bagley. What the hell?
He just can't
He made a diss
facilitate.
song.
Talking about rapping and shit. Yeah.
That's crazy. I
'Cause
ain't-
Bagley
Yeah,
apparently
Bagley raps.
yeah.
Bagley raps.
We need to tweet him and be like, send us your shit.
That'd be
So you
dope.
think you good?
What if Dame
Get
be
in the
like?
chamber.
What if Dame Lillard be like, man, I always fuck with you.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
That would be
Come in this
nuts.
chamber.
He'd be
let
like,
me-
Hey,
oh,
now
man.
We
his
let
last
Nick hear what
album
his boy
wasn't
talking
bad.
about.
You know. It takes a champ to recognize a future champ. You know what I'm saying?
They still ain't gonna do shit.
You don't know this.
Just for a little bit, people probably don't even remember that.
Nope.
But I tell you what, Scott Perry, I know him very well. I'm so lucky to have you. Coach Fizz, another one of my friends. Very, very lucky to have you, man. You're gonna love it.
You see the size of that rock?
Question
Ooh.
is, you've been waiting for a long time.
100 plus bands.
What are you most looking forward to about playing in this league? Not only this city, but just in this league.
Just playing. Like I love to play the game of basketball. So, and I always love to be challenged. So to play the game I love on the biggest stage, finally, it's like everything's going together. I can't ask for more. I love it.
Cam can't talk like that.
Drew Hanlon to speak about some of the things that you guys have done. Where do you think you've made the most area of growth from the end of a sensational season at Duke to what you're preparing for to go into the NBA?
You know, just being a shot maker, making different and difficult shots, tougher shots, and it's definitely expanding my range out to the 3-point line, so I can be a threat on every level.
We know the
He needs to work on his right hand. Big time.
Your godfather, Steve Nash, has also played in
Just work with Nash
as we have a look. We see this great hug between
on the ball handling.
your father and you.
I love
played
that, man.
at St.
Oh,
John's and runs Canadian national team now as the GM. But Steve's not here tonight. He's got a little something going on.
Yes.
To the draft.
Yes, he does. He's back there taking care of his family business. But, my godfather plays a huge role. He's been there since before I was born. And definitely lately he came to a lot of my workouts, this summer in LA, just, giving me a lot of confidence. And I appreciate him.
Oh, what kind of things do you talk to him about that might be unique?
Yeah, I mean, everything. It's not even just basketball. It's about life. So he really helps me out.
This is the 3rd overall pick. Nobody give a damn.
How to be, how to live in this life.
You've got a ton of fans, but the guy we're about to see might be your new number 1 fan.
That was the other thing I liked.
Look, Spike ass.
Like
Hey.
New York was happy. They finally cheered. That's dope, man. I love seeing that, man. Like it's you know the other
That's like Carmelo and Bron.
well y'all
See, you got the new Melo.
You saying Zion is Bron?
Hell yeah. Zion, look, in the NBA, like I think RJ is more NBA ready. His skill set is more tailored to produce right now. But Zion is just freakish. Just like LeBron was freakish compared to Carmelo. Carmelo was more skillful than Bron coming in. Carmelo was like he got buckets.
who was that? B? You know him? Grant Williams.
I don't know why I know this guy.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch Tennessee that much this year.
Oh, they had a winning team though. They were pretty good
yeah,
last year.
yeah.
You know what else I liked last year? I mean this year. The Black Fathers, man.
Mm-hmm.
I loved seeing that, even though Zion wasn't there. But I love just seeing the dads come up there, man, with their sons. Love seeing them get emotional too with them. Love seeing RJ crying on his dad's shoulder. Like all of that stuff, man. The positive images that came
And
out
Ja.
of it. And Ja.
Yep.
Like
Black
all of that.
fathers, man.
Yeah, man.
Black
That
fathers
stuff.
representing.
Yeah, man.
Have
that's
we
the-
seen as much black father representation in the draft?
I was trying
Nah.
to think of that
I'm
when
trying
I
to
was driving. I don't know. I
I
have
don't
to go
think
back
so
and
either.
see.
Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yep.
black fathers represent.
Yeah, man.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
So she's smart as hell.
NASA engineer?
Safety engineer.
Wow, that's dope. Go ahead, black woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope as hell.
Yeah, he been hit the lottery.
Yeah, for real. And the thing about, man, is that, like, so many of these guys going to be bust.
I ain't gonna say all that. I ain't gonna say all that. But nonetheless, no, yeah. Once to me, after you pick 15,
On average, there's about
it's that little kid from Blackish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. They all come in with so much promise, but
it's not cut out for everybody.
Yeah.
This is the top of the top, creme of the creme. But yeah, the hell was I gonna say? I forgot the hell I was gonna say.
But
all right. So we went through. So we talked about Cleveland. So sixth. Who was that?
it's Phoenix.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. So they got Culver,
Yep, Jared Culver.
and
Also,
so
Phoenix
he's
made the
taking
trade.
Jimmy's
Yeah.
spot.
He is. It's a nice Jimmy replacement. It's kind of
Yep, two guards, six,
Yeah,
6'7",
similar.
6'8".
Yep, similar type of game. Just we don't know how much. I don't think he got Jimmy type dog in him, but we'll see.
I don't know either because his dad was a preacher,
Mm-hmm.
and he from Texas. He said he
Well,
gonna fly his grandmother up for that cooking, so he need to bring her. He's hit big shots. I'm just thinking about the tourney, but he struggled in like big games, and DeAndre got the best of him, and he just didn't come through. And when the pressure seemed to be on, so I don't know, man. I think that one may not work out for Minnesota. Plus, that's where you're going to.
Mm-hmm.
So he might fit in because I think he could assimilate to the rest of the roster. So we know Andrew and Towns are going to be the guys. So maybe he'll just kind of fit right in.
They got to
but-
trade Andrew.
To who?
I don't know, but they got to trade him. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
This might be the bad year to trade him, because I don't. The Knicks even turning down Chris Paul. So what do you think anybody else gonna say for Andrew Wiggins' contract?
I don't know. I have to work through that in my head. But from Minnesota's perspective, they got to move on.
They
from
might as
Andrew
well
Wiggins.
just like.
But why?
It's cheaper to keep him.
Because first of all, he's not producing as a number one pick should, right? That's number one. You're paying him like a number one pick.
That's their fault though. They didn't have to re-sign him to that ridiculous contract
I
I think
agree.
they did.
because they ain't got nobody else.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm asking why. Sometimes you just got to ride it out and maybe trade him in year 3 or 4 of the contract. Maybe I don't know what year he's in.
Yeah,
He's
in
his
there.
first 2
Oh.
years. Yeah. Like, I think he just signed it this past offseason.
Isn't it?
No. That was Carl. Carl just signed his
Yeah.
extension. Wiggins is either 2 or 3 years into his contract.
Let me look it up.
But I don't know, man. I yeah, he's not producing like a number one pick. How many actually do? And yeah, like he's not really like his ancillary stats, like everything else that he does. He's just a scorer, and that's it. So he's not producing wins. Neither is Towns, but
Yeah, he signed that deal last year.
Wiggins?
so he there, man.
When did Cat sign his deal? Oh, that was this year. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
tripping.
there.
I'm
So-
tripping.
Yeah, he's
I'm tripping. I thought Cat signed last year and Wiggins the year before.
and the worst part about it is that Wiggins' contract increases in salary
They all do.
as before it. So
How much is he making per year?
right now he's making 27 this upcoming season, 27 million, and then moving forward next year he's making 29, then 31, then 33. I don't know how you trade that
All right,
contract.
so
This the best time to
now-
trade the contract. to be
Yeah,
That's what
honest.
I'm saying.
kind of leaning with FIFO because
You gotta move on.
if he doesn't start producing elsewhere on the court outside of scoring, then what is he gonna for that price? What is he gonna give you? So that I don't know, but either way, I don't know.
You know where he could. You know who he could help. They don't have the assets to get him.
Who's that?
Portland.
Oh yes, he would help them, but
Because the 1 and 2 could be hyper aggressive, and you just be you.
Don't they have the ass? I mean, you
Who?
give up a future first round pick. You give up Aminu. Who else?
Mo, you're gonna have to give him Mo Harkless too.
Yeah, Mo Harkless,
Evan Turner,
Evan Turner. Yeah, those three.
oh man,
and one of them bigs too.
B. It's those waiting,
Hmm.
waiting to hear your
Soon as your
name called.
name,
Yeah,
yeah. They haven't
start
got that
sweating.
name. Yep, haven't got that name called yet. They just be sitting there anxious.
Yeah,
You put
Like
on
I-
that nice suit for no damn reason.
I hope they get picked, because now you going by team needs, so
Mm-hmm.
you're at the mercy. And then you can hear them talking about your ass.
Yep, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Dang, Nasir Little hasn't been picked yet.
But I think OKC's probably gonna take him.
Utah lost some people in that trade. They probably looking for depth. Woo! Shout out to Cincinnati. Darius Baisley.
Have you seen him? Oh,
What?
He's going to OKC. He's going to OKC.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what's hurting those guys.
He's going to OKC. What's hurting those guys?
Guys like him that come out of nowhere, because I haven't seen him on any mock drafts that I recall.
No, because remember he was the kid that with
Lanky
Clutch
as
Sport,
hell.
He is
Clutch
lanky.
Sports.
He is lanky.
He was
That
the
fool
kid.
Tayshaun Prince lanky.
He is.
He was the kid that took that year and did that internship for $1 million.
Oh.
That's him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he signed with Clutch Sports.
Mhm.
But can he play? Well, I guess if Clutch.
He
got
was
him-
supposed. He was like
Yeah,
top
that fool is
10 in his
lanky
recruiting
as hell.
class.
Is he any good though?
He going to OKC.
Right. So how does he help them when you got other guys out there that could, like Kevin Porter Jr. and
Yeah.
What? Just look how long
New
he
Balance.
is.
Yeah, New Balance intern.
I know, but they've done this before with Terrence. Not Crawford. Maybe it is Terrence Crawford or whatever these other guys they've drafted over the last couple of years that didn't do anything.
Who was the dude that they drafted? I was so high on him. He looked like Paul.
Ferguson, Terrence Ferguson.
You remember OKC had a dude that looked like Paul George, and one season he started like a couple games. He went off, and then he was no.
He looked like
It may be Terrence Ferguson.
No, it's not Terrence Ferguson.
Okay.
I know the name when I heard OKC. He came. He was part of the James Harden, Serge Ibaka. Oh, what's his name?
I feel like I know who you're talking about too.
He looked like Paul
He was on
George,
that squad
bro.
when they went to the finals against Miami.
Yes, it didn't get no tick.
I don't know why Ty Jerome is on people's list. Now we about to get into the
What year was that?
boo boo.
The one they went to the finals? That was 2012. That was the 2011, 2012 season.
All right, so while FIFA looking that up, so 7. So that was the Bulls. So the Bulls got
Kobe White.
Kobe White. Yeah. they needed a point guard, but I think they needed a guy that could facilitate. And he's not that. He's a scoring point guard. But it feels like that's becoming more of a trend anyway. This is the Steph Curry effect.
That's what I was gonna say. What pure point
Hayward
guards are
Lazar?
coming in the draft
People?
now anyway?
I don't know. Outside of Ja, who was 20-10, but they don't make him like him anymore. So,
Exactly.
So
They
I don't
few
know
and
how
far
he's.
between.
Yeah, so I don't know how he's gonna fit in. I don't know
What are
if
you talking about?
he's gonna
You'll
be
see.
a
I'm gonna find
Dennis
him.
Smith Jr. or a Dunn or a Nicolina. He may just not be nobody. You
Not
know.
Daquan Cook, right? Not him. Royal Ivy.
Nah.
Hell no.
Who the
not
hell?
him.
Yeah, because everybody, Kendrick Person, Nazir Muhammad, Defalosha, Russell Westbrook, yeah, Derek Fisher, Nick Collison. Who he? Yeah, it must be wrong year because
Perry Jones.
he's not on.
I
this,
remember
he's
Perry
Perry
Jones.
not on
Jones.
this. He's not on this roster.
2013 roster.
Okay, all right.
Perry Jones.
Yeah, I remember him.
I was
I
high
remember
on
I
him.
remember him.
He
I
finally
wasn't
got
high
an
on him, but I do
opportunity.
remember him, yeah.
You know, after a couple of injuries. I remember there was a game that he, like one of the first games he started, you know what I'm saying, like maybe year 2 or 3, and he had like 40 something. Like he looked like he had it, and then he was just out the league.
It's
Perry
so much
Jones.
that happens.
He's in
like,
the G League right now.
Is he?
Yep.
you know, with all of the podcasts, we get to hear like some of the things that happens behind the scene. Coach don't believe in you, the injury, you know, and like anything could derail a guy's career, man. Some of these guys just don't even have the mental makeup.
And then just think about sometimes like the team that you're on, right? Like sometimes it just doesn't work out. Think about like I'm looking at that roster. Like they had Rodney Brewer. Y'all remember Rodney Brewer?
Mm-hmm.
Not Corey Brewer, Rodney Brewer. They had what's his name? Jeremy Lamb. They had Andre Roberson at the time. You said Steven Adams. They had him. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, they had Hashim Thabit, Thabo. So look, in all honesty, I have to say Presti is top 5.
Nah, bro.
Because when I look at how much the roster has turned and how much value he's gotten, either through the draft or through trade, it's hard to top the job he's done.
What pick was Hashim? Was he second?
That he was like
was
top
top 3
to Memphis.
Yeah,
Man.
I remember Thabit was like,
Talk
Yeah.
about bust.
right.
But there was guys worse than him.
I know, but he's on the list still.
All right, Philly. Bo.
Kevin Porter Jr.
Hey,
What?
Jerome's in the house.
Oh, this is the Boston.
It's going to Boston. Woo, thank God.
Yep. Bye, Kyrie. That's that Kyrie insurance.
Yep.
He actually is going to fit.
Oh, and he was with.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I like that for Phoenix. That's who they need.
Yeah, he's the most talented. He was supposed to go like 10 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he drop so much? Then he probably did a bad interview.
Just team needs, bro. I think
That
I don't
and
know.
he also didn't play that well.
He doesn't like have like a game. He's also kind of like a prospect. But this is a good pick for Phoenix because
He got some size.
He got size and smarts,
yes,
and he can shoot.
but will he be able to play with the NBA
Can he play defense?
athletes?
What
You-
point
you-
guard plays
Cra-
defense?
This looks
right
good
now?
in college.
But crafty guys figure it out. Crafty
Yeah, I
guys
was gonna
figure
say,
it out.
And what point guard really plays defense in college, like starting wise?
Pat
nobody.
Bev.
I'm talking about like
In college or NBA?
NBA.
Pat Bev.
Yeah, but he's only
Russ.
1-on-1.
But is
Don't
he
really
really
play
a
defense.
first round pick?
Russ plays defense. He just gets lost off ball. On ball, he plays defense. Off ball, he gets lost too much. He gambles too much.
I like him because they need somebody that can do other things outside of scoring, and he'll provide that. So
They need a starting point guard.
right. So Ayton Booker can focus on doing.
I
what
love
they
him
do
with
best.
Phoenix, but I would have liked him with the Sixers too.
Oh yeah, I would have
Yeah.
because they're not gonna be able to
McConnell.
afford McConnell.
Yeah.
Yep, McConnell's gonna walk. And I love McConnell for them because he's so Philadelphia.
Yeah. They saying he going
This
to
kid,
LA.
this kid looks Philadelphia too, but where he's going to, he's more needed in Phoenix.
He ain't gonna make it.
The number 8 pick was what?
Jackson Hayes.
To the Pelicans.
The Pelicans, which was good.
big.
So now they got their 5 and their
Yep.
4.
They started 5. They Gucci.
Yeah, man.
They Gucci.
Oh, yeah, he did go there. He did.
David Griffin, and he stole because the Hawks. He was on the Hawks list but they stole him from the Hawks. So not only did he do the trade with him, he ended up taking their
The
guy
guy.
that they were gonna get. Yeah, well. The injury. What is that thing on his shirt?
It's a spider web. I don't know what
That's
that
the one that's blowing in blowing air.
Who ca-
You Keldon Johnson, you like, yeah, he getting nervous. I think the 4 of them should go. So Nasir Little, man.
Some of these players think like, damn, I probably should have stayed in college. I should have stayed one more year.
So let's talk about the guy that did the internship. So because it worked out.
It worked out tremendously, in my opinion.
We didn't get a chance to see him play, but we have a guy this year, right, that went overseas.
They went overseas.
Yeah, R.J. Hampton and LaMelo are going overseas to play in Australia.
And he got paid by New Balance, so obviously, you know what that means he's
$1
going
million.
sign. He's going to sign with New
Yeah,
Balance.
he got paid $1 million internship
Dang.
before he came to the NBA.
Before he came to the NBA. That's
So
crazy.
he was a millionaire before he even walked on the court.
That's,
And he probably already got himself a deal with New Balance. And on top of that,
Boy.
once he leaves the NBA, he could probably just work for New Balance.
but which one do you like? Which path do you like best? The internship or going overseas?
Going overseas, you got to hoop.
and being able to play.
I like,
and I'm
I
not
like the internship.
I'm not saying Baisley didn't hoop or didn't refine his game, but I think that when you can play at this age, against grown men, mid-20s to early 30s to late 40s, because, you know, overseas they be playing late, for you as an 18, 19-year-old to go prepare as a professional, to go against grown men, that's the best time. And, you know, I've been saying this is not new. I think that's the best way to prepare to come and play professional basketball in the NBA.
So when you have 5-star talent, that's foregoing college to go play overseas and get paid to do it, what's this going to do to college?
Right.
Well, and on top of that, when they get rid of this one and done rule.
Right.
Because they said that guy was the guy that went overseas. He was a high prospect, right?
There it is. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
R.J. Hampton.
Oh, yeah.
You
him
talking
too.
about this year?
Who you talking about, Bailey?
The one that went overseas, R.J. Hampton or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
I don't know
R.J.
his
Hampton.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's super nice. 6'5" point guard.
I like the internship because it's a long game. Like everybody knows in professional sports, you got a window to make money and secure your future.
Yep.
What he did was not only do that as far as being a millionaire with that internship, but he also secured himself a job afterwards for New Balance. Like he's gonna be a part. New Balance will embrace him after his career.
LaMelo. He looked like a man.
I try to tell you.
He
He don't look like a little
told
boy no
Lonzo.
more.
God,
He told him
dang.
Lonzo.
Yep.
He's
And
not
he
even
big
lanky
in
like Lonzo.
Lonzo.
That's the thing. God, they right now he's supposed to be projected as a top 5 pick.
Yep.
When I looked on NBADraft.net,
Yep.
they have him
He's going
going
overseas.
third.
He's going to start Australia, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Man, because I was looking at old highlights. I was when he was playing with Lonzo. I was like, I don't know.
Nah,
And
yeah,
then I
he grew
found
up quick.
the most recent
Yeah.
video from this year. I was like,
Like, damn, he didn't
Yeah.
grow. Yeah.
what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's playing in the Drew League this summer.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
Yep.
at. Yeah, it was like a Drew League practice. And
No,
I
no,
was
no.
like,
He's, play,
the
he's playing
games-
in the league.
Yeah, he's playing in the league.
yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
the video
Oh,
I saw
okay.
was like him just shooting and doing like a practice. It was like a scrimmage or something. But I was like, that's LaMelo? Man,
I try to tell you, Ken. I try to tell you. The nicest one out the three. The nicest one.
The one
Because-
that can save LeVar.
The one that can save LeVar, because he has, and here's the thing that I didn't see when he was younger, because he was playing off Alonzo. Like both of those guys were playing off Alonzo. And you saw it at times, but his passing ability,
It's pretty damn good.
yo,
What it is?
it surprised me.
Yeah.
It's I didn't know he had all that.
He was zipping some passes where I was like, woo. man.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think he was going to do that.
Yeah. And then the other thing about it is he's the most, I would say Jello probably has the biggest green light, but Melo is dumb aggressive offensively. and
did
he's
notice that.
unselfish, that's a hard combination to pull off. To be ultra hyper aggressive, trying to get buckets, but at the same time you just
Dipping.
nice with it.
Yeah.
He's special, man. 6'7" with size. You see, he's dunking on people now. Look, man. I'm not saying he's gonna be no MVP. I'm not saying he's gonna be the number one
He
pick.
gonna be special though.
But he's special. He's the special one. He the one that came out with the sauce.
FIFO hedging his bets with that.
Nazir. There you go. Now you can pay
I
for
was
the
gonna say
chain.
Nazir
Now you
was-
can pay for the
Nazir
chain.
was sitting there like he was waiting on his haircut at the
It was either
barbershop.
now or never, man. This
You
was
think he might be that 3-and-D that Portland needs?
He got.
That's what he needed to be.
Yeah, he gotta be.
Look. Sometimes when you get drafted later on in the draft to playoff teams, they need one thing.
Yeah.
You
We
know
need-
what your job is, bruh.
We need you to do this.
Be long,
Yeah.
his
get blocks.
favorite player is Kawhi Leonard. Okay.
You know,
Bye, Mo
Look how big he
Harkless.
is. You know what I'm saying? Like, play off of CJ and Dame.
What's this dude height?
He like
6'7".
6'9". Oh, 6'7".
I thought I heard 6'7". Maybe. Oh, you know what? I'm probably thinking about Lonzo. I think I heard you just say it with Lonzo. But they say he got.
He's 6'6", 224.
Okay.
And not tall enough.
He could be long enough. His wingspan.
But he had.
That's
I
not
think
tall.
he has upside. And like I said, like he wasn't supposed to go this low. Like
But
this is the
he came off the
24th
bench.
pick.
He came off the bench all his games.
He was supposed to. I know.
This is supposed to be like Marvin Williams.
he's got over 7'1"
Ooh,
wingspan. So
6'6", 7'1". Okay, that's
That is different.
that's
That's
He
different.
said that is different.
yeah. You
that's what I was
6'6"
saying.
with a
I'm like, look at his
7'1"
wingspan.
So we don't know.
Yeah, they need that. They need that in Portland.
Can he shoot?
Yeah, I like that.
Well, he's an attacker. That's good. That was a great pick by Portland.
That's what they need.
I like it because they need to start getting rid of Mo Harkless and Amino
And Evan Turner.
and Evan Turner. Yes. So it's time to start turning some of those roster spots over, man. And if they got and to get a talented player this late that was supposed to go in the top 15. Okay, I like it. I need some tears.
He the 25th pick. He don't give a damn about Portland right now for real. He just saying
He was
shit.
sitting in that chair for a long time. You better cry.
He already cried before he got picked. He was crying all the millions that was going away.
Yeah, but that tennis chain, that's about 120 bands. That Cuban link, that's about another
So he
80
needed
Those
that
are,
pick, huh?
you know,
Bruh.
I'm about to say no. Those are all going back to the jeweler tomorrow because they let him have it for the draft.
You're going to have a chip on his shoulder. That's good. That's a good attitude.
That's
to
nothing
have.
but that's what Portland
That's a good
loves.
attitude.
You
They
either
all
cry
love.
or say, I'm going to show you.
Yep. Yep. That's a good attitude to have.
She wearing Yeezys.
Yeah.
I bet you were happy to get that hug.
You stupid, Ken.
Ooh, Cleveland got a mess of a roster. God damn,
They
that's
got to
ugly.
trade K Love.
They
need
trying
they
to.
need to get a GM.
So who needs K Love?
Nobody. Would oh, I didn't know she had yellow makeup on. So let's look. I mean, this is kind of interesting, right? So Kevin Love gave up everything to win a title. Worth it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Not even a
Butter
second
the jokes. People
don't
think
matter.
you can't play anymore.
I got a ring and I got big money. Say something to that.
Those are the two things everybody goes to the league for. I want to get paid and I
Yep.
want to win chips.
Yep, I
And
got
he
both.
got one. He got one of each.
Okay.
But man, who can use K Love? Who can use K Love?
Portland.
Portland could use K Love. Portland could definitely use
Lakers?
K Love. Nah.
Oh my goodness. Depending on how the roster works out, the Nets.
That's exactly who I was gonna say next. That's exact because they have a void at the 4. Yeah,
They got a void. They have a void at their front
everywhere.
court. Yeah.
But with him and Jared Allen, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Because you got defense
I like
and
that.
offense.
Yep, I like that.
Oh, they could get Kevin Porter Jr. No. Damn, they need a center.
I will go Bobo. At this
Yeah, I
point.
think Bobo would be a good pick.
Yeah,
here.
but he hurt.
It don't, man. Tristan
He'll be
Thompson.
alright. Yeah, and K Love.
Come on, bro.
Okay.
They gotta get rid of both
That's
of them.
what I'm
contracts.
saying. Like, you got
exactly.
two hurt dudes. You're
But,
going to get
that's
draft
why you
hurt.
get Bobo.
Yeah.
Make a play on the upside. You can get rid of that contract, hopefully. And if Bobo
Of who? Of
becomes
K
the-
Love?
No, Tristan Thompson.
Oh.
And if Bobo pans out, then you're good. If not, then we know they're gonna be
Another
drafting in the lottery anyway.
Clutch Sports contract.
Yeah, that was.
Paul making that money.
Hey, Rich Paul get that 10% with ease.
So there's 3 players I want to see if they're gonna get drafted. Keldon Johnson, Bobo, and Kevin.
You
Porter
know where
Jr.
Tristan fits perfect? Houston.
I knew he was going to say Houston.
Nah,
I
'cause
knew he was
they
gonna say-
can't do anything with Capella. Ooh, talk
you
about
got-
highway robbery.
But now he.
This
he
is
fits
the
Houston.
Hassan Whiteside contract.
It
Once
is.
you sign it, you go straight to the trash.
What y'all, what y'all think about this Chris? Since we mentioned the Rockets, this Chris Paul thing, they've denied it. Everybody has.
Of course.
Chris
Come
Paul
on.
don't get along with nobody. He's
Except
a politician.
Maybe Bron. Except maybe Bron.
Except the Banana Boat crew.
Yeah.
Nah, he doesn't.
Except
He's
the
a
Banana Boat
bulldog. But so it didn't surprise me. But I don't know, man. I don't know what I believe anymore. Like, that dude had to get that from somewhere.
Chris Paul is the Carly Red of the NBA. Don't get along with nobody.
That man want to win, man, and he let Jeremy Lin get a ring before him.
Man,
Insanity.
that's the pure definition.
And that's what set him off. That's probably what made him bad to start cussing everybody out.
because he saw Jeremy Lin with that trophy. You see how he was? He was in the back with the trophy, kissing it like, nigga, you ain't doing a damn thing.
Who?
I thought that was him. I was like, bro, they drafted.
This is
that
why
nigga
they gonna be
Belmont?
trash, bro.
Hold on, see
Oh,
how he
nah,
play.
Nah.
What you
No,
say,
no,
Ken?
no,
The white
no,
boys
no,
is
no.
coming
I
back.
said the white boys coming back, man. I've been
Hey, they trying to bring it in.
You know what was
I've
also
never seen this guy play before.
Belmont, bro.
He better not be no Jimmy Fredette.
He was, those are some tough threes now. Them was some
Jimmy
tough
was
threes.
Jimmy was hitting in college though.
Jimmy just had bad NBA luck.
He did. And also, Jimmer in college would just launch. Like, he would just come down and take 2 dribbles past half court like Steph and just.
Oh, nah. Look at this shit. Oh, hell no.
Oh,
He
but
has a
he making it work, though.
Oh shit.
Woo.
Hey.
Woo!
No. Send him back. That's going to be a white-ass team, man.
It's Cleveland.
It is.
Chetty,
Chetty.
Kevin.
Yes. Chetty, Kevin, Mr. Belmont.
They got Deli back.
They got
They might be the whitest team in the NBA.
Might be.
Them or Brooklyn. Brooklyn got a whole bunch of white boys, too.
Nah, Brooklyn got some.
They do.
Damn.
But they got their fair share.
So Bowl and Kevin
I
Porter.
thought he was gonna say
Jr.
Utah. Utah got some. Well, they just traded it. Most
Joe
likely, like-
Ingles.
Do you know this guy from Stanford? Pola? I hope none of them are there. I know Bowl and Kevin Porter are.
He did.
Okay, so the Nets. Kevin Bowl, or they going to stick with
They don't need no big man.
They don't need no big.
Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or Keldon Johnson? I think they're
one
like
of those two.
I'll say- I'll
That's where
say
they gotta
Porter
go.
Jr.
If they get passed up, they second round picks.
Going
I don't
back-
want to laugh at them.
Going
but
back to the Chris Paul thing, I think he's done. I think right now the way Houston is just offering up to everybody, he's not coming back next season. Even though I don't think he should be traded, I think they could just run it back and see what happens and then make moves. But nobody's taking that $40+ million contract, especially for what he did last season. Hell no. And then to know that he's a locker room cancer too, it's a wrap. I rather rebuild than deal with him.
I would definitely take his talent, but I can't deal with that contract. You know, I think a guy
It's
like
gonna be
him,
either one or the other. Somebody's gonna say no to him.
Yeah, so I think they better make peace with where they are, because, you know. But it's the owner's fault coming out talking about we're gonna trade everybody. And that's what he
Right.
It's
said.
the
Yeah,
craziest.
that's what he said,
It's
yeah.
the craziest
He was
relationship
like,
between
everybody on the table.
that owner and GM. Like Daryl Morey, you could tell he's trying to, put sugar on this shit show. But I don't know how they can make moves to even be really competitive in the West next year.
All right, so the Nets floating out there that they don't want Kyrie unless KD come. That was interesting.
You know what? Everybody's saying that though. Everybody's saying that. Like everybody, like Boston wanted Kyrie to get AD.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? The Knicks wanted Kyrie to get KD, and so do the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Kyrie right now is like
LA, Bron.
That's what I'm thinking,
Yep.
man.
the Lakers. They want Kyrie to get KD. Don't nobody want just Kyrie straight up.
But let's talk through this hypothetical though, right? So if Brooklyn say, yeah, we good, since KD don't want to go here because he's having how do they describe it? These emotional moments, trying to think of what he want to do. I can't think of the wording they use. So if you're Kyrie, you might be like, man, fuck y'all, right? The Knicks got R.J. Barrett, so they got their future. They probably want to deal with him. They got Dennis Smith Jr., so they don't really need him anymore.
They got a lot of guards too, by the way.
So they good. So they be like, yeah, if you can't get KD, we good. So all right, so I can't go there. His net spot was he got 2 spots left. Boston, does he run it back after what he did to them? Would they even want him?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like they saying the right.
Oh yeah,
thing.
they'll take him back because they ain't got. You talking about
That's
Ty
Kyrie.
Jerome?
Yeah.
Will they?
Ty Jerome
though?
ain't nobody.
Ty Jerome is going to Phoenix. Remember,
At the end of the day, it's Kyrie Irving. You picking Kyrie Irving over most
you
players.
gotta have a long conversation with him.
You will have to, and he may do the 1+1 or 2+1 type deals, something short term.
You
It
talking
might be
about-
short term.
Yeah, but he was toxic to that locker room, and he tore that team apart.
But at the same time, if he gets how many years has Kyrie been in the league? Coming on 10.
Nah.
Yeah, but who's to say he
Like
don't?
7
Who's to say
or
he's
8.
not Chris Paul?
But he got a ring, and he proved that he was a
No,
champion.
no, no. I'm talking about attitude.
Oh,
Locker room cancer.
Yeah. That's what people are kind of floating out there. So
but
the
you know
only-
you can win with him though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, that's true.
You can't say that same about Chris Paul.
not as
League guy, no.
Not as a
He's
lead-
not the
nah,
league guy.
But,
We know that.
But the
now.
same thing with Chris Paul. He wasn't a leader with the Rockets, but he still couldn't take him over the top. Even with the hurt KD.
Well, there was a lot of things that happened.
There was a lot of things said, but at the end of the day, when you play basketball, you should have won that series without KD.
No. I feel you, but
At
it's
least the
more-
game.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one game, you should have
Exactly.
won
Out of
that
the
game.
last 3, you could have won 1 at least.
But I think it's just more about just your like chemistry matters a lot, and leadership matters, and he doesn't, and he through his own admittance have proven that he can be that guy. But
You talking about Kyrie?
yeah, Kyrie. So anyway, so Boston may be like, yeah, all right, we good. Where do you go?
Nah,
Lakers.
Boston will take him back. Boston will take him back.
I feel like they would. But
Worst case scenario, he goes to Indiana.
if they don't, Indiana.
The Pacers. I said worst case scenario. Is that?
I
They
don't
just
see
traded
that.
for TJ Warren.
Yeah, they sure did.
Who?
Pacers.
Mm.
It's not a bad.
Kyrie and Oladipo? That's a good combo with Miles Turner. That'll get you second round.
He said, "That give you second round."
And his daddy wanted him to go to New York, but he got to get his daddy out of his life. His daddy.
He can go to
messed
New
him
York
up.
all he wants to. He just ain't gonna play for him.
All right.
Who?
Oh, he's
Wow.
there.
This
Yeah, usually the guys that expected to go first, they're all there.
I know. That's why I'm
Yeah.
concerned about Kevin Porter and
That's
Bol
what I'm about to
Bol.
say. There's only 3 picks left,
Mm-hmm.
and they might not
Yep.
get those. Wow.
Yeah, I wonder who San Antonio going to take then.
And that's a center. So they must don't feel good about. Oh,
Well, they said
okay.
proposed trade to the Clippers.
Oh, okay. Read. All right. So
That's what I've been reading. This whole damn draft is a proposed
Yeah,
trade
it
to
is.
somebody
It is.
else
It is.
outside the top 3.
So yeah, that's not
So
bad.
you got Warriors, Spurs, and then Pistons.
Oh, I also heard that Kawhi may be looking at the Knicks.
He ain't going to the Knicks.
We might be back, baby.
Hey, what's that disrespect juice you been sipping on, bruh?
I'm drinking. We might be back, baby. Quick, fast, and
Hey,
a
what
hurry.
if Bobo go to Golden State? You talking about a 7-2 3-point shooter, bruh?
Hey,
Oh yeah, that he kind of raw.
But don't that look like your first shot with 2K?
yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember them boys was giving Duke hell.
Hey, but if he turns into Mutombo, whoa.
He pulling out mid 2000 dances. Was that the
He's going to the
you?
Clippers though. He ain't playing.
Yeah,
with the Clippers. He's
yeah.
going to the
Oh, okay, so he get to play with
Play with
Kawhi.
Doc Rivers, yeah. You said, well, Kawhi, you think Kawhi going to Clippers?
I think he's gonna run it back.
He might.
He
I think he's
should.
gonna run it back.
He could sign a 2+1 deal, get his 10 years, and sign a bigger max than he would this summer.
But my original prediction of him going to the Lakers, that went out the window once they got AD, because he ain't going there to be a third wheel.
He ain't
at
going there
all.
for a pay cut and a third wheel. Hell nah.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be
Who you talking about?
he'll be their best player. Actually,
Kawhi.
let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. You're not gonna
Yo, hey, did you see what this man disrespect
I'm
just
talking
said?
to B
What
right
he
now.
say? What he say?
Kawhi wouldn't be the best player on the
Go ahead.
Lakers.
Kawhi would be the best player on the Lakers.
He wouldn't be the best player on the Lakers.
Hell no.
He wouldn't be the best player on the Lakers.
He'd be the third best.
No, he
That's
won't be the
why-
best player of the
that's
Lakers,
why-
man.
That's why we
It
need.
be
That's
close,
why
Nick.
we need a weekend in between every show for this reason. Because I can't. I
We need
can't
a
do.
decompressor home.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all telling me the
Shit,
Finals
Brian.
MVP, the reason why the Raptors have a title,
Brian is still
period.
the best player in the league, man.
Yeah, bro.
He's still the best player.
Which is
What-
crazy.
When,
Year
if
16,
everybody's
17.
healthy in the NBA, LeBron's still number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's not.
LeBron is still the
No,
best
he's not.
player.
Everybody healthy, LeBron.
He's top three, but he's not number
player.
one.
He's
He's
number
not
one.
two.
He's
He's
no,
number
ain't,
three.
Ain't nobody taking from
It's
me.
KD,
Yeah.
Kawhi, LeBron.
Nah, it's LeBron.
KD, Kawhi, LeBron.
No, man, it's LeBron.
We
LeBron
did a
is the
show.
best player. Huh?
No, go ahead, B.
I just said LeBron is the best player in the league still. You know, he's the
Man. Who was ninth? Who got picked ninth, man?
I got you. It was a Royal Ham
Oh,
Rory
yeah.
Hachimura.
for Gonzaga.
Who did he go
went
to?
to the
Oh.
Wizards. Went to the Wizards at 9.
Let's talk about the
Power
Wizards, man.
forward, 6'9", 230.
The Wizards
Just stagnant.
Are a
I didn't
black
even
hole.
know that until Kyle brought
They
that
can't
up.
win 50 games since what year did you say, B?
78, 79 was the last time they won 50 games.
You know
50
the-
plus games.
What? So the Gilbert Arenas Wizards didn't win 50 games?
Never won more than 50.
40s. I looked. That's why I told Kyle, like, damn, you right.
I
looked
thought
it
the
up.
same thing. I thought that because that
Yeah.
Wizards team, they
Yeah,
always gave LeBron fits.
Hibachi was cooking.
they
It was
were
Karan
43.
Butler,
Yeah,
Gilbert Arenas,
Antoine Jameson,
They were 43, 46.
Deshaun Stevenson.
48.
Deshaun Stevenson. Yeah.
48, 46. 40, yeah.
Wow.
They never hit
The
above
Knicks
50.
have won more than 50 games with Melo.
Yeah, Wizards never hit.
You mean Linsanity?
With Melo. Y'all gotta put more. Wow.
Hey, look,
They
let's
need, to
be
blow, they need to blow up that whole
But
team.
they got rid of
there's
Porter.
there's
They
no
got
reason
rid
why
of-
they should have Bradley Beal right now.
So
they
they're
should blow up.
rebuilding.
Yeah,
They need to
and-
blow
but
up
they
the
don't
whole
want to
team.
trade him. So that came out. I don't know if that's going to hold true, but they don't want to trade him. They already said that. So they got still John Wall, Bradley Beal coming back. They got rid of Porter Jr. and the other kid that played for the Suns now.
Kelly Oubre?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And he blossomed.
Boy, he did.
He blossomed when he got out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Porter. Porter had some good games. So now they got Raul Hachimura.
Rory.
Roy. We're going to call him RH. so they got him, Bill, Wall coming back.
Wall ain't coming back no time soon.
You don't? I thought he just broke his foot.
Nah,
he
it was
tore his
Achilles.
Achilles.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
so
Wall ain't
he'll be
coming.
out half the year, half of next year.
Yeah. And we don't know. And his whole thing was
It's
speed. Yeah.
So we don't know what that's gonna look like. Because he hadn't developed a consistent jumper
It's
yet.
we're gonna have to start having that John Wall combo.
Mm-hmm.
I
Look,
think everybody already did once before he got hurt.
Nah,
People were already talking
Yeah,
about like, we need to do
well,
something with the.
yeah, because he started gaining weight. He started having weight issues before the injury.
I'm just talking about his career.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They were talking about who should we trade between John Wall and Bradley Beal, but then everybody went back to that contract with John Wall, so that's why they're looking at Bradley Beal to move him.
But I think still people still like held out hope based on his talent.
It's a wrap now.
So
Not to say it for his career, but I'm just saying like he is who he is at this point.
and that's what I'm saying. Now it might be time to like when he come back and we see what he got. Like it might be time to be like, all right, bro, like we need to start looking at him and be like, your time, like you said, your time's up.
No, his time might be. Look, here's the thing. It's not gonna take much to see where he's gonna be at. Like as soon as he plays, like he doesn't have to be the same type of explosive athlete, but if he loses more than 15 or 20% of what he was, what is he gonna be?
We gonna be Dennis Schroeder?
Not Dennis Schroeder could shoot threes.
A waste of a talent.
Well, he got paid, so that all
He
that
was
matters.
way better than Dennis Schroeder, but
He got that max money. That's all he wanted.
we're gonna have to figure out who he is.
Clay could have
Damn,
dropped
right
50.
there.
Clay could have dropped 50
Yeah,
that
Clay
night.
was about to drop 50 that game.
He was
man.
gonna drop 50.
Clay was balling in that game.
And Steph was like, "Oh shit, they gonna see me get exposed."
What y'all think about what Kendrick Perkins said about Steph?
What he say?
Pretty much saying like we give Steph a pass too much. He's never.
Oh,
hit no-
yeah,
Yeah, we do,
Absolutely.
of course.
Oh,
Why you think I'm on his ass now?
hey man.
Pause.
Bo Bo.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I
Bo Bo.
know what you mean.
I've been.
Probably Jordan Poole. Oh shit.
Damn.
Damn, you called that shit.
Jordan
there's a lot of
Poole?
people there. Then
Yeah, because they do the second round too. It's like back to back.
they go up for the second round.
They do everything in one night. They ain't like the NFL.
Yeah, this is not the
They
NFL.
ain't NFL.
We only doing the
It's only
first
2
round though.
rounds.
Yeah, we not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know they go up for the second round too. I didn't know they walk on stage.
Yeah. What's his
Okay.
name? Doesn't
The guy.
Adam Silver doesn't do the second round.
The other
it's
guy
always
does,
the assistant commissioner.
Why did you think him?
Just because they needed another.
They need more
need more
wing
depth
play.
and
I honestly
more
thought
length.
he was going in the second round because
Yeah,
he was
no,
projected to
I
be
was-
like a late second round pick.
That was. I mean, yeah. I was just throwing names out there because I know he was still on the kid. Stupid.
Oh, that guy.
Damn, you called that shit. B.
Yeah, man. I'm
Yeah,
like, how?
Jordan
I mean, this
Poole,
is
yeah.
some random dude. Like,
Nah, he's
Michigan,
not
I mean,
random.
I paid attention to Michigan.
Yeah, he's not
basketball.
random. He was actually really good with Michigan.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah, he
that
was-
compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
But I didn't think he was going to be a first round pick. I thought he was going to be second
had
round.
He had some depth and length at the guard position for him,
Nick,
and Golden State needed that.
he's some random dude.
No, I
No,
mean, if you're a scout, he ain't random. But to
Yeah,
us, he is. But I was looking because I
I
was
like what he wearing.
I was doing a
got some
deep
swag.
dive as far as who else the Knicks could get in their second round, and he was one of them. Because he's
Oh.
he's a good like.
But that's how you know him. He's still random as hell. I saw him hit that shot, but nobody
He's
was
still
talking
random
about.
as hell.
Yeah, nobody was talking about him. We got Bobo, Kevin Porter Jr. out there. We got two names that we know. People have been
That's a
saying
good name,
Bobo
man. If
for the last
If he
8
developed under
picks.
that Golden State, yeah, man, he'd
Keldon
be a
Johnson's
nice
still
fit.
there?
He'd be a nice fit for him,
I don't know
man.
Kevin Johnson.
damn, that's
either.
they starting five.
As of right now,
I think I'm making.
Yeah,
a
you still
connection.
gotta go through free agents.
Steph Curry, McKinney,
'Cause
Green.
They need somebody to replace. Okay, I
Yeah.
got it, B.
yeah. That's why I mentioned him. That's why. I put him out there.
1.6 billion. Oh my God!
if they sign KD,
I know.
and that's
And
the
you
reason.
talking about LA not having any money.
But Golden State got a good problem. They got too much talent. That's what their problem is. The Lakers don't have that.
Yeah,
And
but they don't have a
and on-
bench either.
And on top of that, that's with KD. If they don't sign KD, they don't have this issue. Which is another reason why I don't understand why that whole rumor of Golden State signing KD makes sense. Just to sign and trade him.
But if the Lakers build their version of the Warriors with 3 top-heavy, uber talented players and the rest with just
Who can they afford?
filler, huh?
Who can they afford top heavy?
Who the no? I'm just saying if I like because the whole thing with Rob Pelinka and you know what? Now that we on it, let's go ahead and get on it, man. Because I've been holding this. I've been trying to text it. I said I'm gonna wait. Rob Pelinka got played like a sucker by David Griffin, and I know we already put him up there. these picks still got to pan out. But for him not to know the cap situation and how to maximize that, and even if he did, for him to just concede.
They already got Luka.
Because a third team, like the Hawks, didn't want to wait until
They
July
need a small
3rd
forward.
to consummate the trade. What kind of shit is that? You got the fucking leverage.
That's why I said it's two things. Either they're really desperate, or there's just so much stupidity in their front office that they didn't see that coming.
It's
That's
not
why.
desperation.
That's why.
I think Rob didn't know what the hell he was doing.
But that's why I was asking
They
you.
need that.
When you was
So
like,
that means
they got different scenarios and stuff like that. Why the hell would they go with that scenario that
that
gives
was
them?
Rich
that would
Paul
get Kevin
and AD.
Porter.
Yeah.
But
Probably
that's
get
the
Keldon
Lakers.
Johnson. They're gonna probably get Keldon Johnson. They need some length at small forward. San Antonio do.
Because I don't think AD
Or
would
they
hold
probably
that
get
conversation.
Eric Pascal. Either Eric Pascal or Keldon Johnson.
Yeah, I don't think AD will hold that conversation with them. I think it would go through Rich Paul.
But that's what I'm
and
saying.
he
But
would
that
run out,
affects
but-
the Lakers because of what they can do, and that's what I'm saying. Like, who can they get as a third? They have to fill out the rest of the roster. They cannot sign another player. It makes no sense to.
I mean, the Warriors got signed another. They got 3. So, but that's if they get to 32.
But the Warriors are
But-
billionaires. The Lakers are not.
They win some chips, they will be. But right now, as it stands, we know that they're going to have 23, 27 if AD waive his trade kicker. So that's not going to be enough. But if Rob Pelinka can get on the phone with Atlanta and the Pelicans and say, yo, man, come on, man. Like, I know we said July 6th, but y'all don't really need the players right now.
At this
Let's
point, he
wait until
can't do
July
that
3rd.
because any
Kevin
to
Yeah,
me
they already
an-
agreed.
They already agreed, and on top of that,
They might get
any
They
Memphis
still have time
Stanford.
to go renegotiate.
but
I say
any
Keldon Johnson. 'Cause they need length and wings. Oh, yeah. I know they
The
need. They
fuck
need
is
to,
going on?
well, I named like 3 players. Ken. I named
But
like.
you picked the guy.
So he has
But it was
2
like the-
jackets.
Man, we should have played this game all night.
It was, but it was 3 players.
Be over here like man, you need to be tweeting this. Put us on the map.
I named like 3 players though.
so he shedded his jacket because it was what Kentucky colors.
I'm glad for the brother, man, because he
He going to a good organization.
yeah.
he's going to a
And
good
they needed
end.
length. They needed some length on the wings. They definitely needed that because I don't know how long they're gonna get out of Rudy Gay.
He was sweating, boy. I saw
He
him.
was.
The look on his face.
He
boy.
was.
Look at him. He's still he's still as hell.
And he got San Antonio colors on technically.
Dang. So whatchamacallit not gonna get picked in the first
Bobo?
round? Yeah. 'Cause Pistons
They got one more
this
pick. They got
one
Yeah,
more
I know,
pick?
I'm just saying.
Y'all
but
get him.
do we need him though?
Y'all need
Nah,
to get
y'all
rid of
don't.
Andre
Y'all already-
Drummond. He
y'all
too
got too
busy
many
dancing
bigs.
and rapping and singing and shit.
Y'all got too many
average
bigs.
16 rebounds a game. We keeping this. We keeping his ass. It's a rebound machine, boy.
All right, well, we'll come back to that. when
No,
they
but
ready to
I
pick.
don't think that anybody's willing to work with the Lakers, and I think the Lakers know that, and they just got to lie in the bed they made.
So that goes back to Rob Pelinka. Like, again, how do you not know this? How do you? And I mean, I know how because he hasn't been in this position.
No, but he
before.
should know this as an NBA agent.
And somebody should have.
He should know that.
Not necessarily because most teams have
When it comes to trades,
but capologists are a
Yeah.
specialty. You know what I'm saying? They're specialists in NBA organizations. Some organizations don't have them because the GM is good in capology. And some organizations need a capologist because the GM is just good at trades and evaluating talent. So if he knows that this is an opportunity for himself, then he needs to hire the people to make sure that he can maximize what he's trying to
but
do.
there's nobody in the room that's saying, "Oh yeah, this cap situation here can fuck up some shit." Like,
we know the answer to that, and the answer is no.
give me the money now.
I didn't
Come
know
on, man.
that.
We paying these execs. Ken, like I said, I'm coming at these execs. We pay these execs millions of dollars. This is the biggest brand in basketball, and you ain't asking the smart questions.
Rob learning on the job. And that's hey, Jeannie should have called him in his office and be like, explain yourself.
What can she
For
do?
real.
She can't fire him.
Yes, she can.
Yes, she can.
If she's
No,
fired,
but that's a
that'd be
bad look.
horrible.
No, I
Yeah.
understand it would be a bad look. Okay.
And
yeah,
then how
it
would you get
be
a free
bad
agent
look.
after that?
Yeah.
If Jeannie came out and be like, yo, this cap situation, Rob messed it up. We can't have those type of failures. We're trying to turn this thing around, and I need to get somebody in here.
At this
They
point-
think about the and let's consider this, Jeannie. You had a chance to get David Griffin. He was out there.
He was.
You know,
But you know she don't like new niggas. She like,
but that's also Bron's guy though. That's also Bron's guy.
that's Bron's guy. We talking about Genie.
Who gonna win the championship?
Who?
Rob Pelinka or LeBron James?
FIFA, who's all in that front office? Is it LeBron's people or is it Genie's
Hey,
people?
hey, you know what? You know what I would do? I would sit down with LeBron. If I'm Genie Bus, I'm sitting down with LeBron and be like, LeBron, so who should we hire, yo? How should we do this? Because you know what? We haven't won a championship in a minute, and since you've been to about 9 of them things, how do we do it?
Speaking of that, has she even
Got a
sat
little
down with
chocolate
LeBron?
sister up there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, I don't know
Oh,
what
he
that
got
was.
the new beats. I need them.
It's crazy. You get so much
Are
free
those
stuff
true
when you're
wireless?
rich.
Yeah, they're individual.
I like those. I like the way they look.
But I honestly don't think Genie has ever sat down and spoken with LeBron like on to help me plan out
She
the next
probably
few
has,
years.
'cause they the Lakers. They don't
I
give
mean,
a damn
Magic
about
was the only
LeBron.
one when he first signed LeBron to sit down with him, not even the coach. So to me, it's just like, and not even Rob Pelinka. I really don't see how, for one, the Lakers. I don't see how the Lakers move forward and be successful like y'all.
So the Cavs got back into the first round?
Yeah, they traded Cavs made a deal with the Pistons to target Porter. League sources tell ESPN Cavs will give new coach John Belliman 3 rookies:
Mm.
Darius Garland,
Hot
Jalen
mess.
Wilder, and Kevin Porter Jr.
It's not a hot mess. It's called rebuild.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
True.
just what it is.
But yeah, man. So that's what I think that's going to be a real interesting storyline to see how they flush out this roster. I'm really curious to see what they do with that 23.
It
maybe
sounds like
27
last
mil.
year. Aren't we having the same
know.
conversation of last year? How you gonna fill out the roster? What's the head coach situation like?
Yeah,
These are all similar questions.
But
who
here's
are you
the
gonna
thing,
sign
though.
in free agency?
But they detailed the plan and they're following the plan, right? They
true.
said that we were gonna land a big fish, and that was LeBron, and they said we're gonna land another big fish, and that was AD.
It's still the ink ain't even dry on that.
Yeah, we know, but it's agreed on,
Which is a good
which is
thing.
moving.
But if they move that date, that could move a lot of other things too.
I get all that, but
There's a lot of ifs. We drinking here.
I feel you, and you've been drinking that disrespectful juice.
I've
So
been
keep it over
preaching.
there.
I've been preaching.
No, you've been.
This is holy water.
Hell no.
But that's why I'm interested. Like, I'm curious to see what they do. You know, I mean, I think this is going to be fascinating to watch this play out. Because with Rob Pelinka making such a critical mistake as a GM to not know the cap and get them to agree. And on top of that, again, I'm going back to what if he were like, yes, please, I need July 30. They were like, nah, take it or leave it. And he took it. You don't have to make that because AD has already told you what's what. Mm-hmm. Just terrible.
But then Rich
you
Paul-
talking about you holding GMs to accountable. You got to hold Rob Pelinka. He trying to call out everybody. He calling out Rich Paul. He calling out AD. Calling out Genie Bus. He ain't said shit about Rob Pelinka yet.
Who,
That's
me?
the guy that fucked up.
When I say the Lakers, I'm talking about the whole front office. I'm talking about Genie. I'm talking about Rob. I'm talking about everybody.
You said GMs. We're going to hold him accountable.
And Rob Pelinka's a GM.
All right, so let's call his ass by name, Rob Pelinka.
I'm calling out everybody. When I talk about the Lakers, I'm talking about Genie Bus, Rob Pelinka, and whoever else is in that organization.
And Genie need to, and like I said, Genie need to call him into the office.
But she can't do shit,
Yeah,
Ken.
She still
what
needs
can she
answers.
do?
She might not be able to do anything, Nick, but she need to call him and tell him, like, you can't make this mistake again.
And he can say, "Look, listen here. Like you ain't got no
Listen
other option.
here.
You ain't got no other option but to deal with me right now.
You have
I'm the one who
ownership
got
stake?
80. He can say I'm the one.
You have ownership stake, sir? And who signed them checks?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who signed your checks?
What
Who is you talking to?
Did you get 80 with or without me?
Who is you talking to?
Did you get AD with or without
come on,
me?
now.
Come on,
An
Nick. You
owner?
already know AD was coming one way or the other.
Okay, but again,
You know why
just
AD's
like
there?
did we not say the same thing about LeBron when Magic was there? We said he gonna be there regardless.
Rob
but
Pelinka-
Magic Johnson gets credit for that. Rob Pelinka gets credit for
No,
AD.
he does not. You know who gets credit for that? David Griffin.
I was just gonna say Rich Paul.
David Griffin.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that went to, because you already know.
He was the calmer head in that whole scenario.
No, I understand that,
Yeah.
but I'm saying for the Lakers' perspective.
Rob wasn't going to get him unless they got David Griffin. David Griffin went to the owner. We went to the owner.
Hold on, this is the last pick?
No,
Oh.
the pick
So
is
who's that? Oh, that's
No,
the
that's-
Pacers pick.
That's Pascal, right, B?
Yeah.
White boy's coming back, boy. Oh no, I don't know who that is.
It was the Pacers. I don't know why they showing the Pacers pick. 18 pick.
Oh, that's 8. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But yeah, because the owner was like, man, I ain't trading with them. David Griffin went in there, grown up in the room, but like, all right, look, I understand you don't want to do business, blah 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 blah. Dell Dempsey's gone. You know why he got fired? Because he was being petty. But he was like, you're not gonna get anything. Let's just make the best deal. And look what he's done.
Let's just do business.
And that's what I'm saying with the Lakers with Rob
Old Bo not
Pelinka.
gonna get picked.
They have no choice but to go through this trade, regardless of the cap.
I don't
because
think they do.
need because they need AD. They need the whole
And,
point.
and no, there's too many teams involved and other picks and things move for this not to work.
Happen on the 6th. Like
it has to.
I don't think it does. I think if Rob Pelinka is the deal maker, he can make. All right, who they picking, B?
Oh, they're Porter. Kevin Porter. I thought. This is what I read.
Oh.
Kevin Porter to Clippers for they trade. To the Cavaliers.
I'm happy
And,
for the
and
brother,
he wore
man.
green. He might have known.
He's the last pick in the
Trade.
first round.
Trade to the
He can
Clippers.
shoot, man.
Yeah,
Boy, he got a lot of bling on, don't he?
Yeah, he
I'm
does.
telling you, that's all going back to the jeweler tomorrow.
He might low key be a steal.
Yeah,
Might be.
I agree.
Yeah.
So Cleveland
agree.
gave up what, B?
Gave up 4 second-round picks and some cash to Detroit for that pick.
That's what's up.
That's not bad.
No, I like that for Cleveland. They just need guys.
Yeah.
They just need young, cheap talent right now.
Exactly.
So-
He's a talent. So
Mhm.
you already know those second round picks you got. I mean,
Yeah, that's nothing. That's,
yeah, they ain't gonna do shit. So
That's
why not
cool.
roll the dice with a
Yep.
guy?
I'm with that. I'm with that.
Second-round picks and it's cash. So I don't know how much cash that they sent Detroit. But dang. Well, that's the first round, folks.
Yep.
Wasn't it me that said Colin Sexton might be out the league?
Yes.
This is the draft that did it. This draft right here. They already got the Colin Sexton replacement.
And they got his buddy with
Yep.
him.
They drafted the starting backcourt this year.
Adam Silver looked like that old man from them Pixar movies.
But he got the handshakes down though.
Yeah, he do.
He's taller than I
Oh, they
thought he
not
was.
booing?
He be like, these guys is like 6'6", and he
Yeah,
be like
yeah,
right
yeah.
there with it.
He is.
Hey Ken, turn it up a little bit. Let me see if they keep the tradition and boo the other commissioner. 'Cause you know that's the thing, right?
Round is underway. The last pick of the first round, Kevin Porter Jr. has appointed.
So Bobo didn't go.
Didn't go. Wow.
Non-guaranteed. But you know what? I think Bobo needs that because everybody questions his motor. Everybody questions his desire. And if this isn't a wake-up call, then I don't know what is. So I think he's going to need that chip to really perform at a high level.
Dang. Yeah.
Super talented. I think the talent's there. And then here's the thing. I think that we look at second-round picks as guys that can't hoop or this, that, and the third.
Right.
But guys that can hoop and actually make it, that's actually the quickest way to big money. You know what I'm saying? Because since it's a non-guaranteed contract in that second round, you become a unrestricted free agent quicker, right? Because when you're drafted in the first round, especially the lottery, you basically have like a 4-year deal, and then you sign an extension. Where, let's say if Bobo goes to whatever team, right? He plays on summer league, he signs with somebody. After that second year, he's an unrestricted. He could go sign big money, especially if he put up numbers. So it might not be a bad thing for him.
Draymond was a second-round pick.
Draymond was a second round.
And you
Yeah,
know,
remember that Utah squad that went kind of deep in the playoffs? I think their whole starting five was second rounders. Darren Williams when he was like prime, Carlos Boozer, AK-47. Like I remember all of them was like second rounders.
Except
Andre
Darren
Karolinka.
Williams.
Yeah,
I remember
said
him,
what?
man.
Except Darren Williams. Darren Williams was first round.
he was.
Yeah, he was the first round.
He was like top 5.
Out of Illinois.
It was.
I know he was at Illinois. It was him.
Yeah, him and CP.
Really?
They came in the same drive.
I mean, I know that, but I thought he was a second rounder. But
Mm-mm,
yeah, I could be
mm-mm.
wrong.
Nah, Darren was up there.
And I think with the way that, with all these international players, it pushes a lot of
dropped Darren
first-round
Williams
talent to
dropped
the
off so
second,
quick.
too. And there was something that was said that I thought was really interesting, and then we'll get ready to close out. Was that it was at the beginning of the draft, and we were talking about the Canadian players that were
Canada's
18 players in the last 10 years.
all because you put a franchise in Toronto.
Canada.
Well,
I was
because
just
you have Vince Carter in Toronto.
I mean, but
I was gonna
yeah,
say
they
that.
go hand in hand.
I was gonna say
but yeah.
Canada. Watch out, Canada's gonna be the next place where all the NBA players come. All the best NBA players come.
Let me rephrase that. All because you put a franchise in Toronto and you have Vince Carter playing on the team that was in Toronto.
Yes. Get it right. See, now here's the thing. I knew about the Canada wave for some years now, and Kenan B know my homie. He was actually one of my groomsmen in my wedding, Nigel. You know what I'm saying? He's from Toronto. I'll never forget the first time I met him. We was working at Target up there in Marietta, and me and him just started talking, and we vibed real quick, and he was talking about hooping. I'm like, what the fuck? Canada know about hooping, bro? Like, hell nah. We went out there for the first time, man. This man, I kid you not. First time down court, he went between his legs 2 times, boom, boom, and he pulled up about 3-4 feet behind the 3-point line. I'm like, what the fuck is he thinking? Whap! I said, oh, shit. And that's when I knew Canada had real hoopers. Mm-hmm. That's what that, and shit, I've known him since I've been here. So we're talking almost 15 years now.
And now that they won the chip, watch some little kid watching, watching Toronto, the Raptors right now saying, I want to be like Kawhi.
Yes.
And then 10, 15 years later,
I want the whole country to have a parade because I won a championship in Canada.
You need to be thankful to Vince Carter.
Yep. And Kawhi now. And Kawhi.
Yes. R.J. Barrett and Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why he always bigging up Kawhi now.
Because I big up R.J. Barrett because I give all my thanks to Steve Nash. All right. The Godfather.
All right. A chip. But
still 2-time MVP.
Still 2-time MVP.
Still 2-time.
KG is so crazy.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Either way, man, that's going to do it for us, man. I hope you guys enjoyed all of this. You know, it was, random. We talked about the picks. We talked about NBA news and,
AD
you know.
And stuff. And
yeah, you heard BZ the Prophet call out picks before they even happened.
Just 2 picks.
You had three of them.
Yeah, man.
I named like a couple players, before, you know, it wasn't like I just named one.
He's the new Woj. We got him.
No.
BZ bombs. But yeah, man. So that's gonna do it for us, man. We'll catch you guys next time. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Darius bags so KG went to I think the night before he got drafted, and they were in the gym, and KG told him, he was telling him, like, point at the gym, like, make this your home. He said, fuck these bitches, fuck these cars, make this shit your home. Like, I fuck with KG. I know, man.
Hey, one of the realest niggas. But look, man, ain't no fluff, nigga.
He was like, this is the grind. He said, this is the grind. Fuck all these bitches, fuck them cars. Like, this is the grind right here.
KG, Gary Payton. There's some niggas that you just be
Chauncey.
like, yeah.
You know Chauncey a real nigga. Outside of these cameras, you know Chauncey keeping it funky. Jalen too. You can tell Jalen a real nigga.
Jalen Rose?
Yeah.
He's grown on me a lot, man. Because he used to be so extra, but now
Because you never liked him on Jalen and Jacoby.
I still don't.
Hey, I don't know how you tripping.
I don't like him on Jalen Jacoby. I like him on Get Up though.
I like him on Get Up, and I like when he makes appearances because he has to get there. He got to take the extra stuff out. He got to get straight to the point. And if you listen to him talk, he be giving you some insight to.
So you like on the rush, like
but he be
PTI version of Jalen.
Right, but he be telling you about basketball, like the basketball mindset that Stephen A. and Matt
They don't have.
They don't have.
Jalen connects dots that guys like us in the media and stuff like that, we can't connect.
Yep.
Like things that we think would make sense don't make sense, and he explains why.
Yeah.
I love that about Jalen.
That's what I like. So I like to like you said, I think you put it well. I like to get those dots connected, you know. So that's.
And he got Molly too. He came up.
Too bad, but.
And they graduate. I think at his school they graduate like a 98% rate.
Same thing with LeBron. Like them schools be doing good.
Because then people like they know they're fortunate. Like shit, if it wasn't for this.
See, look at that fork in
And on top of that, LeBron probably comes to like a ceremony and every once in a while.
All right, Bobo.
Damn, second round was
This thing still recording?
Yeah. Millsap.
Yeah, it's still on. But
Damn.
y'all want to turn it off?
Yeah, where does DeAndre Jordan go?
He's
I
done.
think depending.
Done.
He's not done.
Someone can use
I don't think he's done.
He's not done.
He's not a starter no more, but someone can definitely use him for.
I honestly.
He's a starter depending on the roster.
Damn, Jokic was a 41st pick?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's why they showing that man is golden.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think
You
he
get some gems up that second round, man.
can go to State.
Cool. DeAndre? Yeah, I agree.
Oh, man.
Starter, you think they starter at Golden State?
Yep.
Be a
Yep.
starter, go to State.
Somebody lied to them.
He looking at his age
What
right
is
now.
Oh, the Tangle Well
That is
League.
Charlotte's Web.
Oh, yeah, hey, it's some years.
That was he passed away a while ago, man. New Bo passed
Manu,
away.
yeah.
But he had more than one son, didn't he?
Manu was always such an interesting player to me. Because he couldn't really do shit but shoot threes, block shots.
Mm-hmm.
He had that ugly form, too.
I know, man.
Catapult.
Who else was oh, y'all remember Greg Ostertag?
Yes. Ostertag. Yes.
Man.
Utah. Big ass white boy.
Yeah.
Remember Brian, Big Country?
Yeah,
Hell
big
yeah.
country. They thought he was gonna be something.
Yeah, I know. He showed did. They
Man.
thought he was going to be
He
something.
was alright though.
I mean, yeah, but they
He only had like
You-
2 years, that was it.
You know what's crazy about him? He's one of those NBA players that got paid way after like he stopped playing, just like Chandler Parsons. Bro, you know Chandler Parsons still making like 28 million, bro.
How long was that damn contract?
bro.
And I swear that
Bro.
that's the one that carried over from Houston.
Yes,
His agent.
dog. Chandler Parsons is still getting money this year and next year, bro.
I don't think it was just him. That
Oh
was his
my.
expectations too.
Well, they paid him because
Because he had that one. He had what, one or two
One or
games
two
in
years.
Houston.
Yeah, but he had some games. But once he got hurt, he
It was
Then he
a
went
wrap.
to,
Yeah,
then he
it
went
was
to
over.
Dallas and do shit in Dallas. Then he went to
That's when he
Memphis.
started getting hurt,
and
though.
doing shit in Memphis.
But yo, look, man, the man is still
I
how
know.
he's still getting paid them there 30 million.
Hassan Whiteside is still getting 20 million.
No, but that's different though. Like he was a second round pick. He wasn't making no. He went from a minimum contract to $100 million contract. That's different.
Remember a dude from UConn they thought that was going to be good? He was a center.
Emeka Okafor.
No, that's not over. It's
Big Okafor.
I know who you're talking
He
about.
was big.
Forgot his name.
He had a weird name. Hasim the Beat or some shit.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about
we
it.
talked about him earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was like number 2 to Memphis.
Yeah.
Yep.
He ain't panning out to do.
And here's the thing.
That was the KD draft.
But remember they showed.
Nah.
But remember
Was that? So so he went third behind
Nah,
KD
it
and
was,
Odom.
it was Odom.
Odom went
and
first.
That's the
KD.
KD draft.
Odom and KD, but the beat wasn't in that draft.
Nah, he wasn't.
He wasn't in
Because
that draft.
I could swear Hashim went second or third.
But UConn had, remember Emeka Okafor, they showed it earlier in the draft. Emeka Okafor and Ben Gordon.
Yeah.
Now, Ben Gordon had a nice, I mean,
He had a run.
they
He had a run.
careers.
Ben Gordon with the Chicago.
Yeah,
They had a
careers.
nice
Like,
run.
remember against the Celtics?
Yeah, when they won 7
Derrick
games.
Rose was a rookie.
Yeah.
I remember where the fuck was I? I was traveling. I was going, bruh, that was goddamn 10 years ago. I was going to Miami for my 25th birthday, and I remember being at Hartsfield Jackson. Oh, you remember that trip?
No, you laughing at that
Oh.
damn video.
Oh yeah, the one beat. Yeah, bro, that shit funny as fuck. That shit funny as fuck, bro.
Boy, you right there. He said, man, I'm going to take his old girl. Take his old. He's like, you bought it. God damn, man. What you put up now?
What you mean the stuff? What you mean the
He
stuff?
was like, he got the red. There you go.
Are they booing him?
That shit, man.
I don't know.
Funny shit.
So you think so?
I hear it.
That shit crazy.
That's what's
You
up.
was at work crazy.
So he's the new. He's
Put
gonna
him
be the
down, man.
next.
He's like the assistant commissioner.
Yeah, but I mean, like, cause Adam Silver was in that position, and you got so like. is it like
Possibly.
you just sit, you gotta wait your turn. Pretty much.
But shit, you know how long Adam Silver
Oh, there you
waited?
go.
I'm gonna say David Stern was like.
Ooh, he had to be riding me. He couldn't get it out. He probably know what the windows.
Put him down, man. Put him down. Boy, you right.
My stomach hurt.
He was like, your stomach hurt. You bought it.
Oh my God. Because what do you do? You in somebody else's car. You can't get
around the rim, and led the Southeastern Conference in blocks with 2.5 per game.
That's a lot of damn blocks.
Threes, but only shot 28% from
You're
the
long,
three-point line. His form, he shoots it across his face, so it needs refinement. He did lack strength last year, but he's getting stronger, and he just needs to polish his game up. He's been an inconsistent shooter.
You gotta get some muscle on him.
Georgia, but he's got some potential, and with his size and athletic
You
profile,
definitely gotta get some muscle on him.
he could
But
he could
I guess I don't get that pick for them though. You got Jared Allen.
I think it's depth.
I guess.
Cause who they have? Like, what's Allen gonna say? They got no big.
People from the Virgin Islands over there. You said 30 people.
There you go. Woo!
You guys roll pretty deep.
You right.
Man, it means the world.
Yeah, that shit gets funny every time I watch it.
Support system, so
Oh, shit.
being here, that's my reason to just keep going and stay positive.
You weren't even a top 100 recruit coming out of high school, and you rocketed up draft board and made the decision to show
go ahead, let's move it down a little bit. And then he wouldn't let it down.
I think, a lot of that just comes from me just keeping that chip on my shoulder, going out there and
He was getting better and better and better. Let's go, man. I'm dying in here, man. Look at him die.
I know how much you talk about mom and dad when they meet you. You followed in their footsteps to the University of Georgia, and now you're here on this stage. How big
Who is he going to?
man, it's a blessing.
Nets.
Next.
It's been my dream my whole entire life
Yeah, he'll be able
to be here. Everything just feels surreal right now, and I'm extremely blessed.
Let's go back. No, I'm rooting for all of them, man. I just hope they really take advantage.
think I'm a project,
You know, typically in any draft, because I made this, and I had to go back and look it up.
might as well go ahead and trade.
Typically, every draft averages about 7 to 11 guys that become either superstars, all-stars, or rotational. So it's only like what a third of the draft actually pans out.
As Georgia played 3 games for the Celtics in the mid-90s. Now, the Suns
Or no, not even shit. That's
are going to get the
So I don't
Less
understand
than
this
He's going
trade.
to the Pacers.
trade. You don't become a
That's all you're going to get is money?
Pacers getting T.J. Warren.
Oh no, that's this pick upcoming.
Steve Cash.
So the Suns trade their pick for Bobo.
With the 32nd
that wouldn't make sense.
2019 NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns select KZ Okpala from
That's
Stanford
got from
University.
Stanford.
Hey, Bobo ain't going. He going undrafted.
Nah,
Nah, he's gonna draft.
Sophomore average nearly 17.6 rebounds, couple
But-
of assists per game, James.
the more he's not picked,
that's got a really good handle,
the
and
more
he
and more
can
people
drive.
right. He's going to have something to prove.
Footwork, and he can jab step, he makes really well, and he's got a good middle game.
He's supposed to have like a lot of upside and talent,
He
right?
does. The man can shoot threes, bro. He moves like a guard. Well, an awkward guard, but a guard. He's agile for that size.
If I remember right, he shot 22%.
7'2".
Up to about 37% as a sophomore, so he's a worker.
Number 1 shot blocker. His per was ridiculous.
I was 5th in the Pac-12 this last year.
Once again, your memory is
No, what
He
it
got hurt, didn't he?
he got hurt, but it's not even that. If
Okay.
you watch his highlights, his game highlights,
Is on its way.
his motor, like he's fucking 7'2" with a goddamn 9-foot wingspan.
Future second
Because oftentimes he's not aggressive. Like he shies away from contact offensively. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't utilize his entire size. He plays like a fucking he plays like KD. You know what I'm saying? Like young KD couldn't bang nobody. You play like that, but you're not that explosive. So it's kind of like, do I want somebody? And we knew KD had dog in him. He ain't got no dog. Like he don't have that wanted. Like, give me this motherfucker. Get the fuck off me. Let me. You know what I'm saying? Get this shit out of here, little nigga. Like he don't have that about him. So I don't know if that's something you can coach up.
future, how teams fit, and then maybe in a couple of years, if it's a one and done, that's okay.
Yeah,
Get some picks and get ready there, where you have an influx of more talent. There are a lot of different things other than just going down your draft board, looking at picking the best guy.
Hey, bro. All right, bro.
I mean, you talk about salary cap and
Yes, sir. Nah, what? Oh, you already got it? Oh, you pre-ordered?
you're hoping that they develop
That's what's up.
and some
You listened to it already?
rotation players
It's good.
for your ball club.
You know, Bobby Marks.
Is it like, where is it? Below, same, or above Tanner Talk?
I
mean, of course, it's going to be
Oh, is it the EP? album. Well, I guess it's like they told us.
Must be the, yeah, 30 minutes.
Because it's 7 tracks, but the first is 10. Okay, 2 through 7 is a song.
But shit, you already know short projects like that can be dumb hard. But I'm saying, so above, below, or the same as Talent Talk.
And you look at teams so far, look at the first
Okay,
round.
okay.
Everybody's
That's
first
fair.
round.
That's fair.
Is there any team that up to this point that's really stood out in the eye?
Oh, yeah, I got to listen to that shit.
Who?
Well, Megan Thee Stallion.
Positive things that
Oh, that's what we're doing Sunday?
we got feeling this year. Little Cleveland got 3 different guys.
We just need Sophie to confirm.
We just doing Megan and
But I was going to say, Fox,
Double
I
XL shit.
think they've gotten shooting, and then to be able to get a steal at the end of the first round in Porter Jr. I think was really good for the Cavs.
Yeah, I said that. I mean, Cleveland to me had.
I said let's just review and Megan at the first thing before we do the podcast.
Or she can get here, yeah, 10 or 9.
And then how about the talent? Kevin Porter Jr.
She's there earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Pick is it.
That took a minute.
In the 2019 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Carson Edwards from Purdue University.
Oh, that's going to Boston now.
Man, two point guards to Boston. Yeah, they definitely know Kyrie and Kawhi.
Yeah. He's a good fit for them, though. Or for Brad Stevens.
Carson Edwards scored more than 24 points per game this past year. Second team All-American, first two-time All-American at Purdue.
He can play too, man.
Glenn Robinson scored more than 1,900 points through his junior year, the most through his junior year in Big Ten history. And we mentioned earlier, just a sensational,
Oh, that's tough.
cold-blooded shooting
That's
game he
tough.
had against Virginia in the tournament.
He's only 6 feet tall, but he does have a 6'6" wingspan. He's a tenacious,
Oh, wow.
really quick burst, and he's got deep range and very, very aggressive as a scorer. But this guy went to the free throw line 221 times. He's tough, he's compact, and he's got a scorer's mentality.
Isaiah
He
Thomas?
works hard defense. He's not a great defender, but he does work hard at it.
A little bit more height.
In the second round, to be able to get a guy that can score like this is good.
And like I said, you get him have a big, huge point guard. You can play him at the shooting guard.
He's going to Boston. Sixers just selected him, but they did it for Boston. Sixers are back on the clock here, going back to back. And Bobby Martin's here with us now. You've got the Sixers up on your board. They got some unrestricted free agent issues to deal with as well, Bob.
Well, you're right. Their work begins in about 10 days right now. And as you can see with their Sixers lineup, and if we add Matisse Thybulle there, the 3 players that are missing are Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, and
Well,
J.J.
it's not like he
Redick,
wanna
who
cut.
are free agents. And
Oh,
this is
so, okay, I
the
see.
future of Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris, 2 players that will likely command a max.
So if they don't come back, they're going to go with Bolden and
And
Thibault.
if they do, remember Ben Simmons is
Still got the guy from last year, too.
Potentially could have 4 players on the max in 2020. And what's Plan B if there is no Butler or Harris? $29 to $59 million in cap space, and that would be the doomsday scenario. And as you saw during this season, their big free agent additions were Harris and Butler, and now it's going to be about paying both players.
But
And they got rid of Thomas, too.
moves like that. Are you going ahead and signaling that you're willing to spend that money to make sure to give it more than a 1-year shot and kind of try to keep it together if you can?
Especially when you have a 1-year rental here. And I think they saw last year when they went out in free agency and missed out on some players.
Think about
the
it.
best way to go about
Who
it
played
is
Toronto the
trade
best?
market, and now it's about
It's Philly.
retaining those
Philly.
players.
You gotta run that back.
Okay, so the Sixers have
Better
work
than
to
the
do.
top team in the
Yep.
East.
Sure, but they have some
Yep.
immediate pressing issues like the 34th pick in this draft, which at the moment will be going to Philadelphia.
With the 34th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Bruno Fernando from Luanda.
Oh, that's a good pick.
At the University of Maryland.
They say he's supposed to got some upside. There you go, boy. Let it out.
That we've seen from so many guys.
No Bobo
Bruno
again.
Fernando. You know, he was playing soccer with a friend.
They go Taco.
They needed to fill out a basketball.
Oh, it is Taco.
While he was in Angola, he eventually played for the Angola national team.
Did he enter the draft?
United States.
Yeah.
FIBA World Junior
But he knew he was going second round, though.
Yeah.
on Diamond Stone, and then when that kind of thing happens, they invite him to come play in the U.S., and now he's picked by the Sixers in the second round.
Well, he is 6'10", just a chiseled frame with broad
Oh, too
shoulders.
small.
He's relentless in how hard he plays. Great motor. He posts. He seals. He finishes. He has 22 double-doubles.
And then that's gonna be that, like in practice and stuff like that. Him going against Joel Embiid is only gonna make him better.
To about
Mhm.
18 feet. A good rim
Okay.
protector. Didn't really go in pick and rolls much. That was Jalen Smith. He was.
I would love to be a fly on the wall him going against him because you know Embiid gonna talk hella shit. Hella
How
shit.
big and strong he is at the power forward slot.
Bruno Fernando going to the 76ers at 30.
I love to see that emotion, man.
Mm-hmm.
And there is tears of joy coming from the former Terrapin. Hawks are on the clock. It has been a fashion statement for these future stars in the NBA that they've made tonight. Some making a little bit more noise than others. Some.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Darius Garland was doing.
Me either, man.
After I saw that, I was thinking, man, this man gonna be a mess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about him either, man.
I'm just so excited for the Hawks, man.
Man.
Fuck. God, like man, yo, like I don't know what other team. I feel like we're Philly, like when they was drafting Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Like that's how I feel. And we did a way better job because they was just drafting the best player. We're literally drafting
With the plan.
with a plan.
Yeah. You can see it.
Yeah, man. Oh my God. You shit, DeAndre Jordan can play here.
He good. You got Torian Prince, so you got Allen Crab back, so he can come off the bench.
No, Torion's in.
I know what I'm saying. You got rid of him.
Oh, rid of him.
And got Crab back.
Mm-hmm.
So you got somebody that can come off the bench.
Yep.
Yep.
Him and Huter. You know, they'd be a nice 2-3 off the bench.
I had a sneaky feeling Cam could fall to 10 based on needs. I just didn't think it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because Washington could have easily have taken him to replace Otto Porter Jr. or Kevin Oubre.
That's why bad teams stay bad, man.
They went with power forward.
You know what? Look, man. Obviously, I wanted Zion in Atlanta, but I damn near, I'd rather have gotten these two guys based off of what we had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I'm Cam, you think I'm playing, bro? I'm about to be a damn season ticket holder.
Man, Atlanta basketball games they should be crazy with Trae Young, Cam, DeAndre just fitting right now. Man. Everybody's saying Cam was a steal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because again, you know, I wanted Cam in Atlanta, and I knew when they made that trade. Initially, I didn't know we kept the 10th pick. I thought that went too. So I'm like, okay, cool. Whoever we're targeting, you know, we'll get at number 4. You know, I trust Atlanta's front office now. So it was whatever they wanted, and I kind of had a feeling it was going to be DeAndre Hunter, but for Cam to come too. And then I was like, even though he was available, I'm like, are you really going to take him? And when they took him, oh my God. Like, I'm telling you, man, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem.
Trae Young didn't even tweet about DeAndre Hunter, bro. I'm looking at his timeline now.
Because Hoopers know, man, I'm telling you, Cam is going to be a problem.
At least he didn't call his name. He said, yes, sir, let's work, but that's it. Shit, that may not have been it either.
Yo, these niggas get Bobo in the goddamn second round.
That's what Trae Young just said.
Bro, if they get Bobo, it's a problem. It's a problem.
In the 2019 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Didi Lozada from Cachoeiro de Itapemirim, Brazil.
Who?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
to
I see
New
why.
Orleans? Okay.
Didi Lozada
That's cool.
here in Barclays City.
Oh, that's the 35th that they got
Yeah.
rid of. So Trae Young not playing.
Back here with
Not
us now.
paying
Where the
attention.
Hawks getting with him?
He thought they had it
Yeah,
too.
theirs, yeah.
Defender, kind of
But
a
he looking at Ball. So
Josh
Ball
Hart
shouldn't last
This
to
is a kid
52.
Nah, and if I'm the Hawks, I'm trying to get back into the second round.
Showing at the Nike Hoop Summit in Portland,
Yeah.
and had a big season in the
follows Trae
Brazilian
Young.
League, playing for Franca, team that went to the championship. Again, hard-nosed defender, 6'5", can get out in transition, can make an open three, and a big-time worker. I heard he's really impressed throughout the
So,
pre-draft
oh,
process.
so
Didi
Dame
is a-
and Marvin
is a
Bagley
guy
dropped
who
this tracks. We got to review that shit.
a lot of
I think
interest
we should.
overseas,
Yeah, we
so
definitely
that's
should.
attractive to these NBA teams because they can.
But
steer
you know what
into a
though? We
strong
should
staff
do
situation.
like a reaction though
All right, so that's
Oh,
on
yeah.
Sunday.
him right now. The Pelicans.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of like pre-listening to it, we should just listen to it at the time.
Players they picked up: Zion Williamson, Jackson Hayes, McGill, Alexander Walker from Virginia Tech, and Didi still with this as a result.
Yeah,
of
man. Griff is the guy, man.
The Hawks made that
Griff
last
is the guy.
selection there, so
But I do like what you said. Like, I don't think we can overlook what the Hawks have did. Like, I think he's right up there because Griffin is. He made some moves, but we're still trying to figure out. Like, he's like, look at this. We don't know what these guys are going to be outside of Zion. So these draft picks still have to hit.
But he's picking the right positions to fill out the roster.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
just even the moves, you know, the
Yeah.
negotiations, the moving here and there. And then I'm taking it even beyond just what he's doing now in New Orleans. Shit. What he did with Cleveland?
Yeah. And not only that, you got 3 more first-round picks coming to you.
I mean, if you're looking for a defender, Isaiah Roby of Nebraska, I don't know, I call him a steal, but, he's about at that range, or at least he's ranked about that range.
Oh, I thought
Lucas
Eric
Dort,
Pascal
Arizona
was
State,
black.
a little
I
surprised
mean,
he's
white.
still on the board, really talented player, another Canadian. But there are a number of guys, this is where you can go with need, or you go with somebody that you think can really play, but that is undervalued. So there's a wide range in the second round of guys. I thought there was in the first round. There's a really wide range in the second round.
it's where you start to see guys too deciding whether they want to pay him now or hold him for later.
Right.
The other things with the
They don't really
players,
do that
you know,
as
they
much
got-
anymore.
Here is
What?
the deputy commissioner. right there.
Draft guys and send them overseas.
Not as much. If they draft him, they're already overseas and they won't bring him.
The Charlotte Hornets select Cody Martin from the University
Wow,
of
Bobo
Nevada.
dropping like a motherfucker.
Hornets taking Cody Martin, a guy who started his
I
career at
don't
North
know.
Carolina State before transferring with his twin brother Caleb to play.
Oh, wait, I have seen him play.
Oh, that's a,
Yeah, I've seen him play because he looks like Nipsey.
17 and 18, averaged 12 points and about 4 rebounds, about 5 assists per game. Older veteran player. Gives us some
that's a hell of a step back.
6'7", a little over 200 pounds, played with his
Golly.
brother Caleb Martin. You mentioned they had started NC State before transferring to play at Nevada for Eric Musselman, who's now at Arkansas. But, a good defender, very good passer, a 3-to-1 assist turnover ratio.
Man,
He
that's
can
really
get
good.
downhill in pick and roll situations, just a
Jalen
good
can
solid
play,
player.
Hardaway,
And,
Duncan.
can play at both ends of the floor, defends well.
That
All
should
right,
be
so
all right this year.
Cody Martin selected by Charlotte, so that puts the Dallas Mavericks on the clock, and the Mavericks, of course, moving into
So
the
they'll get him.
most absurd
Bowl?
season
Bowl
in
watch.
one season.
It is a
Been
bowl
Dallas
watch.
sets an NBA record for most seasons with one team, 14 times an All-Star time.
Man, one of the best players I ever played for. Had the pleasure of playing against him in the playoffs a few times. He was a pleasure and also a nightmare. This dude was
I used to hate on Dirk,
beautiful
man.
player.
You did.
Got it done
Man,
without
you
athleticism,
did.
which is something that I can really appreciate.
And you were in the fraternity with him as the
Wow,
finals
21
MVP.
seasons.
Dirk was in
Fourth player.
2011.
Most
Mentioned
all-time.
All-Star selection.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have a guy like, or players I dislike the way I used to. I can really legit just enjoy the game now. It's so much better. I don't have any favorites. Anybody I'm really rooting for, like everybody else picked, I'm rooting for Zion, RJ, Ja.
What an amazing career he's had, and the length of the career. So many years at such a high level. I mean, what a star! I remember seeing him when he was in high school playing in the Nike Hoop Summit. I think it was in Orlando. That was so many years ago. I don't remember where it was. I think it was in Orlando, and just being blown away by his length and athleticism and all that stuff, and his skill. But who would have thought he'd have that kind of career? Just a Hall of Famer. Amazing.
We have a guy who works with us in football and basketball, Bob Stalman. He worked at 76ers, a video guy, and he sent me this video a few years ago of a workout that Dirk did, and the number of shots and the types of shots and the relentless effort he put into improving himself and the awkward angle shots. It just became a staple of his repertoire. Now the Mavericks are going to try to build themselves back to a winner without a guy who's been the cornerstone. What about the direction of the Mavericks right now?
I think they're in an awesome spot. I really do. I mean, if they can get KP, Kristaps Porzingis healthy to play with Luka Doncic, I mean, you're in an amazing position right now. I mean, they're coached very well. Stability's
It's
great
the new
there.
Steve
I mean,
Nash
you
and
can
Dirk.
get a big, a dynamic roller to get to that basket with Luka making those passes, KP stretching the floor. You got yourselves a very good basketball team.
It was a year ago during this that, Luka was such a big star overseas. There was a question,
I think we're seeing the future of the NBA too,
all of
man.
those questions affirmatively.
Now we're seeing LeBron, KD, all them guys are.
With the 32nd
So yeah, they're starting to phase out.
Yep.
19 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Dividas Servidis from Vilnius, Lithuania.
I think Dallas is just an international basketball
Like San
organization.
Antonio.
Yep, I think that's just who they are, man. Doncic, Porzingis, now this guy, they have Dirk.
What are the Mavericks getting here?
They're getting a 6'9" lefty.
You know what it is? I
Space the
think
floor.
it's
Think Luke
because
Kennard
they're
in
not
terms of a guy who
American,
doesn't have great
right?
length,
Like
not the
they're
biggest
not
frame,
as
can really shoot it, can handle the ball a little bit.
what's the
has
word
a
I'm
nice
looking
feel
for?
for the game.
Entitled.
Really strong
Yeah.
I think that you can talk to these guys a different way. Like Pop would like to talk to some guys, you know what I'm saying? And I think that they respond differently than Americans do.
His workouts down. He did work out for
And I think that's sometimes the downfall of some of these guys that are drafted high. That's why I look for
Entitlement?
that's why I look for like
The emotion.
exactly.
The chip.
G League, so Servidis, there's a lot to like.
Like this is
I'll
Zion.
propose straight to the
See on
Pistons.
the graphic right there, proposed trade to the Pistons. Woj reporting that this pick, Dividas Servidis, is going to be on his way to Detroit once all the trades become official, which was around July 6th.
Do you have to get tickets to go there?
Trades
Mhm.
become official, so Dallas
can buy 'em?
that selection
Mhm.
is headed to Detroit.
You wanna go?
Shit, we already know that shit.
To Cody Martin, selected by Charlotte a minute ago. We mentioned his twin brother Caleb. I think I misspoke and said Cody was Mount West Player of the Year. It was Caleb who was. But at any rate, Caleb not been drafted yet. Cody has. And Servidis is on his way to Detroit with now the Chicago Bulls on the clock with the 38th overall pick.
And Vilnius, Lithuania, the home of Captain Ramius from the Hunt for Red October. Gee, the things you find out in the second round. That's preparation. You can't even fathom that.
That's pretty impressive.
At least I can do it.
The amount of information that's stored in the Illustrator, the back paw, the backup hard drive for the Illustrator in there.
I crazy iPhone on it.
Just pulled out the hunt for Red October. How about the hunt for the best available last year?
Jeez, somebody needs to pick Bol Bol. He's
Poor guy.
more talented than to sit around this long, but he is a really talented player. I'd love to see him come off the board soon.
Bulls with the 38th overall pick here in the second round, and the pick is in. Here is Mark Tatum.
With the 38th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Daniel Gafford
Wow,
from the University of
this is
Arkansas.
Another Sunday. Again, I think this is good for Bobo.
but to go this far now.
But this is sending a message to him. This is sending a message. You got to come with it every freaking second you on this court with everything you got, or else you might not even make the league.
He finishes 84% at the bucket.
Oh, he wanted that.
He blocked shots. He was top 3 in the SEC in block shots. led the league with 2.5. Yeah, he's limited outside the paint, but he's athletic.
Oh, whoa, okay.
So Daniel Gafford in the second round, a solid
Got
pick.
a lot of energy,
guy.
too.
He's not a guy
I like that from Chicago.
outside the paint.
Yeah.
Daniel Gafford from Arkansas going to Chicago earlier tonight. They took Kobe White from North Carolina, and there's the number 1 pick, Zion Williamson, going to the Pelicans. Pelicans are back on the clock.
Yeah, man.
You get paid.
Hey, but it seems like he got a good spirit about it, man. A good energy, man. Like, he really seems like a good dude.
Wait a minute. A heart and mahoney, a Cheerios? I like that. And they can help lower cholesterol? Well, now I'm in love.
Right now, KFC, pick any 2 of these favorites for only $6. This tasty pair, $6. This tasty pair, $6. $11.95.
Man, Golden State might get that dude, man.
$6. Mix and match any 2 for only $6.
Sacramento and Golden State got net.
Summer relaxation, fun at the sun.
If I'm Golden State, I'm rolling the dice.
But wait, what's missing? You. Power up your summer with 5-Hour Energy. And one of 5 amazing experiences. Buy any 5-Hour Energy product, including Cherry Extra Strength. Snap a picture of your receipt and send it in. Because it's about time you are having the time of your life. Power up your summer with 5-Hour Energy.
And he will get PT next year with Golden State.
Yeah. That's why I understood the Jordan Poole move because of the injuries they have. So, I mean, he'll be good to add to the roster because he may have to play. He'll be really good.
Legacy, the expectation, history to make room. If that's what you're searching for, the 2019 Jeep Wrangler can help you find it. Here's where summer begins.
Welcome everyone to Omaha, Nebraska.
The College World Series presented by Capital One continues tomorrow at 2 on ESPN.
When we were dating, we used to get excited about things like concert tickets. But that all changed when we bought a house.
That's good mulch.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents,
Get this butterscotch out of here.
but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
So with the Hawk season ticket, if you get the full season plan, it's 43 games, 20% discount at the Hawk shop, dedicated service representative, member-only event, playoff priority, member-only entrance, add, return, upgrade, and exchange tickets. Restrictions apply. Food and beverage loaded tickets, complimentary parking, and a member gift.
Does it give a price?
Nah, you have to contact them and then they'll contact you. But shit, I looked at it like a couple years ago. I want to say it was like right around like $3,000, and like they gave you like monthly payment plans. So it's like $150, $200 some dollars a month.
Okay.
And the good thing about it is obviously all of those home games are your tickets, so you can literally sell the tickets. So like, let's say if I sell this, like on StubHub, Game Time, all of these apps. So like, let's say if I sell these tickets for, let's say $80, I already paid for half of the month just by selling, like a single pair or whatever.
That's a brand new show called Declare that's coming your way on ESPN Plus. And right now, Chris Brinkley is joining me. And you're an NBA trainer to the stars. I love what you're doing in that show. What can people expect to see with that access?
Yeah, you got that $100,000 tennis chain.
Training regimens.
Yep.
Even better, we've dug
They're
into
taking care of you.
and how they've gotten to where they are today, which is the NBA draft. So it's been nerve-wracking watching the draft so far, but the show is great. One of the guys that I saw was P.J. Washington, extraordinary journey, entered the draft before, pulled out, went back to Kentucky, and now he's a first-rounder. So that's one of those guys that you've seen grow over the course of the time.
Yeah, his story is different. He declared last year, he betted himself, said I want to go back to UK for this exact moment to be the 12th pick. So
It worked out for him.
All right, give me your sleeper guy that's been sitting in the green room that you think has a lot of potential in this draft.
Kevin Porter Jr. I think he's the best isolation player in the draft. I think a lot of teams are going to wish they picked him, and he's definitely the sleeper of the draft.
All right, thanks for your time, Chris. And remember, you can watch the show Declared on ESPN+. A lot of great access and fun stuff to watch.
Hi, Maria. Chris, Kevin Porter Jr. went with the last pick of the first round. He'll wind up in Cleveland. While we were away, the Pelicans made a pick. It is Alex Smailagic, aptly nicknamed Smiley. Played professionally in Serbia and in the G League. He was the youngest player ever to play in the G League, just over 18 years of age.
We got that shooting
Third
stroke,
guy to
bro.
be drafted into the NBA via the G League, and he is on his way, member of the New Orleans Pelicans.
We got them another center.
Sacramento Kings are on the clock with the 40th pick.
About Santa Cruz of the G League, not the Santa Cruz Banana Slugs.
Okay. They're really trying to fill there.
It's the Warriors.
They got nothing on these guys.
Not the banana slugs, though.
They gotta go
Aren't you
through
going to weigh in on this?
20 more
How do you
picks.
feel about the banana slugs?
Wow.
Game?
With the 40th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Justin James from the University of Wyoming.
Dan over Kevin Porter?
No, Kevin Porter's already gone.
Oh, where'd he go?
Detroit. Remember, he was the last pick in the first round.
Two-time first team All-Mountain West player, scored more than 2,000
Oh.
points. Says his hidden talent is dancing. Well, who among us
Yeah.
doesn't say that? Justin
G
James
League player.
on his way to the Kings.
This right here need to be bold.
After a prolific career scoring for the Wyoming Cowboys is on his way to the Sacramento Kings. Warriors are on the clock, and we check in with Woj.
Well, Warriors certainly have been busy with the draft tonight. Their general manager, Bob Myers, though, his focus is on free agency and retaining their two all-stars, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. Now, there's a great deal of confidence in Golden State that if they offer the full max to Klay Thompson, five years, $190 million, he's going to stay there. Kevin Durant, though, he is spending some time right now kind of recalibrating after his injury and really considering what it's going to be like next year to have to sit out and how that factors into his decision.
I don't show it.
He's really focused on making
Fuck.
his decision independent of anyone else, and that includes Kyrie Irving. He's at a point in his career where, he's going to decide really essentially on either a 4-year deal elsewhere or 5 years in Golden State where he's going to spend the rest of his prime. And he's got some more time here before June 29th, but Brooklyn, the Knicks, and Golden State, and even the Clippers are all significant considerations for Kevin Durant.
And Kevin Durant, be interesting to see what the timetable
So
Kevin
4 years
puts on
to go to
his
State
decision
or
about what his future will be.
3
He's got
elsewhere.
with rehabilitation coming his way.
Well,
Golden
he'll miss a
State
year,
has
so.
big
Oh, yeah.
With the 41st pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Eric Paschall from Villanova University.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Eric Paschall from Jay Wright.
They need the size.
Program.
And if these guys can, the second round picks, so they can play or develop them to be contributors off the bench, which is what they need. So that probably fit right into that system.
Another long arm guy that shoots it really well to 3-point
Oh, yeah.
range, and he's really good off of 2 feet.
Power
Power
off.
jumper, you can ISO him, especially in the mid post. He attacks closeouts really well, but he's physical on the glass and solid defensively. Another good pick for Golden State because he can shoot it, spread the floor, and he's a good passer and a really good teammate. You mentioned he transferred in from Florida,
Miami
but I thought he did a great job for Villanova, and Villanova did a great job developing him.
And how about being able to learn every single day from Draymond Green? Undersized 4-man, was not really undersized anymore, but undersized 4-man. This kid can shoot the basketball, athletic, will bring some fight and some fierceness, every single floor to the dance floor, every time to the dance floor.
understands winning too. Part of 2 national championship teams. He was a redshirt. The first time that they won during that transfer, but a big part of the national championship team and another member of that Wildcat program going into the NBA. And then go over the last couple of drafts, they've had 6 guys drafted. Thought that Pascal might wind up being the 5th first rounder, but instead he goes relatively early in the 2nd round and into a good spot to Golden State for an opportunity with a guy with his skill set. Still waiting is Bol from Oregon, son of Manute Bol, a very skilled 7-footer, but still he's had a difficult evening waiting to hear his name called. So the 76ers are on the clock, and could it be now that it's Bol? Not trying to hit anything. I haven't heard the pick yet. We'll hear it now together from Mark Tatum.
With the 42nd pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Admiral Schofield from London.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's one to watch.
It's the second volunteer to be drafted tonight. Grant Williams went in the 1st round. Now Admiral Schofield is taken by the 76ers.
Very good in transition. As a transition finisher, shot 82% from the field. That was best in Division I. He may be an undersized four-man, but he's physical. He's a really powerful athlete.
Yeah, he is. You can tell. That man got a big-ass upper body.
Shot 42% from three-point range this last season. And
Wizards need that.
Who I think is a really good teammate. He and Grant Williams formed a terrific tandem, scoring for Tennessee and led them to be the #1 team for a time.
Wow. Okay, some pedigree in the family. Oh, wow. Okay.
Dad, his cousin, another cousin, Bonnie Holiday, played in the NFL for 15 seasons. It's a terrific.
Like, you know how hard it is to play 15 seasons in the NFL?
Yeah, that's like playing 30 years in the NBA.
Yeah.
In the same hospital as Prince William and Prince Harry.
Oh, wow.
So
that's why I thought they were going to get Kobe White instead of Culver, because they need to get rid of replace Teague. So I think they're going to try to go another year with Teague and Rose.
Well, Rose is a free agent.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Dressed for the occasion and ready to embrace New York as the Knicks' newest player.
That's the right attitude. Oh, I forgot Jonte Porter was still out there.
I need to tell you something.
Like, injuries hurt his draft stock, too.
I think Chucky did something. Chucky is a tool.
I do like the Nazir Little pick for Portland.
I do too.
Find inspiration in every mile.
But he's gonna have to refine his game though.
If he said something.
Mayor J.D. McCrary, European
But, you know, he got the right motivation. As Stephen A. Smith just tweeted about
If I can't do that,
Black fathers and
Air Max
seeing
Renegades, Air Max
both of them
270s.
crying, man.
Footlocker Stores, footlocker.com. Nick.
Get it to him. Get it to him. Ship him.
Dear Nick, I hope you like these Air Max. Blah, blah, blah. Yours, PJ Tucker. Can't believe this is still working.
I was having a very hard time finding a job. I had someone reached out to me. A supervisor reached out to me on LinkedIn. We set up an interview, and from there, I was hired. LinkedIn was the matchmaker. Working in communication services, I can be a voice for those who want to push past their limits. I can show them that they're capable of doing anything.
Dale's little girl's heading to college. Luckily, her dorm is about 10 minutes from a hotel by Hotel by Wyndham. With over 6,000 hotels across the country, a great hotel by Wyndham is closer than you think. Book direct at wyndhamhotels.com.
The Shawn Mendes Rise and Up concert was surreal.
By the use of Say Sisters chose Verizon.
We were right in front of her, front row. I'll never forget that day.
The network more people rely on gives you more. Like a free Samsung Galaxy when you switch. That's Verizon.
You think Melo would go to LA?
LaMelo?
Carmelo.
Cam. Why are you asking about Carmelo? That man out the league, man. He ain't going nowhere, man.
I mean, but if they can get him for a veteran minimum, they're gonna need bodies, man.
I feel you. That's the only place he can move. There's no other place that he's gonna be able to play. So if it doesn't work out with the Lakers, it's definitely over.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Check in on their progress. Find out how you can join State Farm in strengthening communities. Visit neighborhood.
Yeah, Miami not picking bowl.
Did that
They got Bam, Hassan.
during the last break?
But Hassan asked for a trade. He won out. Jalen Noel, I don't know him.
Points per game. He went to Minnesota. You see the four prior to him, and the Miami Heat on the clock with the 44th overall pick, and that pick is in. Let's hear from Mark Tatum.
With the 44th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Bol
There you go.
Wow. He's like, God, man.
Everybody
It's
cheering for
been
him.
a long wait for Bol. He was 20th in Jonathan Gavoni's final mock draft.
Manute was 7'7"?
Yeah.
I forgot.
This guy was 6'5" in the 7th grade.
What the fuck?
The 7th grade. Middle name is Manute, named after his father.
Yeah, that left foot, man. 9 games. But
Foot injury, the
Darius Garland went. They only played 5.
Look at how long his arms are.
motor and how hard he's going to play all the time.
Yeah, a unique talent. So he only played 9 games before he broke his foot. And in those 9 games for Oregon, he averaged 21 points, 10 rebounds, almost 3 blocks. He shot 52% from three-point range. You mentioned his skill.
What the hell? How do you let that go? That
He barely weighs
man.
205 pounds. 7'7" wingspan.
Towers
real
over old
fitness.
boy.
Question, brings up questions about durability, but he also had questions about the consistency of his effort.
That's what you've been talking about.
What's his want to? The motor, like how does it rev up? But, he does have talent. He's rangy, both on offense and defense. But,
Boy, if he ain't his daddy.
He moves a little bit better, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's still just.
He's his dad.
Oh my God.
Bol going to Miami with the 44th pick. And he's a big fella. His dad, 7 feet 7 inches tall, Manute Bol. Played 10 years in the league, Sean.
Yes, he did. And I didn't have the pleasure of playing against him. I'm probably lucky, but
Yeah, I know. His arms don't even look real.
big guys like that.
Look at that shit.
I know. He used to hit that shit. That was the crazy thing. Like when he was on video games, I would play with him and shoot them down three.
Bol was with Maria.
I got here and Bol said the wait is over. So how does it feel to walk across the stage?
I've been dreaming this for my whole life, and it feels pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
So you
No
were
way.
born in Denver,
Yeah.
and you know that
Born
your
and
NBA
raised
career
here.
is ahead of you, even though you had to deal
Both
with
of them
sitting out
still
due to
tall.
injury. What do you want to prove when you step on the court?
I just want to prove everyone wrong and just come out and be the best player I can be.
And what does that player
Yeah,
look
man.
like?
You guys seen it
Mixed
on
emotions.
YouTube, but I mean,
Mixed
just
emotions.
pretty much that, bring that to NBA and plus more and develop and be a better player.
You know, everyone in here erupted when
He said,
they
"Go
called
see
your
it on-
name.
watch it
So
on
there's an
YouTube."
affinity for you in here. What was it like to hear that applause?
It feels pretty good because I didn't know I had that many fans until right now.
Congratulations, man.
I don't know if they were fans, man. I think they were just happy for you.
Look at the reaction that Maria referred to. fans were rooting for him too because of the weight that he
Yeah.
had to endure into the second round much longer than he anticipated. It's good to see the fans get behind him and celebrate with him.
Bunch of white kids.
Because the most important thing
Hilarious.
is, look, nobody wants to see a guy get stuck in the green room and have to wait a long time.
Nah. Now I look like I see some pride, some watery eyes.
Boltzmann had that opportunity. And the next pick is in the Detroit Pistons making this selection, 45th overall.
With the 45th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Isaiah Roby from the University of Nebraska.
I don't know him, but you know what?
Now you think Bol wait was long. Nebraska's wait has been longer. This is their first player picked in 20 years.
What?
I didn't know that. Isaiah Roby is 6'8", another guy with really long arms, versatile, a good athlete.
You know what he look
especially
like?
a good athlete in transition.
Um,
Good with the ball.
Kyle
You
Anderson.
can see him extend and dunk it in the lane there.
San Antonio, they call him slow-mo.
Yeah.
That's who he
defends
looks like.
really well and he rebounds. He needs to improve his shooting consistency, but
Yeah, I think he got hurt last year. Or did they trade him?
Traded him. I think he's in
Memphis, yeah.
And you know, to
He had a
me,
couple of good
that was
games.
where he stepped forward. He played very well at Nebraska, but the combine is where he really stood out.
Played for our buddy Tim Miles, who was a former coach.
So
at
Orlando
Nebraska,
took another
who saw
fucking
something in him, and now
power
Isaiah
forward?
has the opportunity to be
Oh my
selected
God.
on the Pistons.
Nah, not yet. Nah.
No, they said the first round. They took
Oh,
power
okay.
forward.
Yeah, they did. That guy from Auburn.
The 16th pick of the
How did they even make the fucking
overall,
playoffs?
the Lakers, of course. Look,
You know that 2K tournament I got stuck with them?
Really?
I beat Kevin. Kevin had Toronto.
Damn.
I beat him with Orlando. Then I lost to Philly.
Luke Walton then was asked to leave. They asked coaches to come
Suave had Philly and he won the whole thing.
Wow.
Frank Vogel said,
Nobody could stop Ben, dog. Like, it's just 6, 7 point guard with speed. Like,
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, he's unstoppable in that game.
The Lakers, who is really in charge? Is it the owners?
But the thing about Bowles that I noticed, and the thing I can maybe draw a line from one to the other is that you talk about his motor. Like when he got picked, he was just like, all right, finally, here, you know, the wait is over. He just walked up like he didn't care. And his dad, being an NBA player, he may have came from a place of privilege where he didn't really have to really
nah,
want
but
to try.
he worked at it, though.
I mean, yeah, he still.
The Orlando Magic select Taylor Horton-Tucker from Iowa State University.
He still has the talent and he still has to work on the skills, but you know, like CJ said, he didn't have to get it out of the mud. Like he didn't have to do like Zion and all these other guys, you know, because they come from a different environment.
Almost 240 pounds, a 7'1" wingspan, so he's freakishly long yet really compact and powerful.
Yeah, he won't make
He
it.
can handle the ball well, a really good finisher.
Yeah, that
When he
jumper
gets
slow.
downhill on you, it's like a truck coming at you. And with that wingspan, he can extend to finish. He's got a very good passing feel, good in and out dribble. It was a little
that's going to the
dominant,
Lakers?
frankly, at Iowa State, but very skilled and very talented.
They still need you talent.
Yeah, they've been trying to get some of these second round contracts.
Horton-Tucker to the Lakers. You see the pick was made by Orlando's Bobby Marks rejoins us now. So the Lakers, they've got superstars. They've got to finish the roster, right?
Well, you're right. There is a lot of work to do, and yes, you got Anthony
Wagner will
Davis
be
and LeBron
okay.
James, and certainly still Kyle Kuzma here. But now comes the hard work, Reese. And what
That
we're looking
Wagner guy
at
got to
is,
go.
of course, we talked about the timing of this Anthony Davis trade. Either they'll have $24 million or potentially $32 million. And how does the Lakers go about splitting that money? There is a lot of roster holes here, and as you can see, here are some of the free agents. Can you go out and get 2 players for that $24 million, or does that money increase to $32 million and go after one max player? But there's a lot of
Yeah, like if I'm
decisions to
JJ
go.
Redick,
It started with
I'm
Davis
going
last
back to
Saturday, and now we enter
Philly.
free agency about 10 days from
If
now.
I'm
and
the
we're
Lakers,
gonna see how
I'm
strong this
targeting
Laker
Pat
front office is by
Bev
what
and
they do in
Jeremy
free
Lamb.
agency.
If I'm not doing
When
the
you
third
look at this
superstar.
right now, what do you
Lincoln
think the
messed up
chances
this whole
are
thing
of
up,
them
bro.
clearing it out and getting a
With the
third
timing of
superstar?
the
Do you
trade.
think that's not the
And I
path
think
that
he
the
could have
Pistons
held
choose
up
to go? It's
well.
too hard to tell which path
Ingram,
they
Ball,
take.
and
Well, I
Hart.
think
So
the
yeah.
million if they can find a third team to trade Wagner and Bonga, if that's going to happen by July 6th. But even if they do create the $32 million, it's not recommended to go out and get a player like Kemba Walker or Kyrie Irving and add to this group. They need some depth, because if you add that one $32 million player, now you got 9 players on the minimum coming off your bench. And I think what you saw in Golden State, you need some depth here. And if one of these guys go down, you're going to be fighting just to get back into the playoffs.
I really think Kuzma, Davis, and James could be the big three. With James and AD, that could be enough, man. I think it could be enough, man. I think it could be enough. Kawhi just did it with, I mean, granted, he went against the depleted Warriors team, which is something else that nobody's really mentioned. Imagine if LeBron did make the playoffs and he made the Western Conference Finals, and he ran against a team without Kevin Durant. He'd probably beat him. Like, the timing of everything is so crazy for him.
Like Clay would have had to either play super bad or got hurt for LeBron and them not to win.
Yeah, with that team they had, and they were fully healthy, and no KD, and they had already beaten them once. The 1 year he don't play them, they get hurt. And it's funny how history just writes these stories, man. Like, it's really interesting.
Because okay, so we doing the what is. Imagine if LeBron would have went to Philly.
Oh yeah, yep.
That's guaranteed. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, because they got hurt. Now Kawhi is a 2-time champion and 2-time Finals MVP.
Miller Lite is brewed for great taste.
First in Toronto.
6 calories and 0 grams of sugar.
And
so when one's done,
like
it's the perfect
in history book for being Finals MVP and winning rings with 2 different teams on 2 different conferences. All because of injuries. And it just changed his whole career. Hall of Fame just like that. Ignis Rodriguez.
Limited time only. No, one nacho cheese sauce. Can only look at that one. I love it.
This is a hell of a commercial.
Yeah. They're rolling now. Feels like. All right, so if they do get Kawhi, I know Matt's be talking out of his ass.
He do.
And he just.
Looking good, Steve. But the only problem, who are you?
He gets on my nerves sometimes with that shit. But
The real estate agent never starts this place.
I don't think just because they get Kawhi, they win the title. Like, he's going to say that the Lakers getting AD, they'll need time to jail in order to win. So he says they're going to have to take a year. But on the flip side, he said when Kawhi goes to the Wizards, they're going to win it all. So what happened to them needing time to jail when you get new teams?
But I guess Kawhi's already proven that.
Yeah, but so is LeBron. Like, we know LeBron is finals or bust. So him getting AD, depending on what they do put around him. I mean, if he's saying it takes superstar time to jail, that's fine. But when have we seen, like, we have evidence that's saying the other.
But it depends. It took LeBron and D Wade time to gel because they're not complementary. LeBron and AD are complementary. I can run pick and roll with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a big man that has guard skills.
Right.
I'm complimentary. We're complementary to each other. So it's not going to take much. Like, once I figure out where you like to score or whatever. Okay. And it's not even figuring that out. AD can score from anywhere.
Right.
LeBron can score from anywhere. So that is just more so like on a personal level. And obviously they have that relationship already. So they'll be fine. I'm not worried about the chemistry amongst them. It's the others.
Yeah.
See what the others are. Because let's be honest, Frank Vogel is not a motherfucking offensive genius. He hangs his hat on defense. you can even say that about Jay Kidd. Jay Kidd isn't the most creative offensive head coach.
Right.
And who's the other guy that they brought in that used to be a head coach too that's on that staff?
Lionel Hollins.
Lionel Hollins. None of those guys are known for offense. All three of them are known for defense. So we'll see what this roster looks like and what their identity is. And I think that's the biggest thing, that they got to establish an identity early on.
The white boys. But that's why I think Pelinka just, man, I don't know much about the inner workings when it comes to these things. But all I know is they agreed to a date on the deal, but everything is negotiable. And, they got time to rework the date on that deal. None of these players, and I don't know why they wouldn't be willing to do that. That's what I haven't been able to find.
With the 48th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the LA Clippers select Terrence Mann from Florida State University.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
He had a good tournament.
Mm-hmm.
If you build it, he will come.
That's a nice pick for them.
How about that?
Mm-hmm. It fits their identity.
Yep.
Field of dreams. And Terrence Mann, an explosive guy for Leonard Hamilton's team, two-time honorable mention All-ACC player.
Really good finisher. His impact is really on the defensive end, and he makes hustle plays. Good athlete, constantly moving, good in transition, but very energetic. That can get up and down the floor. But where he excels is as a finisher. Mentioned his defense. He can offensive rebound. But both he and Beyondu Kabengele were the two best players who really gave the identity to Florida State under Leonard Hamilton.
Terrence's mom was the head
If you were
coach
projected to be a second-round pick, would you go?
played at Georgetown.
I want that experience.
Yeah.
It's once in a lifetime. I don't care where the fuck I'm drafted. As long as I'm drafted, now you go, you show up, and you don't get drafted.
Yeah.
That's something different. But I would go.
Really a huge summer for so many teams in the NBA. And Woj, as you look at this, the draft is part of the puzzle.
Man, what happens if Jimmy leaves all that money and goes somewhere else?
Man, I don't know what Philly, Philly can't lose both of them. They cannot lose both of them.
Much further north in free agency. It's on Kawhi Leonard with the Raptors. And, Kawhi Leonard, when he went to Toronto after the trade from San Antonio, really looked at it as just a one-year way station. Toronto closed the gap through the whole year. They obviously won the championship. But the Clippers and Raptors are certainly at the front of the line for him. I'm told that Leonard may very well take visits in free agency, meetings at least, with the Knicks, the 76ers, possibly even the Nets, in addition to the Clippers. But with Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, this free agency class has been one the league has been pointing toward for a couple of years now. And Kyrie Irving right here in this
Kawhi
arena in Brooklyn, his focus
really
has
works.
been on possibly joining the Nets. He'd like to recruit Kevin Durant with him to come, but I'm told that Durant is really wants to make a decision independent of anyone else, and that's where his focus is right now. But this league is gearing up after tonight for free agency, and it's going to be a wild ride for the next couple weeks.
That it will be. It already has been for teams that they've been trying to.
I think Durant may go back, man.
Plans to do it.
I think this injury gonna send him back.
Cap space if they're going to make a run, and all these teams, as Woj pointed out, with Mann going to the Clippers earlier.
I hope he takes his time, and really just, because I know the injury has to be fucking with him. And I hope he really just kind of takes his time and really just settle in and just stick to whatever plan he had prior to the injury. Not only did you get hurt, you lost the title.
The Orlando Magic trade the draft rights to Talen Horton-Tucker, the 46th pick, to the Los Angeles Lakers for a future second-round pick and financial considerations.
So that's done, man.
With the 49th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Quindary Weatherspoon from Mississippi State University.
Quindary here in the crowd at Barclays Center to celebrate this night. Senior guard from Mississippi State. Be a celebration at Little Dewey's and Restaurant Tyler in Stark Vegas. Vegas, Quindary Witherspoon is on his way.
He looks kind of like D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
Running for a couple of years at State. His first team all Southeastern Conference.
6'4", an athletic, physical driver, a combo guard that can step away and shoot it. Gets to the free throw line. 5.4 free throw attempts per game last year at Mississippi State. Finished at around 61% at the rim, and a good pick and roll handler. Shot 40% from three, 81% from the free throw line, averaging about 18 points per game.
And if they can develop players like they have in the past, I mean, they got rid of Kyle Anderson. So I don't think they believed in him.
Jeff Malone and Bailey Howell, great players from the 50s.
I want to see how, what's his name bounce back.
Jonathan Murray?
Yes.
Yeah.
He need a jumper.
Yep.
He needs to take the Tony Parker approach. Be able to dominate inside like Tony did, and then get that 15 foot. Eventually, that thing will become 18 and 20, and then you got a 3-point shot. And
finding guys in the second round, late in the first.
but they still got to find a Tim Duncan or David Robinson. They still don't have that.
Championship legacy in San Antonio. Pacers back on the clock for the comeback.
Hey man, I don't know how much more Pop has for this generation of basketball players.
Ever since the white guy, you've been talking about retiring.
Yeah, I think
I think he really liked DeJounte Murray. I think that kept him around.
Yeah, and I think that he's perfect for Team USA. But for San Antonio, the grind of that regular season, and I don't know, because you look at where they've been, the transition that they've gone through, the players that they currently have.
Yeah.
I don't think that Pop can mar his record and his legacy, but it's kind of like he's not really adding. And if you're not adding at this point in your career, there's really no point to coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying he can't do it. Pop is still gonna be great, but it's like, are you really competing for titles? You got LA out here, Golden State when healthy, you know what they are. Like, who do you have? What's your firepower? Like, it ain't DeMar, bruh. It's definitely not LaMarcus. DeJounte is nice, but it's not like he can get you 30 a game. He's a piece. You know what I'm saying? Like an athletic point guard that can create shots, but he's not scoring more than 15, 16 a game. So it's kind of like, who's the guy? What's the move? Like, so do you trade DeMar? You trade Lamar? I
would trade DeMar. I would trade DeMar and LaMarcus. But that's only if Pop leave. If Pop leave, I would definitely try to start over.
I feel you.
But I think Pop thinks he needs at least two guys. At least stars, all stars to make it work.
Yeah, but okay, so who did they play the first round?
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Denver.
And they took him 7.
They took him 7. But that was all Pop. Let's be honest. Because we saw in the clutch moments that the players didn't respond.
Right. DeMar.
Exactly.
LA.
Timeouts, all that, right? So, well, all that being said, does DeJounte change that? Nah. So we know what the ceiling of this roster is. It's kind of like Atlanta. And this is what I don't want to happen in San Antonio. You're good enough to continue to make the playoffs, but you don't have no real shot at a championship. And because you made the playoffs, you don't have a real shot at exceptional talent. However, Kawhi was picked outside of the lottery. So and this Ginobili was picked late. Tony Parker was picked late. So I get it, but still though, like DeJounte, I don't know if he's Tony Parker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and do they have the work ethic? Because all the Kawhi stories are coming out now in terms of like how he really got up and worked hard at his craft and working all the shooting and all the other stuff, and that he always had the talent, but he just wasn't recruited. And then the reason why he went to San Diego State is that he had already committed there when the bigger universities started calling. But they saw him as one-dimensional, and I think Chris Carter was saying this because he's really close with them, which is why he's saying that the Knicks has a legit chance of getting him. But he was saying that he could score, but I think his role at the time wasn't scoring on those things.
In this game,
So
one name can be all it takes to unite,
Z on the side, yeah, man. He got it,
ignite
man.
a flame. Tempers fuse.
Yo, that's gotta be surreal, Ken.
I know, man.
18, 19, barely 20.
In New York, you got a chance to turn the franchise around. They didn't boo you. They booed everybody.
Yep.
That tear right there. That movie tear. That one tear coming down. That was the one I was like, man, I'm.
Yeah, man, it hit me. It hit me. It
Yeah.
hit me.
Yeah, like seeing all of them cry, and especially thinking about like, man, what if that was me up there with my kid? Like I can imagine what they were like, the fathers felt. But then just seeing them, man, I was like, wow, because I'm like, he ain't gonna make it. I could hear him choking up. I was like, he ain't gonna make it. He just got quiet, and mom came in and do what she did. And they finally got themselves together. Ja almost made it. RJ made it, and then he broke down.
Yeah, man, you already know, like, for a father-son bond, like,
Pelicans trade the draft rights to Alan Smilagich, the 39th pick, to the Golden State Warriors for 2 future second-round picks and financial considerations.
Warriors are in depth.
With the 51st pick in
guys
the
that can shoot. That was that center.
draft,
Oh,
the
okay.
Boston Celtics select Tremont Waters from Louisiana.
Oh yeah, I've seen his name around. He said some pretty good things about him. I'm glad he got picked since he showed up.
Oh, that's his chick. Oh, that's his mama.
Oh,
She bad. But he kissed on the lips, I don't know.
Girl.
His native New England. He is a small point guard, but he's got
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Okay, Isaiah Thomas.
speed and direction really well. And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a really good passer that I think excels in pick and roll. Really good defensively, although he's small. He gets steals. He's really active with his hands. He anticipates. He's really aware. He's just a small guard, but he can absolutely play. I think this is a good pick for
He
the
must be able to play if they took him.
They've gone with small guards in the past.
Probably worth the risk in the second round, but
Walk down, stands at Barclays Center. Now here's Tremont before the draft. I think the festivities had already started. The draft is already going on, and it made its way in. Easier to get dinner reservations a little bit later. No, you didn't have to be there early, and then get an opportunity to celebrate this moment and have a handshake with Mark Tatum, and to get drafted by the Celtics or a guy from the state of Connecticut. It's certainly a dream come true as we check in with Woj, another guy who is a Nutmeg State native.
he's been working.
That's right. Reese, Boston ended up using 2 of
I
their
wonder,
first-round picks,
like,
traded 1 out.
First of all, how do you
Trent
gain
Williams, Romeo
all of
Langford,
these
and they pick up
relationships
Tremont Waters from
that
LSU here
Woj has?
in the second round. They're
Right,
gonna
that's
have
number one.
$26
Number two,
million in cap space
who's hitting
potentially.
you up with all
They
of the
are largely
details?
resigned to the
You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, he's not on the phone making a lot of calls. I have to assume that a lot of calls are being made to him.
You know, one place they could potentially
Man, the
use
people
some of
he
that
has
cap
to know.
space
Yeah.
is
It's
Vucevic
crazy.
in Orlando. Now, Orlando and Vucevic, there's a lot of motivation
I wonder if
for
he
those
uses
two sides to
Verizon.
get a deal done.
Look his
Vucevic
account
has
up.
wanted to stay there, but I think both the Celtics and Lakers are potential landing spots for Vucevic if he doesn't get a deal done with the Magic. We'll certainly keep an eye on that.
Yeah, but they got
scramble mode, losing
Mo Bamba.
both those guys.
Who?
Go back to the
Magic, so they don't
Yeah.
need Vucevic.
With the
They don't.
52nd pick in
They
the
should have been trading
2019
him.
NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Jalen McDaniels from San Diego State University.
Okay.
Jalen McDaniels, 20 career big double-doubles. Only Kawhi had more through 2 years.
His brother, Jaden,
Well, he's very talented
real deal.
and has some of the best natural tools
Real
in
deal.
the draft, certainly in the second round. He's got length and fluidity.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty.
He doesn't have a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
was.
fault, though. He's only 195 pounds. He's been
Okay.
an inconsistent shooter. Made 28 threes in his 2 years at San Diego State and shot just 32% from 3
Well, I
this
put
last
San
year.
Diego State on
But
the
he's
map.
versatile.
and he should be able to impact the game on the defensive end with his length and athleticism. But I don't think took a step forward his sophomore year, but he has talent.
Brother's the top 10 recruit in the 2019 class, headed to the University of Washington. Somehow, because Juwan Howard's cousin. I guess Juwan got the job in Michigan too late to get his cousin in there, huh?
Wow. That's good stock right there.
I guess so. Hey, you know what, Chauncey, the Utah Jazz on the clock right now. They made a deal earlier this week to bring in Mike Conley Jr. Where does this put Utah in terms of, if you
Top
look at
four.
the trade there,
They're top four
trade
now.
with Memphis, where does this put the
Yeah, I
Jazz?
saw the first pick. I don't understand people saying, oh, they gave up too much. I'm like,
Yeah, the future first.
yeah, the future first is the only thing that makes me question it. But they talking about, yeah, but they gave up depth. I'm like,
Next to Donovan Mitchell, these two dudes can both defend, both run and pick and rolls.
Donovan needed a guy like Conley there last year.
Because he needed a Rubio that can score.
Yeah.
Bro, I got to get too many buckets. As much as I like Joe Ingles is a dependent player. You know, he could kind of make his own offense, but he plays off of, playmakers. Like, they needed that. They needed that.
Jazz select Justin Wright Foreman from Hofstra University.
Over 20 miles or so from where we
But the Jazz have made some pretty bad picks outside of Donovan Mitchell and Gobert. Exum.
Well, Exum's been hurt.
What's the other guy? That's what I'm saying. Like,
But that's not a bad pick.
That's the 97th percentile
It's just,
in the country this last
it happened.
He's got every kind of move.
What's that?
Styling up.
Fadeaways, and he's got end-to-end speed and transition. This dude can absolutely score, and his athleticism will hold up in the NBA. He just needs to be a better defender, but I mean, 27 points a game. That's second in the NCAA behind Chris Clemens of Campbell.
every move in the book too, including the
27
shimmy after he knocked down that three on that.
That's the best shimmy I've seen right there.
Different type of shimmy. But yeah, like when I look at guys like Jay Crowder and Kyle Korver and Grayson Allen, those are replacement level players. Yeah, you can find the 3-and-D guy.
And even if Grayson Allen becomes something, like, we didn't know, that's cool. You're welcome.
Yep.
Nah, that was a good trade. It was a good move. Needed on both ends. It was a mutual trade. Because, man, I think Ja's going to be a problem. You know who we're going to compare him to his rookie year?
Who? CP.
CP New Orleans? That's how good he's going to be. Remember how good CP was? Rookie CP? First 3 years CP? That's going to be Ja. With a little bit more juice, because he can yam on folks.
Don't be driven by technology, private. Only BMW 3 Series. Hurry into these.
Yeah, man, this shit gotta be surreal, bro. 18, 19.
For $429 a month.
Went through your college or, overseas season. Get drafted. Now you know who you're playing for.
I like that.
Now it's time to get apartments, condos, cars, get your life situated, get a chef. You know what I'm saying? Man. I had to get acquainted with the staff.
Yep. It's just beginning because you'll be out the league quick.
Yeah.
So, and I hope some of these older players start mentoring these guys.
Oh, yeah, that's the rite of passage. Good dope commercial.
If the Hawks get Jonte Porter, or even Nash Reed, I saw some good things about him too. That might not be bad to put beside John Collins this late in the draft, especially Jonte Porter, because I think he messed with his foot or something like that. Because he was supposed to be a first rounder from what I saw.
Gives you unbeatable engine protection.
Yeah, I think that's our weak link now. Is the
Yep.
5.
I mean, they got Dwayne Jetman, yeah. So it's,
But he's a stopgap. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You know, size, can shoot threes. You know, veteran guy, of course. You know what I'm saying? He fits. Kind of sort of like what Vince Carter was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but we still need to get a 5.
It's our network. We can't stream, we can't share. Makes us so
Like I said, DeAndre Jordan like fits what we want to do.
Yep.
On a super fast network that keeps you connected.
ready to switch.
Cause he can still rim run, protect the rim, and set picks.
Switch to Boost and get 4 lines.
Yeah, Jonte had he tore his ACL in March playing against his brother,
Super fast nationwide network.
Michael.
Coming up tonight, live
Michael
reaction from
Porter.
Woj, Windhorst, Basillo, and Schmitz here to help us make sense of the draft.
So that's why. But yeah, before he tore his ACL, it was him and Michael Porter Jr. Man, they were them brothers, man.
Draft day, one big thing. It's not always where you get picked. And with the draft now in the rear view, Woj and Windhorst standing by to fill us in.
We'll see. They gotta get through 2 more picks,
Free agency. Who cleared the way for
and then they gotta
we'll
want to
see after the draft.
They said the Knicks need everything. That's funny.
2019 NBA draft, 76ers.
But they do got some talent. Though.
Yeah,
They do
yeah.
got some talent.
I think they're doing it the right way. Rebuilding, getting some good pieces. They got hopefully their star. So
The thing is that I feel like you have to build the roster to get to free agency. You know, because
yes, yeah.
you have to build it because like if you look at what Golden State did, right? Obviously they drafted Harrison Barnes, they drafted Draymond, they drafted Clay, they drafted Steph. And when they got to the right point, they went and got a free agent that took them over the top. A couple of free agents. Iggy first, and then KD.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, when I look at the Hawks, John Collins is going to be re-upping soon. We still got 2 more years of Cuter and Trey. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 years of the 2 new guys. So 2 years from now is when we need to be looking at free agency. And realistically, if we, you know, shit, I don't know if there's going to be a superstar 5, but shit, if we can get like the Joker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Shit. You know, bruh, that's championship. That's championship. You're talking about Trey in year 3. You're talking about John Collins year 4. Cam and them guys year 2. Cuter year 3.
With R.J. Barrett, haven't heard from them since, and now the Knicks will make this pick coming up in a couple of minutes as we come down to the final few picks here in this draft.
The one guy that surprised me and hadn't been off the board is Lugan Stewart of Arizona State. I figured he would have been drafted way before this.
Yeah, 'cause his name been on there
So let's
long ass
go
time.
to the podium right now and see who this pick will be for the New York
Crazy,
Knicks.
they already got Barrett jersey. Or had.
We have another trade to announce. The Miami Heat trade the draft rights to Bol Bol, the 44th pick, to the Denver Nuggets for a future second-round pick.
Wow.
With the 55th pick in the 2019
That's very interesting for Denver.
The New York Knicks select
Bro,
Kyle
you got Michael Porter coming back. You got this guy. Yeah.
Oh, it's Kyle Guy. I like him.
Huge shots for Virginia throughout his career. Made those 3 free throws against Auburn
Oh,
to
that's
save
nice.
them in the
That's a good pick, man.
And now
I mean, he's
Kyle Guy
JJ Reddish.
drafted by the New York Knicks.
That's exactly what he is.
R.J. Barrett get together again. They opposed each other during the season.
That's not a bad pick this late. I mean, he's 6'2", so you don't really get those looks like that. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
he's probably gonna play G League.
Yeah, but it's I mean, 55th pick in the draft, it's worth a shot. Guy has championship pedigree, hit big shots.
I mean, he's absolutely unafraid. Those free throws he nailed.
So 2021 free agents: Bradley Beal,
Indiana kid, grew up in Indianapolis.
DeMar DeRozan,
And I thought
Batum,
terrific
Giannis.
as a college player.
Imagine if we had Giannis.
You know, they left early, but to have both he and that backcourt, he and Ty.
But now he gonna sign that super max.
Yeah.
He ain't leaving Milwaukee. gonna sign that
The other
super
thing that
max?
Kyle guy does, he'll stick his nose in there and rebound.
But
He
I
goes-
don't
he goes
want
into the
PG that
defensive
big.
glass, and he proved to be a decent defender too.
You know, you can get
Okay, so
guaranteed money
it's not a good
second
free
round
agency
pick.
class.
Well, we need to watch Milwaukee, man, with Middleton opting out, too.
Getting married.
Like, they got some
The end of
interesting
July
free agent choices,
in
too.
Hawaii is Beyonce.
They got
I'm not maxing them out,
Doing
man.
well, and they're
If I'm Milwaukee, I'm not maxing Chris Middleton out.
Nah.
the New York Knicks, and perhaps that will inspire the Knicks to give them even more guaranteed cash.
Dang, Virginia has 3 players drafted.
That's right.
Kyle Guy, Ty Jerome, and DeAndre Hunter.
That's the way it goes. Virginia has their 3 stars drafted and their former teammate Mario Shayaki.
God damn, so in 2021, John Wall is gonna make $42.7 million.
Sitting on the block. Kyle Guy, the last.
Awesome team too, man. Just look at the pros. Some of these teams putting up 2 and 3 and 4 pros. That was just a
Wait, I
fun
don't
team
think
to
Atlanta
watch.
got any more picks.
Very
Hold
well
on.
coached.
They
by
don't.
Ben there. I
That
mean, they
50, that
strap up.
50,
You know I love
7 pick
defense.
must be next year.
They strap up defensively, share the basketball. That was just a fun team to watch.
They have that hardware to pay it off as well. The Clippers making this choice.
With the 56th pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
Yeah, man.
the LA Clippers select Jalen Hands from UCLA.
Oh, he came into the draft?
Jalen gets to stay close to where he played college with the Bruins.
He was a big internet sensation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been knew about it.
Averaged about 14 points a game. Led the Pac-12 in assists in what was a turbulent season for the Bruins. 2017, he was the top 20 recruit.
He's a capable shooter. Shot 37% on threes. He has 2 makes per game. You know, just a talented scoring guard that made improvements to his game throughout the season.
Ooh, to the Clippers?
They about to wild out, bro.
Yeah,
He didn't even call DeAndre Hunter. I don't know if he did or not, but he called Cam. He called Cam. He didn't even call DeAndre. If I'm DeAndre, I'm like, yo, man, for real.
Tonight shows Jalen Hands with the 56th overall pick in the
Trying
draft.
to tell y'all, man, Cam to the Hawks was gonna be beast.
See on your screen right now, the North Carolina.
You better call DeAndre,
Who
too.
were drafted in the first round. Kobe White, Cam Johnson, and Nasir Little all going in the first round. Kobe
You know, I follow Cam Reddish, and he was in Atlanta before the draft.
Let's hear what he had to say.
So I knew he was here. I don't know, if it was a workout or whatever, but
Zach
him and his girl was here.
WFAN, Cameron Johnson just won 11th. How do you react to that news?
He went what?
11th.
This one.
Draft.
11.
Yep. It's right on the screen right there.
Wow. Wow. Wow, bro. That's crazy. That's so love, bro. Because if y'all know Cam, you don't know how hard Cam work. And you know, it's a lot of people that doubt him. But, wow, bro, that's crazy, bro. Wow, that's so crazy. I'm so happy for him right now. Y'all don't understand how happy I am for Cam.
Okay, this boy gonna be a fool.
Kobe went in there and look, he hadn't really played on a winning team growing up until he got to North Carolina and to be able to assimilate into
This
those
boy gonna be a damn
see
fool.
that type of respect and love for the old guys. It's kind of cool. These one and done's don't roll out just for themselves all the time, right?
With the 57th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Jordan Bone from the University of Tennessee.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, never mind, Ralph.
So this is to Atlanta.
And we also got Bruno Fernando,
He may be the best athlete in
the one that Philly picked.
He was in the top 5.
Yeah, Philly traded the 34.
That's an amazing pickup. We are top 5 front office, man.
They traded 34 to Atlanta for 2 future second rounders and number 57. You can have them.
You can have it. You can have it. Yo.
And the Pelicans.
And then look at this. He led the 2019 combine in standing vertical, shuttle run, and lane agility. That's gonna be our backup point guard.
In his time under Rick Barnes at Tennessee. So I think he's
Hey man, top 5, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, yeah, it's one thing to just give away second round picks, but they gave around an earlier second round pick for one later, so they still getting something in this draft. Where you see teams, you can take 2 or 3 of them. We don't need them. Like somebody just gave away 4.
Warriors.
Yo, I'm
the Raptors,
so
and
excited for the
Kings
Hawks
are
summer league team.
scheduled to make the pick.
You know what, Ken?
For these last three selections so far on what has been an interesting
You
night.
know,
I've seen
the
three
Orlando
NBA
Summer
players
League is
in
not
many
open to the
cases.
public. Obviously, that's closer. It would be easier to get to.
Mentioned, the
But we
Hawks
should
and the
definitely go to the
Pelicans
Vegas Summer
proposed
League.
trade. This is all
And
part of
like the
this,
tickets are dumb
this
cheap.
pick we just told you
All right,
about.
so here we go.
The Jordan Bone selection that we
So they got
made.
DeAndre
It also
Gordon,
allowed
they
the
got
Hawks to
Jordan
get
Bone,
DeAndre Hunter
they got Solomon Hill,
Virginia
Jeff.
with the fourth
They got a
pick.
future
You got
second round pick too.
second-round draft pick.
They traded
Got Jackson Hayes, the
two
big
futures
fella,
and a 57
and Nikhil Alexander
to
Walker,
Philly for Bruno Fernando, and the Pelicans get.
had a good night to be able to get Jackson Hayes, who shot blocker, rebounder,
And then they got
super
4 more
athletic,
first-round
and Nikhil
picks
Alexander
to come.
Walker, I think like
Who?
Lou Williams. I mean, that's a good
The
night.
Pelicans over the next.
Or Zion at the top, and then
Damn.
hope rejuvenated Jalil Okafor.
All right, well, now let's see what
Pretty good
the
night.
coach do with them.
With the 58th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Miye Oni from Yale University.
Oh, that's what's up.
Okay.
Hey, let's hear it for the Ivy League. The first Ivy Leaguer drafted since Penn, Jerome Allen went to the Timberwolves in the second round. He's a current Celtics assistant. What do we got
Nobody
here
in
with,
there.
in terms of Miye Oni, in terms of skill set, Jake?
Another guy with ridiculously
Ooh,
long arms
okay.
and size. His 6'11 wingspan at 6'6". He shoots it really well.
That's fucking ridiculous. How do you, a little nigga like me, how am I supposed to dribble past that? 6'11"?
That makes no sense.
Bruh!
League in scoring, rebounding, assists, steals, and blocks. He did absolutely everything for James Jones at Yale.
And James Jones has put together a really good program at Yale. It's been a winning program for several years, and Woj's telling us that Miye Oni is
And the Raptors about to
way
come
to
up.
Utah to propose trade that would send
In
him there.
Sacramento.
They probably might
That's
trade
it.
this shit.
The Toronto Raptors are on the clock with a
Wait, I thought the
59th
Warriors
overall
were.
pick. Had a little bit of a celebration. Look at this thing.
That's nuts.
So one of my coworkers, he was actually in Toronto and he went to the parade. He said he don't want to be around that many people ever again. He said it was suffocating how many people it was out there. But he said, yeah, he does.
That's crazy.
But he played good when
He did, but it's just we never like.
They deserved it. They deserved it. It was
But
beautiful watching that
congrats,
team play
man.
all
That-
year. So happy for Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, man, he said
leading his team after
like
having a
he
couple
said
playoff
he
struggles
never
a
seen so
couple
many
years ago, leading
people
his
in
team
one
to the
place
ship.
like that.
Unbelievable.
I'm going to celebrate harder than that with 2 picks.
And you don't need 1.5 million people to help you?
We face down the gutter and 2 more picks.
Come on, hang with
And
me
I think
now.
the Warriors had the bomb
2
their
minutes
picks
between picks, you
this
can make it.
year.
Finish
Well,
strong.
it's you.
You've been
No,
talking
yeah,
I
about
think
needing
it's
to
second
finish
round.
at the rim.
Yeah,
You
I know you can buy
finish.
second
Oh, I'm going to finish. I'm just saying, once I'm finished, I'm just getting started. Another endeavor.
And then which
They're
might
just
run
trying to
you
get
up
through the
and
last
down.
2 picks. They're like delirious.
Little dope beverage for you, huh?
Yeah, more than one.
This gotta be the worst part of
Weeks ago.
it.
I don't really know
We
why we
host
did
it.
59 pick, the Raptors coming up. Of course, they would love to have Kawhi Leonard stick around through free agency, but he's a highly coveted commodity. Heard Woj talk about
A lot of all these
He's
people,
after
man,
talking
not
about
getting drafted, but I don't know
big run.
any
The
of them.
Raptors keep him around. Who do the Raptors take here in the second round?
With the 59th pick in the 2019
Dirt.
NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select DeJuan Hernandez
Nope.
from the University of Miami.
Don't know him at all.
For DeJuan Hernandez, he can now enter into an agreement with an agent, accept benefits, and there are no repercussions. He was not able to play for Miami last year due to some eligibility concerns. He was eventually ruled ineligible by the NCAA on January 28th, but the previous year averaged a little over 11.7 rebounds a game.
Yeah, declared ineligible over a hotel room, and only because he told the truth. You know, typical. But he's a good player, and I'm really glad to see him get drafted because he has been through an absolute nightmare that was not of his making and that he did not deserve. So I'm really happy for this kid.
Okay, that's
Good for
a
him
good
too.
story.
Then. That's crazy.
DeJuan Hernandez, who is formerly known as DeJuan Jewell, for fans who might have known him before, but they changed his last name. He played for Jim Larinaga down at Miami, now gets an opportunity with Toronto. final picks coming up with the Kings. There is Bol. It was you heard Mark Tatum announce just a little while ago that Bol, who was selected by Miami, is now on his way to the Nuggets as they've had the trade. And Bol doing some of the social media obligations that the players get to go through here.
If we did do summer league in Vegas,
as predicted with Zion Williamson going to the Pelicans, top 3 win unscripted, had some surprises.
But it's not bad though. From July 5th to July 15th, so 10 days worth of basketball. All of the sessions is only like it starts at like 4:50.
That's not bad. Yeah.
For 10 days of basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
Generational talent, but not only that.
Yeah, every game is only like $40, 35 to $40.
Their rotation right away.
That's not bad.
Wasn't just about size and athleticism. It was about shooting and skill. I was interested to see Dylan Windler from Belmont go in the first round.
Cameron Johnson going much higher than expected, because he is a terrific
Well,
shooter. Let's
actually,
see how we wrap up this round.
no, I could get you going
and the
one
Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum.
Nah, cause her homegirl Amanda lives out there. It's Vegas, and like at some part of the day I'm gonna go watch some basketball.
I'd also like to thank everyone here tonight in Brooklyn.
All right, last pick. So we got a lot of guys
around the world watching. With the 60th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Vanja Marinkovic from Belgrade, Serbia. Have a good night, everyone.
No clue. So Jonte Porter didn't get. So
22-year-old Vanja Marinkovic is 6'7".
So he'll go as an undrafted free agent. He'll probably sign with somebody summer league too.
Yep. So there's some talent the Lakers can go after now.
For cheap.
Yep, exactly.
Providing a little shooting and a little shake.
You know what that was.
Wiggle right there.
Able to get into the lane, and the Kings selected 60th overall. Isaiah Thomas was the last pick in the draft, and perhaps Marinkovic will have the opportunity to have success. Certainly great to have as much success as Thomas has had in his career. And with the wrap up of this draft, no Kansas Jayhawk was selected.
You see who they got up?
Good
trade.
The draft that snapped the longest streak.
They said co-rookies, man. I'm telling you.
That is interesting. They said no Kansas City Jayhawk was selected this year.
Boy, Atlanta did their thing.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm happy.